raw. It's uncensored. It's live 24/7. It's chaoticradio.com.
You're cruising on a motorcycle through another dimension and time. A dimension not only of beer and rock and roll, but of twisted minds and sexy women. A wild journey, a crazy imagination that has no boundaries. There's a warning, a sign up ahead. Your next stop. The Zig Zone.
All right, what's up, everybody? It's the Zig Zone. Hey, JJ, what was that button on the Facebook page to put it on my other page, my main page, Zig Ray?
Oh, I thought you already did that.
No, it's on the Zig Zone. It's up. But how do I get it over to my other one? I went to go hit share. Well, share where?
to your own page.
Yeah, but it says right here, share.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's take a shot, and that'll help us do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we are live on YouTube, on chaoticradio.us, and it's a drum clinic.
And we're still trying to get shit fucking going. We can never get
Yeah.
Cheers, guys.
Drummers.
Now, which one? Because when I hit share.
Yeah, if you got the video feed, just hit share. You can do it as a watch party.
Share
when you do that, we can share it
share
too.
my timeline, right?
Yeah.
So just post.
What's a timeline?
That's just on his timeline.
Okay, so then
I'm gonna put this on my wall. It's sad because I still call it.
Oh yes, there it is. Okay,
go.
All right, we're good. We're not bad. Tato, you're an ugly motherfucker.
Thank you, sir. I'm a drummer.
It's really fucking hilarious. You know, I told you guys. No. Let me see this back. Right? Okay.
No.
No. Just give it to me. Fuck. There's a fucking reason. God damn it.
All right.
Okay. So we have these minion jelly beans. So some are good and some are like shit. Okay. So we played the game a couple times, and the last time we did this was with Texas Runaways. And so I was like, you know what? We had a few left. I don't want to throw them. I go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put them in a little baggie, and I'm going to leave them right here. And then somebody who has another show is going to, the curiosity, when there's jelly beans sitting right there, and they look good. I mean, they're jelly beans.
Not in a bag like that. It looks like drugs.
Right? Someone is going to go like...
So it's got to be good.
You know, someone is going to go like, well, fuck, if I just grab one, you know, it'll be okay. You know what I mean? Well, somebody... Now, it's been there for like the last couple of weeks, right? When we have Texas Runaway, it was 3 weeks or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
Yes. So it's been a couple of weeks. Well,
So a drug bag.
When it does, huh? Little fucking roofies, man. So when I came in, this was sitting here with the fucking middle finger up, right? And then that bag was sitting right there. And when I left last week, it was sitting over here. So you know what somebody did is they put those jelly beans right there, knowing that was going to be my show, and then they put the middle finger right there. Somebody got janked.
Who got the wrath?
I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. I'm just laughing. I knew that was going to happen.
So what do they do?
Well, what they did is they ate a fucking bad one. That's what. I hope they got the minion fart, dude. That one's so bad.
I don't even want to know.
So they fart jelly beans?
Dude, I was saying, dude, I swear to God, it's the worst tasting thing I've ever tried. I'm not kidding you. It's called a minion fart. And as soon as you put that thing in your mouth and you bite into it, it permeates your mouth, your taste buds get pissed. I mean, you actually want to start, you like hurling. You know, you get that regurgitation fucking feeling.
Ass in your mouth candy?
Yeah. It's
And
bad.
people do this?
Here, why don't you try one, Tato?
All right. Put me in, coach.
See,
I'm down for anything.
Tato's probably gonna get a good one.
Yeah.
And if he does, that's okay. We'll wait to give it 30 minutes. We'll have him try another one.
I thought these
Until
were
it
weed
gets
jelly
bad.
beans.
Did you really? Thought they were fucking
dude, look at
pot
the bag.
beans?
That's a
looks like-
fucking drug bag. It's got a
looks like
freaking
a
zip seal on it.
like
It's
a
this big,
prescription.
and it's got numbers on it. Fucking A.
Prescription.
That's funny.
And then I thought they were fart jelly beans, but they're mouth fart jelly beans
Well,
now?
yeah, they're all
Well, you
different.
just gotta try it and
different
see what
ones.
happens.
It's a
How many
50
should I take?
Just one, okay, and then just start chewing on it.
I got to breathe Nessa Scott. So just
No.
one.
Just
I'll turn this way.
Oh, fuck. oh. Do I have to eat the whole thing?
No.
yes, you have to eat.
No, you
it.
know, you can spit it out.
No, fuck that. I'm in.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
dude, there's like 5 different kinds of rank in this fucking. Ugh.
What color was it?
Orange.
Oh, I think that one was. That's not the barf one.
That's rotten egg.
yeah, that's it.
Rotten egg, I think.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's-
Oh my god! I can smell it.
Hi, everybody. Woo!
I just walked back in and I can smell it. As soon as I
That's
walk
for
through
you
the door.
Oh, dude, that's so bad after that shot of tequila, too. And it makes him want to
Oh
come back up.
no! That's the minion fart.
Was it the green one?
And it keeps changing its different shit every time. And it's stuck in my teeth, too. It doesn't help. Ah!
Me and Tiff.
Oh my god! It is.
Me and Tiff did on the way back from
Who's
Boston.
who brought these?
I did.
How'd they wind up here?
I brought him because my
You're a sick fuck, dude.
Well, no,
he brought him first time.
first time I brought them because I had some left because me and Tiff bought some at the Tropicana, and and we were playing it on the way home, and she was driving, and she got like the dead fish and something else, and she was just dying. She was just like, "Oh, it's stuck in my teeth." So I brought them here, and then these guys tried them, and they were just dying.
Oh my
But then
god!
remember,
So horrible.
who was it? Jimmy. It was Roy.
Roy.
He was just eating them like candy. He didn't even care.
He did.
Oh, that's right.
And
I
he
forgot
would
about
go like,
that.
"Oh, this one's barf," and
He didn't even care.
I mean, it's,
It was barf.
I was like, he's done this before.
yeah,
And probably made a lot of money doing it.
that was too funny. Oh my god!
That was horrible, and there's a bag full of them.
Oh, well, that's why you don't. Once you take one bite and you can tell the flavor, and then you just spit it out. Fuck that.
The first wave was like grandma making egg salad in the fucking kitchen when you're a kid, and you thought grandma farted. Then the second one was like dead buffalo's ass after like 2 weeks. And then
Ooh, what about slicing into cabbage?
Then the third one was like, oh man, it just like baby diaper
Oh, God.
and like a burrito.
Ugh.
I was sitting outside like a month.
Well, you know, and the thing is, they have one that's it's toothpaste, and it's like that's not even a bad one, dude. It was like a minty jelly bean. It's
Yeah,
toothpaste.
that's not bad.
That's probably supposed to be one
Dead
of the good
fish
ones.
and farts and all that shit. No thanks.
Dude, you guys would have got me good because earlier I thought they were weed jelly beans, and you told me not to eat those on the podcast before we started.
Oh right.
We were making the joke. I'm like,
They were weed.
I want one, but
you
maybe I
don't-
should wait a little while.
Is that why you chose the green
Dude, you
one?
should just let me think they were weed jelly beans and just watch me.
But it was before
That would
the
have
show,
been fucked up.
We had to have the
wouldn't
cameras
had it.
on.
Yeah, we had to have the cameras on.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was
funny.
rank.
Oh my god.
If you guys want to pull a prank, so I'm in.
Now I decided to know that if he
I just need a bucket.
if Tato fucking brings something to eat, I'm not gonna. I'm here, Scott. You eat it first.
No thanks.
I am a cook at my job.
That's too much, man. What's up, Jordy?
Yeah, that was bad.
It's still stuck in
Just-
my teeth, dude.
The smell was bad.
Oh,
The last one kind of lingers with you for a while.
That's great. That is too much.
That's why you don't eat them because then you burping that shit up later.
Oh,
Right?
there's a later?
I'm sure if you eat them, I wouldn't. I'd spit them out. Fuck that.
No, I got to go champion. That was
He went for the gusto, man.
all right. Weed jelly beans next
was
time,
in it.
please.
Dude, those are bomb. But man, I tell you,
Not for me though.
My old roommate.
Oh, fuck yeah, let's do a whole podcast.
He brought those. He got back from the dispenser and he brought some and said, "Hey, you got to try these, right?" And And I'm like going, all right. So I ate one.
Why didn't anybody tell me?
Exactly.
So I ate one, and then like I was playing a video game, and I think it was a scary one. I think it was the Last of Us, and then like about 45 minutes went by. He goes, yeah, it takes about a half hour. Yeah, I know, I've had edibles before, and so like almost an hour went by, and I didn't feel nothing. So I'm like, so I knocked on his door. I said, hey, dude, man, you got any more of those jelly beans? He goes, you don't feel it? I ain't feeling shit. And he's like, oh, fuck, dude, you're a trooper. So he gave me another one, and I ate the whole fucking thing. About 45 minutes later, dude, I was sitting there, and like it started creeping in prior to that. But I was like, oh, okay, I'm feeling good. All right, play my game. And all of a sudden, before my dude, it boom, and I'm like sitting there, and then the game started creeping me out, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like, because... You know, the different sounds, because, you know, it comes to different speakers. It's all surround sound kind of shit. And I'm like going, I had to stop playing it. And then I turned on the TV, started watching TV, and it was laying it. Then, like, another half hour went by, and I started, like, peeking, man. I'm like going, oh, shit.
That was the second one.
Yeah. And I says,
you just started feeling the first one.
Yeah. I says, dude, I need to go for a walk. You know, so I started walking around the block. Dude, I don't know how many laps I did, man. Fucking wear the thing off, man. But I was, like, fucked up. It's okay. That's it.
That
Edibles is a different story than smoking, man.
Yeah, I did.
Totally different. You got to be prepared.
I did a cookie one time, and the person said, "Don't eat the small ones. Eat the big ones." I said, "Well, the big ones are going to be more potent, right?" He goes, "No, the small ones are." Or I made those myself, and they're really strong. I said, "Okay." So I ate half of the little one, and an hour went by, nothing. And I'm like, "Okay." So I ate the rest of it. About 20 minutes later, I'm like, holy shit, what did I just do? So
then you just got to wait it out, too. It's like,
no, I wound up just like, there was a party going on, and I wound up walking outside, just going in the pool and sitting there with the dog, just sitting in the pool, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm sitting in the pool with the dog.
I'm in my happy place.
I'm in my happy place.
I'm like, oh, God.
Well, from a stoner or a non-stoner, it's
I'm
like
a non-stoner
different.
at all. I can't stand it.
If there's a ride on the roller coaster, I'm going all the way. I'm like, yeah, I know how to like get myself out of traps
Fucking
and stuff.
Colossus.
Scott, I would love to see Scott stoned as fuck.
Oh, God.
In a pool with the dog.
Yeah.
I do the same thing, too. It's like every time I try some, I never feel it. It takes forever. So I'm like, okay, I'm probably going to need some more. Because if 45 minutes has gone by and I don't feel it, it's pretty much not going to happen.
Right.
That's what I tell myself.
Well, that happened with the
It's like Wolf of Wall Street.
the oil, the sativa oil at Ozfest when I went. One of my buddies pulled out a pen. He's like, "Hey, you want to hit?" And I was like, "Nah."
The pins are good.
He goes, "Oh,
Did you
no,
ask him how he
right away.
snuck in the pen first before you put your mouth on it?
Just put it in your shoe.
shut up." No,
You have to do that.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I would.
No, but
Or he
anyway,
stuck it up his ass.
no, he didn't.
Your lips were where his ass
No,
was.
it wasn't.
I've hit pens in my socks before and joints, and then people put their mouth on.
Oh, you just
and I
gotta
put the
wipe it
pen
off
like
with your
this.
t-shirt. It's fine.
So I didn't even have to touch it. So anyway, but yeah, now we're in nothing. So I took another hit, nothing. So and then like 10 minutes
the
later, I'm
oil
like, "Oh, give me
diffuser?
another one." So three hits
so
off of
three
that.
hits later.
Off of that of sativa, I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "No, this is no bueno."
Yeah, everything's all.
It
couldn't
just makes you
focus on
paranoid.
Yeah, you got anxiety big time.
It was horrendous.
And all those people being there.
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, "Get me the fuck out of here."
Yeah, and then everyone's all up in
And I
your
was
face,
already-
"Hey, you okay?"
I was already
Hey, what's
like
up?
fucking drinking beer all goddamn day, and
Oh, yeah.
You got crossfaded, too.
yeah, I
Oh,
was
that's the worst.
done.
Yeah, Scotty went big.
Done.
That's the worst. Yeah, you get crossfaded. That's fucked up, dude. So that's why I know if I'm drinking, I'm not mixing. The last time I did that, dude, took one. I was at the Ozfest, so I'm sitting there partying, drinking. Plus, we already were drinking like motherfuckers in the parking lot, tossing the football. We had barbecue going on. We're just having a good time because I don't give a shit about the bands in the beginning. We're going to go in at 6. So we're there at like 1 o'clock, just pounding them. We go inside there, dude, and get a couple more beers. You know, we've already had a few shots before we walked in. And then Pantera comes on. I'm like, fuck yeah, you know. And this guy's like standing next to me.
Which Ozfest was that one?
Oh shit, this was
I was
a
at-
while ago, dude.
I was at 10 of them, Pantera.
It was well, I don't know if it's going to be the same thing, but it was Pantera. Marilyn Manson was at the same one. Rob Zombie.
Yeah, that's the one that was
Yeah, I was
like
at
2
that one
years
too.
ago.
No. This
a year and a half.
Long time
No,
ago.
this was a long time
Long
ago.
time ago.
Yeah, this was
Well, that
like-
was the same one that I went to.
Did
like
Vinnie Paul have the brick
year
drum set?
ago or year and a half?
Yeah.
Vinnie Paul had the brick drum set.
Yeah.
That's
So this was probably
brick
like,
finish.
I don't know, like fucking 12 years ago, 15 years, something
was
like
a
that.
while back,
12 years
yeah.
ago. But, you know, this guy sent me, and he's smoking a doobie, man. He had this fucking huge Cheech and Chong doobie, right? And I'm like, oh man! And what I said something that came out of the movie, right? And
Is that Labrador Man?
yeah, that's what it was. I said, oh man, did you have to chase the dog around and because he ate your stash? And he's like, oh man, you want a hit? Fuck yeah, I took a hit, dude. And I'm and watching the band, and then like within like 20 minutes, dude, it went. I mean, hit me like a brick, and I'm like going, oh shit. You know, I'm fucked up. Then, of course, my buddies are sitting there going, hey, Zig, you okay? And they're like, it feels like they're right here in my face, you know? And dude, get the fuck off me, you know? And then,
Hey, Zig.
right?
Zig.
Dude,
yeah, the
How you
CrossFit
doing?
thing.
I think it was the same Ozfest. I had a graveyard job, and I met up with my buddies right after work, and I did the same thing. We parking lot partied. I was actually with Matt Pulver that time, and I was with a couple of my friends, and we're just 18 packs in the parking lot all day. Then we went in about the same time, about 6 o'clock. All right, cool, let's go check it out. And I'd been up for like probably 30 hours, you know, freaking, and I'm just on alcohol energy. And as soon as we went in, I don't know, a couple of tall beers, and we're in the grass area, obviously. And I was having a good time, and I just went to sleep. And
Night.
I woke up, there's a bunch of change on my chest. People were throwing money on me. And my buddy was telling me, dude, Tato, there was a mosh pit right by where you were laying, and they were jumping over you. Then they're like praying to you. Then like this whole circle went like around me while I was asleep. I was asleep for like 2 hours, dude.
Awesome.
Like 3 bands, like all pits, and nobody kicked me in the head. Nobody freaking drop elbowed me. Nobody fell on me. They didn't set me on fire because I know how Glen Helen is. They like to fucking light fires up in that bitch.
right?
Dude, I woke up and I was like ready to party. I'm like, ching. I'm like, where all this money come from? Then I'm like, all right, cool. And then,
Got free beer.
yep, it's right in time for Pantera.
Oh, yeah.
You're like Jess McCauley. Let me get a beer, then going,
I have pictures of that actually.
I'm painted with
They were
chains.
taking pictures of me while I was passed on the grass and people were jumping over my head.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're lucky you didn't get stomped
Yeah,
on.
dude,
man.
I could have got really hurt.
Oh, yeah.
I was fest.
Or pissed on.
Right,
Puked on.
right.
Shit.
Hey, but JJ, you just said you had a drum circle this past week, yesterday, right?
Yeah, I went to Venice again.
Oh, I think
Hell
we were
yeah.
going to San Diego.
I was gonna, but shit didn't work out. So I went to Venice.
So are the girls are almost ready to shave their legs?
There's like really, really beautiful women there.
We know that. It's just mine and Scott's thing just to fuck with you.
I think
The ones that aren't dudes.
I was
No,
gonna go to Encinitas. That was probably like more hippified, where you are gonna see like girls with hairy legs and shit.
Hairy armpits and
But
shit.
I
right?
couldn't find any info on the drum circle there, so we were just gonna kind of just like wing it and see if we like hear somebody playing. But I mean, there's miles and miles of beach. I figured the chances are pretty low.
Well, you know, Taylor, the main thing that why we talk about the hairy chicks, because this was probably a couple years ago. He brought some pictures. He was doing a drum circle in Venice, and took the picture had some chicks that had hairy legs, and like one chick had hairy legs, and another chick had her arms up like this and had hair in her armpit. I'm like, oh shit, they're all fucking hippie hairy chicks, you know. So it just stayed there.
I don't think that was my picture. I think y'all just saw that.
How
on the-
close was the camera?
You showed the pictures. You were sitting there playing drums. Someone took a picture.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How close
That's
was the
how it
camera
started.
where you could see the leg hair?
That's how the
Armpit
whole
hair is easy to see, but
It's HD, baby.
Right.
no, someone's creeping.
I shared a meme with him and Scott, and it had this hot, she had really cute face, right? She was all licking her lip.
Oh,
Oh, look
don't-
at this. We have
We have what?
Bernard. Look, I think he butt dialed me. Bernard butt dialed
Bernard, you're
me.
on the air.
Bernard Purdy, awesome.
He butt dialed me.
Oh, I should put on
Hey,
speaker.
Bernard, man, take your phone. I shouldn't. Let me see. Is the
Put him on the
volume-
mic.
Oh no, the volume is up, but
Bernard.
no. He definitely butt dialed me, dude. I don't know what he's doing. He's obviously not doing anything exciting.
This was 2 weeks ago.
Hairy chicks?
No, hippie.
That's
Naked
Woodstock
hippies.
right there.
Oh, nice. Oh, naked. Wait. Is that chick got a bush?
Yeah, orange bush.
Oh my goodness. See, did I tell you, Tato?
I couldn't tell them apart until the dude turned around. There was a beard.
But the cops are always right there.
Not them.
Not then? Oh, okay.
Just when
Because
they break it up.
See, I
love
told
that.
you.
I love going there.
When's the last
it's
time?
in the freezer.
When's the last time you seen a hairy bush? Tato?
Seen one or been with one?
Oh, either.
I had the
or.
lights out a lot of times.
Well, when's the last time that you seen or had a hairy? Well, I'm sure if you seen a hairy bush, you probably had it.
Seen one, I don't know, probably when I was watching 80s porn when I was a kid. But
Okay, when's the last time you had one?
in my bedroom or in the light, not.
At all? See,
Well,
see,
some
I
of them-
told you. See, now what's going to happen? Is
When the
2
girl
years-
shuts the light off, yeah.
See, 2 years from
good
now,
move.
we're going to bring this up, and he's not going to remember it. Just like he
Man,
didn't
where y'all
remember
been? Bush is back.
No, it's
Come
not.
on, baby.
No, there ain't no need for that bullshit.
Ride the mustache.
Put me in, coach.
Mustache rides, 50 cents.
Sounds like a Velcro wallet when you're making out.
God, the worst thing was the picking the shit out of your teeth.
Yeah, that's funk, dude.
Well, trying to find the
Well,
like,
fuck, how
okay,
the
it's gotta
hell
be
hairy
somewhere
were
in
these
there. It's
bitches?
got to be somewhere
No,
in there.
that's-
I never
actually
was
easy.
with Earth Mama Muff. I mean, it was just, they had a little bit of hair there, but it wasn't like you got to dig through a forest or a fucking tree.
Oh no, I had some. I mean, the back. When I was a teenager, dude, they weren't shaving their pussy then. It was like hairy. Hey, you know what? Here's something
Yeah,
funny.
like that was never even heard of, like shaving down there, except for like around the bikini line, maybe. But
That's it.
I mean,
Yeah,
Bush
just
was
on the
big back
legs.
then.
Yeah.
But it depends what type of hair. So there's hair per square inch, and there's different types of hair. Like my last
True.
girlfriend, she was a blonde Dutch, so she had real silky, like thin hair. So if she didn't shave her muff for like 2 weeks, it was still cool. It was like real soft. You didn't
well,
you
there
didn't
you
bitch.
go.
But like Hispanic chicks or whatever, and it's like
Sometimes they're so thick it looks like they're
Real-
packing something when
yeah.
they're wearing yoga pants.
Well, I don't know if you guys, ever noticed, but I remember chicks when because they did the bikini thing. But then sometimes, after they've been in their bathing suit for pretty much part of the day, you're at the beach, the pubes start fucking poking through the bathing suit.
Ugh.
they're trying to get air.
They're
Yeah.
like, hey.
They're growing like
old
a
enough-
weed.
And you don't. It's like root. Look at that. You keep looking too. You do. You so keep looking.
Well, this is like 1980 freaking one, dude. Of course I'm gonna, yeah.
When I was a kid, I was like, yeah. I couldn't. I
seen
couldn't
that.
stop staring at that shit.
Then when
Yeah.
then when they,
But JJ,
where's mine? Well,
right up your ass.
give me.
Oh, here,
hell?
take that. Oh, that's
I
yours.
drink
This
out
is
of a
yours.
skull glass, dude.
This
Brought
is his.
these,
All right.
motherfuckers. You gonna cheers us before you walk away, you bastard?
No, of course not. We're giving him shit about hairy.
You got
bitches
him
that he's
excited.
with. He's
Cheers.
thinking about that hair poking out the bikini.
Oh, so check this out, dude. I'm on the way here, and there's a car in front of me.
No way.
And now, when you see cars kind of like doing, the weaving thing. Okay, I think of two things.
Wait, what kind of moving thing? Like in the lane? Like
Yeah, just kind of
swaying
like
left
just
and
kind of
right?
like
Okay.
doing this. I'm
Right.
like, okay, there's
Like you've been drinking.
yes, there's one
Should
or
I
two.
pass them?
Yes, one or two things going on: drunk or texting. Right. So I'm following this guy for a couple miles, and then all of a sudden, I see a head pop up. Right. And then I see the head go down again. And I'm like going, oh, this guy's getting a fucking BJ, dude. So I get in the next lane over and I go rolling up or on this side, and I look over, sure enough, dude, she's doming him up. And I'm
Fuck
like
yeah.
going, yeah, nice. I didn't want to honk the horn and give him the thumbs up, dude, but I was just like, nice. That's a good girl right there. So no wonder he's doing this. But if you're going to get a BJ guy, you got to be able to at least drive straight.
Multitask.
It can't be feeling that good where you're just like all over the fucking world like a drunk.
When you
If
get
it
in that
is
zone,
Mary Hurt.
I mean, when you're not, I mean that's different.
yeah.
Because you got to do the straight toe. You got to do the your leg has to be in a certain position. I would, me especially,
Right.
I have to be in a certain I got to get the whole thing going on.
That's when your toes go. Boom.
Because it's right at the
When you're lifting up, they got to fart. It's like, okay.
It's a real challenge when the chick's driving and you give her head and she doesn't crash.
I tried that. Couldn't
In a
do
stick
it.
shift.
It's too hard.
Done it.
Yeah, no. Have you really? Mm-hmm. You got a Gene Simmons turn or something, dude? Because that's just very difficult to do.
I'm all about a challenge. Like I said, I'm all about living life.
Yeah, I know.
She suggested it. Actually, she tried to trump me, and we got in the conversation. This was at a bar, of course, and we're playing pool, and then it got into the blowjob in a vehicle conversation. And of course, dudes get blowjobs in the car. And then she's like, "Yeah, I got a blowjob." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Really? Let's try that." I don't believe you. Took the Pepsi challenge, and yeah.
Very nice.
And she did have a little bit of pubes. I had picked something out of my teeth. But
Did you?
it was worth it.
Little dental floss.
It was worth it.
because the legs are. I gotta have the thighs on both sides of my face. Gotta get deep in there. Let's go. Because she joined in. I'm just saying.
What the hell is that?
Well,
Hello.
we can't hear
What
her.
is it? I know we can't.
Is that a Puya song?
Puya?
Yeah. I listen to them.
What was that?
I listen to
It
them
was
a lot.
probably my.
Oh, okay.
Sound like a cowbell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The hell is that?
That's your back. It's his little canteen.
Oh, his iced tea.
It does sound like.
Down, 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 ding, 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 ding,
Down.
ding, 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 ding. Dude, fuck yeah, dude.
That is a
Mountain.
cool song, dude.
Oh, dude, I love it. Mountain
Yeah,
Mississippi
but-
Queen. When that comes on, I'm a bar person.
Mississippi Queen.
I just get freaking riled
You
up.
know what I mean? Oh shit! I hit a brick wall. It's early to be hitting a brick wall. I mean, for fucking real, dude.
Oh wait, we got a soundbite for that.
Yeah, you do.
It's damn. It's only 7:27, and I already hit a brick wall, dude.
That's your hitting the brick wall soundbite? It's not like a car collision or a.
No, he's got
there is
that
a-
too. No, that's just his.
You got,
There you go. That's better.
Oh shoot!
I'll just hit them all now.
Oh, is
is that an elephant?
Tiff chimed in.
Finally?
Aw, one of them
Yeah.
had an error.
What up, Honig?
Hey, so
see.
Tiff, has Scott attempted to satisfy you while you're driving? Let's put him on
Come on
blast
now.
because he was sobbing silent. I have not tried to do that to my girl. Like I said, I got to have my girl's legs on my wrapped around my ears.
Well, she's an Asian. Why would I hinder that and make that even worse? Come on.
I'm still trying to figure this out.
I'm sorry.
Oh, he went there.
Love you, babe, but I wouldn't want to make the driving experience even more scary.
He went right
Keywords
there.
driving.
He doesn't need any more distractions.
I have to agree. I love my girl to death, dude. But fuck, man, when she drives, she scares the fuck out of me, dude. We were coming back from the cave in Big Bear, and
She is Asian, and that's a mountain.
right.
Hey, Chip does
Well,
good.
I
in my,
had
in
a
my
good
van,
buzz.
too.
I had a good buzz going on, and I'm like going, okay, and we're in my truck, not her car. So I'm like going, okay, I need you to drive, and she's going.
Has she never done it before?
We're at night. It's like 1:00 in the fucking morning, dude, and she.
Oh,
and-
God, that's why you stay. When we go up to Big Bear and play, yeah, you got to get up.
yeah, well, I realize that now,
Yeah,
and
worth every penny.
and it was the first time her driving on a mountain. So
Oh, boy.
yeah,
In the
I'm
dark.
like,
That's what I was
holy
asking.
shit.
That would be scary.
Tired.
She's
For her.
crossing the
For her.
line. She's to the right. She's going to the dirt, and I'm like, "Oh my god, what are you doing? You're gonna fucking kill us." She's like, "What? I'm doing fine."
She actually looked over.
Well, talk about Zig. You crazy.
Right. Love you, honey, but she knows that's a true story. She knows it's absolutely a fact. We finally got like halfway down the hill. I says, honey, just let me drive and you can take back over when we get down the bottom of the hill.
I prefer to drive in those situations. I'm the kind of person that will be on that mountain. I'll be light in a bowl. I'll steer with my knee and freaking champ it, dude. Like cruise control, boom.
That's what I don't get why kids can't like drive with cell phones. Use your damn knee.
Yeah, be a champion.
See, Tiff just agreed with you. She says no. She needs to focus on the road. She's definitely too Asian.
I
for
used
that.
to use my knee so
Yeah.
I could practice playing drums on the steering wheel. So I'd bring some drumsticks and I'd be playing that on the top, steering with my knee, going to work.
Oh yeah, you get a lot of steering wheel drum practice.
Oh yeah.
A buddy of mine, mine's dad, came with an idea. You know, the electric pads. Why not have it on a steering wheel? But obviously, the point is you're going to get in an accident if you're really into a song. Like if you're listening to Tom Sawyer, like the third part of it, da 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 da, and there's a freaking, you got to come up to an intersection. You're going to fucking rear end somebody trying to do that. Because drummers are really into nil per. They got to do they got to nail that fucking Tom Sawyer part.
Yeah, you can't
Or you
falter
forget
that
the
one.
gas pedal's actually not your bass drum's foot pedal.
Well, you know
That point came out way before then. It's like, this is doable. No, just don't use the feet. Just use the hands. Steering wheel. Okay, well, you can still steer. And, one hand drum. No,
that is
it's
how,
not going to work.
That is how I was able to become better using my left foot bass, because I play double bass. Because when driving and then just using my left foot as my lead kick.
Yeah.
Do you put your left foot on the brake?
No.
I'm talking about down the freeway or something.
No,
like
just
that.
it's sitting
You know
off
what
to
I
the
mean?
side, so you got
It's
it
off to
free.
the side. No, I only use.
Is
I
he
don't-
Asian?
No, I only use. I only use the left foot for my clutch.
Clutch? Who's got a clutch anymore?
I used to have a clutch.
Oh yeah, so did I.
I
back
don't
in the
have
day.
it now, but then I had a clutch. But if I'm driving on the road, I'm not using the clutch. Yeah, I'll just use the left foot.
You're a 2-foot
They
driver?
have that little pad thing
Yeah.
on the side usually, like it's a perfect place to hit your left foot.
Yeah, but no, when on my truck now, it's an automatic, so I only use my right foot, so I can sit there and drum all day long.
I try to do that, but I tend to, with my left foot, because I use that for the hi-hat on my fills, I'll hear a song, I just brake hard. I can only 1 foot drive. Because my left foot's tapping anyways.
Like, what the fuck is this
Yeah,
guy
more-
braking for? We're in the middle of fucking freeway doing 80 miles an hour. Why is he braking?
Drummers are dangerous when they're driving. You know, they got girlfriends freaking sexting them and freaking, playing drums in the car,
See, now you're in trouble, Tatum.
smoking bowls.
This fucking guy, texting me while I'm driving.
I said sexting.
Sexting doesn't fucking matter. Put your goddamn fucking phone down, Tato.
You don't know-
No, texting is words.
This
Sexting
this
is
guy's fucking
awesome.
sitting there talking to me, and I'm a fucking motorcycle rider. Fuck this guy.
What's he, it's funny,
Sexting
what-
is sexy.
Everybody I know does it.
when fucking Tiff does it to me, she'll do it, and it comes up on my dash, the words, and then I could push a button, and like a computer female voice says what she says. So it's the funniest thing. She'll send me these ridiculously funny fucking things, like even like in Asian and shit, and like things
Oh,
that Asian would say.
she sexed you in Asian?
Yes.
So it says
Like, oh, me love you long time. Oh, me suck your wanky.
Oh, I
We
thought
do
it
it,
actually in the language.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not in the language, but in English.
You're getting into fucking
In the
fender bender,
car's
bro.
voice.
No, but it's funny. But what I'd do is I would put on record and I'd play it and record it and send it back to her, and she's just fucking dying. And then she'd send me more, and I'd record that one, and send it back.
Nice.
That's
It's pretty
awesome.
funny.
We need to make
I've got like
those-
this big stack of fucking files on my phone that have all these texts. that
Bring
are-
them in so I can put them here on the soundboard.
It's
I have one?
Fucking hilarious.
I could click
That's
on
I can see if
those.
I can find one.
Wait till I'm at home. Don't do it while I'm driving.
No,
Dude, you're gonna get an accident, bro.
no.
Tim, stop it.
I am a professional.
It's on his Bluetooth.
In your work van with all that gear.
Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. What you guys are doing?
Oh,
Sexting. Hey, honey, send me a sexty. Send me a. Oh,
you
is that a
can't. You
sext?
can't ask for one. They have to just want to send one to you.
No, shit. Well, I mean,
It's when your girl's thinking about you. You're off somewhere.
They have a meme that
They know,
like tell
they
them
know
when
you're
it's
driving
time to
somewhere
send them.
and doing business. They want to throw that in there and occupy
Yeah.
you.
I know it's got to be
Right?
spontaneous, but I'm just saying it's something.
You better not be going to the strip club.
No, but see, you're not listening to me. I want one in Japanese. Honey, send me one because she's totally fluent, all right?
Is that from Godzilla?
Oh, fuck. Speaking of Godzilla, dude, I don't know who in the hell's fucking next door, dude. But I'm sitting here when I first got here. Whoever was walking next door I mean, I swear to God, it had to have been Godzilla because it was like moving the fucking
I thought you
floor.
said
I'm
somebody
like,
was
going, holy
fucking
shit.
next door.
No.
I thought you were gonna like tell us a story about how you heard like some orgasmic kind of crazy shit going on. That would have been much better, actually.
I thought
you
you
make
actually saw
something
Godzilla. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, no, this where was next door? They were either like 500 pounds, dude, or had really big feet.
It was like Jurassic Park. Was your beard doing this?
Yeah, I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, were the little puddle thing starts moving.
Oh, life will find a way.
Shit, what the hell? So, honey, send me a sext in Japanese, and we'll see if we can figure out what it means.
I do want to know what a Japanese sex looks and sounds like.
Okay, well, see, there you go, honey.
That's on my bucket list. Japanese anything.
Actually, let's just open that up to
There are no
listeners.
Japanese women that are interested in me in the IE.
Well,
If anybody else knows what a Japanese sex looks like, just send it in. Put it as a comment on our Facebook feed.
Is
yeah,
it,
yeah,
is it
put
the
on,
symbols?
Yeah, honey, put it on Facebook. Respond on the Facebook page, because she wants to go to Japan, and I want to go to Japan. And,
Have you been?
No, never been. But that's where her family is. But well, I'm not saying if we go. When we go, I'm going to Suzuka.
What's that?
That's the racetrack in Japan. So
They make Suzuki's there.
I am going to definitely one day. I'm doing a track day there, and I already looked them up. You can get the bike includes the bike,
oh, I know about the bikes over there.
the leathers, everything, all the gear. You just go there. You can weather fucking butt naked.
There's
there you go.
ridiculous
Everything's-
bikes over there.
Yes. No, see, you can choose the bike, and it's the Repsol, the race replica, not just the Repsol you buy at the showroom floor. This one's got the Olin suspension, all the doodah, the power, everything. And I'm like going, dude. I mean, 2 sessions in, dude, I'd have to. I'm either gonna nut inside their leathers, or I'm gonna have to satisfy myself in the bathroom real quick when I get done with my second session. I'm just
Why
saying,
not both?
right?
Dude, you right now, looking at you right now, your profile, you could blend in as a really awesome person in Japan. You look like a
think?
freaking.
You
You're
look
like
a drug
so.
dealer.
Like, it's like
Hey, where do I get Coke here? Oh, go see the American. Wait, they probably don't speak in Mexican
you
accent.
look like
there,
Mike
but hey.
Portnoy. Freaking just you could pass as.
Oh, right, I could, huh?
We look good,
rock star.
No, you're like prime freaking rock star looking right now.
Yeah.
In
I
Japan,
think Scott has one of the things to
here's-
load up.
he's going. He's
I
going.
found the files.
He's gonna slay it too.
All right, go ahead.
Message from Tiffany. Your cock is huge.
That's all plain. Your cock is huge. Oh my
At least it
god!
wasn't speak and spell.
Right?
Your cock is huge.
We're gonna say, pay attention to traffic. Stop listening to Tiff's fucking sexting.
Oh, that's the same.
That's funny.
It would be hands free if he wasn't messing with his phone to record it.
Message from Tiffany. Baby, $5 sucky ducky.
Do it again.
Message from Tiffany. Ah baby, $5 sucky ducky.
Me love you a long time.
Hey, can you do the dude voice on that same message? Can you switch them up?
I don't know. I don't think so. It's just what comes with the truck. Like that's the vehicle.
You don't have a Sean Connery option?
No, I don't think there's a.
sucky. Ha 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 ha. You're the man now, dog.
Yeah, I'd rather.
No, you know what you
I'd
have
rather
to
not
do?
that be in a guy's voice. Honestly,
You know what it would have to be?
Scott.
It would have to be Barry White. You know, if you're going to send it to your girl with a Barry White
sucky,
voice,
sucky.
Yeah.
you know, all like smooth and suave, and
You want a $5 fucky sucky?
Oh yeah.
Barry White, man, that motherfucker, dude, he could talk a chick naked. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He vibrates their clothes off. He's
Oh,
so
right.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
It was sad.
Hey, underwear's down.
I'm gonna take off those stockings.
Oh yeah. Chef's a bad.
Barry White is the goddamn man, dude.
Is he still the man?
What's that?
Is he still the man? Is he still around?
No, he died.
Yeah, he died
several
like
years
10
ago.
years ago?
Yeah.
Well, he was the man then.
Yeah.
yeah.
We have to correct this.
Yeah, but dude, I tell you what, you put Barry White. You want to get laid? Put on some.
Who
Barry
got laid
White,
more,
dude.
Wilt Chamberlain or Barry White?
Barry White.
Really? Are there numbers?
I don't know, but I'm just gonna.
Because the World Trade
calling
Million
Barry
thing,
White, dude.
everybody put up fake numbers, all kinds of numbers for the world before the internet.
Dude, if you go on, watch any kind of Barry White live in concert, chicks are all, they're fucking stripping their shit off, dude, throwing their panties. I mean, big panties to little panties.
Yeah, but they're not like fucking them right there.
But I mean, damn well. Okay, I'll tell you what. Who had more pussy?
Jimi Hendrix.
Okay, Jimi Hendrix or Jimi Hendrix?
We're talking about black
Gene Simmons or Jimi Hendrix?
Gene
the
Simmons.
dick in the pussy.
Yes.
Jimi Hendrix.
No way.
For sure. Yeah,
No
he,
way.
He died too young. Gene Simmons is still alive.
Gene
He's still
Simmons.
getting it.
No, I mean
he's doing Shannon Tweed, though.
No, dude, he. I swear to God, you gotta watch. Because see, Gene Simmons didn't drink or do drugs. His addiction was pussy.
He's the ugliest motherfucker, and everybody wanted to be with him anyway.
His
That's
thing
all
was,
vibe.
well, when he would
could
walk
talk
off stage,
anybody
that
to
shit would
anything,
he'd
especially
go and get laid, and
Yep.
then he'd come back on stage. Swear to God, and there's he was the man.
I don't trust a man that doesn't drink or do drugs
Because you can.
on the stage and then claims that shit. I get pussy every day.
I don't know, man. You gotta figure. I mean, you look at it.
Where you going, the library with your tongue?
Well, he's with fucking a Playboy.
If his
playmate.
tongue was in a lot of pussy, I believe that. Yes, he's known for the tongue. His dick, no. If he's as rock star as he is, his dick would have fallen off by now.
I'll tell you what. You try to get Gene Simmons.
Shannon
on
Tweed's got the lockbox on that shit. I wouldn't fuck with that bitch.
She looked good in younger. She doesn't look good now.
Yeah, but remember, he's like
Detroit
200
Rock
years
City,
old.
oh,
She's
she's
only been
stellar,
around for
dude.
some of that.
Yeah, she's a white girls don't age all that well. I'm just saying, no, I'm not bagging on you white girls, but you guys don't age that well. Asian girls
I know
age
for a
very
fact.
well.
Or Italians.
Or with the Asian girls.
Yeah,
in the
Italians
casino,
are awesome.
every Asian girl, they do age very well.
Yeah.
Asian girls,
Especially
yeah.
the Thai chicks, dude. Oh,
That's Asian. It doesn't matter. It's still Asian. I mean,
that's
Atsuko
special.
is years old, and she still looks awesome. I tell her when she puts on makeup, honey, you don't need makeup. She goes, I gotta put makeup on. You don't need makeup. You look hot. That's all I care about, dude. Is that you don't need makeup.
That's all?
She got it going
Damn,
on.
you're shallow.
I just thought about how I phrased that. Right? That did sound kind of shallow.
What the hell,
huh?
man?
That did sound kind of shallow. I'm never a good guy for words. You know what I mean? It's the same thing that my son's girlfriend. He doesn't say things right. He knows what he wants to mean, but it just doesn't come out
Yeah.
right.
But if you appreciate her without makeup, then that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
that's my main point. My main point. No, but you're absolutely correct. I can't phrase things right. I'm just an idiot that way.
and that's one of the things I think about. There's like, hooking up with chicks, whatever, but the chick you want to be with, if you could wake up next to that for years and years and years, I mean, besides the Dutch ovens and, farting and.
Oh no,
this and that,
I give Oscar
snoring
Dutch
in your ear,
ovens. Yeah,
But just looking, and you got to go to work, and you don't want to go to work, and looking over, and it's like, okay, my life is good.
yeah,
That's very rare.
yeah. We're almost 9 years in.
Damn.
So-
Very nice.
And actually, if we include the 3 years that we were together when we first met back in the early 90s, then yeah, 12 years, almost 12 years.
That counts too, though.
Yeah.
That's
Well, my thing is,
that alludes to that.
yeah. Well, my thing is if you can come back, if you and that
Being
person
married
that
numbers
you
and
were
being
with-
together numbers are two different
Well,
numbers.
no. Well, see, we were together, and then when we broke up, dude, we both got married to other people, had children, had a family, had the whole life, and then ended up being
Zen came
back
to his senses.
and then being back together. Now she actually found me on Facebook.
Oh, right on. God, I love Facebook.
But when we get back together, now we're almost 9 years in, and that's it. I mean, that's my last girl.
I'd raise the book of faces.
We are definitely gonna grow old together.
9 years marriage is like our grandparents equal to 30 years of marriage or 45 or 55.
Right.
How cute is that? Oh, they're on their 45th anniversary. And they're still together.
Well, this is before everything else happened. There's so many options, especially in Southern California. People don't stay together that long. So.
I mean, I'm going to.
was-
I don't need anybody else. It's just I'm done.
I was with
know?
my ex-wife for 20 years.
Damn.
Yeah. Had only 2 kids too. I had another daughter before, but yeah. Shit happens.
Did
Things changed.
Did she send you a Was this before texting or after?
This was way before. I mean, yeah, this was like when I met my ex-wife. It was like 1990.
That's pre-pager.
Oh shit! I'm trying to remember 1990.
Yeah.
So, hey, Sean, when are you going to be, coming by and with your motorcycle, man? You need to buy a Harley, and then I think you're in town too, right, brother? You're going to stop by the shop and say hi. But you got the girls going back and forth right here. Look at this. Otsko and Tiff.
Oh, they give us such shit.
Right?
Yeah, y'all are both in trouble when you get home.
They're going to compare their sexting in the Asian language.
Oh, how's mine sound? How's mine sound?
Challenge accepted.
Okay, I got a challenge.
I thought this was a drum clinic.
Well, it is. We were just talking about pussy. We did talk about drums for a minute.
Drums, pussy, whatever.
Yeah.
It's drums.
Oh,
I mean, because a drummer, think about it, I have a meme, and it's got this chick, and she's pulling her panties back up, and she goes, oh, and it says, "Oh, you're the bass player. I thought you were the drummer." She's pulling her panties back up.
Oh, but then the bass players are doing the same meme. Oh, I thought you were the bass player.
I just thought that was funny.
They're trying to get the army together because they are being dumped on in the memes.
Oh, yeah.
The drums used to get the most shit like 10 years ago.
Hey,
before
speaking of-
every shit,
Right.
but now
Hey,
the bass players are getting dumped on.
Hey, speaking of strings, hey Johnny, fuck off. That's my lead guitar player. So I'm looking for. Just want to let you guys know that Knuckles Deep is now looking for a lead guitar player. Because my guitar player Johnny can go suck a dick. I'm just saying. I told you it was going to come out, dude. It was going to take.
Dude, that was
shots, dude.
that was a wicked left turn right there.
Yeah. So, anyways, now back to pussy. Oh, speaking. Oh,
I'm
that's
glad you
right.
got that off your chest.
No, the Johnny fits in that one too, right? So you didn't
That's
get
kind of pussy.
Otsko says that Zig looks
Harry,
like
Harry
Yakuza.
hippie pussy.
What's that?
She said you look like Yakuza.
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 Not Yakuza. You fuck.
You look like Japanese
Yakuza.
gangster right now.
Hey,
Dude,
I live in
tattoos hanging out.
America.
It's like calling Yakuza.
What is that?
Yeah, but see,
It's
she didn't like
Japanese
she
gang.
didn't like this, but
Like
it's
mafia.
starting to grow on her.
What does that mean, Yakuza?
It's their
Yakuza
Japanese
is like
mafia.
a Japanese mafia.
That's as far as you
Yeah,
go.
and then they get that fucking huge ass dragon. You got to get the Yakuza dragon, tattooed on your full back, and not with, the modern day.
Oh, that
with
fucking yeah.
They control everything.
Ouchie. That's fucking gonna hurt.
I see. When I was in Visions, we played the Tattoo Fest in Pomona, the Pomona Fairgrounds, and there was a guy doing those, and I'm just like going, "Holy shit, that's got to!" And this guy was just sitting there like this. He was a fucking Samoan, just
You can't
sitting
hurt
there-
Samoans, man.
sitting there talking, blah blah blah, and I'm just like going, "Fuck that." I mean, I like ink. I'm just not that. I just don't have that much tolerance for pain. To have someone tap on with the
Well, it's
bamboo
like
stick.
it's like a slow tattoo. It takes like
Very slow.
10 times longer.
Yeah.
Well, all
than a
those
normal
Polynesians, they do it the same style.
But they come out
and they have
amazing.
lots.
They do. Yeah.
Yeah, there was it was one of the sons of one of the breweries that I go to. And he went to Japan, and he got one of those tattoos all over his arm, and it was a very big tattoo, and he had it done that same way, and it came out amazing. But
Did it take like a month?
he said it took forever.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I'm like-
that's a major time investment.
But it's supposedly the ink lasts longer and it goes deeper, so it doesn't like fade away
Oh,
as
good.
fast.
So it gets all in your bloodstream even more.
Well, no. Everyone thinks that tattoos.
Dirty noodles.
Everyone thinks that the sun fades your tattoos. It's not that. It's your body
it affects your
rejecting
skin.
it. Yeah, it's your skin rejecting the ink.
Well, if you get sunburned and shit like that, then you're like losing
Yes.
a lot of your.
It could take some of the pigmentation away, fade a little bit, but not like that. Most tattoos just fade because
But you also got to be careful what they're putting in them, because like I met somebody years ago. She had got a giant tattoo on her back in Thailand of like a koi fish. It was like a big giant red fish, and they used
red
lead
fish.
for the red paint.
they would used what?
They used lead in the red ink
Why would the fuck would they do that?
because
Trying to fuck her up.
that's what used to be in red. That's why they made red food dye illegal back in the 70s or 80s, whenever that was. They're like, oh, this has lead in it. It might be making people stupid. So they stopped doing that. here.
Oh, like
but
all
the rest
the
of the world
toys
doesn't have the same.
Like all the toys we grew up with that had
No,
the
they
paint
used
on
to
it.
put that in food.
They used to put it all
The
over the
original
place.
red M&Ms were leaded M&Ms.
Oh, shit.
How fucking cool!
Red
is that?
M&Ms.
I
Come to
ate
think of
leaded
it, I've not
M&Ms.
seen-
Yes.
I've not seen a red M&M in.
They have them back now, don't they? They,
don't know.
they came back, but they made a new red dye without lead. But she had like
That's
a
not
majority of her back was painted red, so she just basically had a huge injection of lead, and that sent her body into shock, and then she ended up with lupus.
Oh, geez.
So be careful getting tattoos.
I think she had a huge injection of Led Zeppelin and she got the lupus.
Well, it's just
She
you
was
got to
cute,
watch
too.
where you
I would
go.
have given her a huge injection.
Send me pictures.
I don't have any pictures.
Lupus.
It was a long time ago.
It's a wrong time.
Wrong time.
Yep,
I'm going to make room for more beer.
Oh, gotcha.
Cool.
Anywho, so drum shit. What do we got?
Oh, Thelma also said that she thinks Zig is
Jesus
going to propose to
What's going on
Otsko.
over there? Who's that?
Thelma thinks that Zig's going to propose to Otsko.
Oh,
Or he
what?
should.
What?
Yep. It's time. Get that ring ready, boy.
I don't know. Do we really need a ring anymore?
Yes, even if it comes from a Cracker Jack box. Especially if it comes from a Cracker Jack box.
I don't know.
Failing that, an onion ring from Burger King also works. As long as it's not hot still.
Given the ratio of failed marriages, yeah, I'm not one to try it again and fail unless I'm like a senior citizen and I'm like retired and
Well,
then
one
you're-
out of two ain't bad.
yeah. You guys are older than me, fucker. Anyway,
I'm 52 years young.
yeah.
How'd you get to 52? I thought you just turned 51.
No,
We went through this.
We
Stop
went,
going up
over
and-
that whole. So you're gonna bring that
You
fucking
skipped
shit
from
up
49
again.
to 51.
He's
Now
gonna-
you're skipping ahead again.
He's gonna bring that shit up again.
Yeah, he didn't even know how old he was.
His fucking age is like accelerating. Next year he'll be 74.
No, I was
You're like,
supposed
"Yeah,
to be 51,
I lost 22 years.
but I lost a year, so I'm actually 52.
Once you turn 50.
You know, today I had to go to the fucking DMV. I fucking hate the DMV. And now Otsko renewed her license online because she was able to do it through the mail, through the internet, right? She didn't have to go into the DMV. So she's telling me when I said, oh yeah, I get to renew my license, but you know, I don't, should I, because they give you this big ass fucking form to mail back, right? And I'm like, well, I don't want to feel so. Maybe I should do it online. And then I'm like, oh, nah, I don't want to do it. So I went ahead and she talked me into it. And actually, I posted a thing on Facebook to making sure I got my M1 endorsement too. I went in and did it. Now, mind you, there was a glitch in their system. And only about maybe 5% of people dealt with this glitch. And guess who was part of that 5%? So I renewed it in the 6th of November is when I paid for it. I still haven't gotten my license. So I had to go to the DMV today, dude. Thank God that when I went to the DMV, and the line was already outside. So when I stood in line, a little old lady comes up, stands in line, behind me, and she says, she goes, "Is this the line, for the, to get your take your test?" I says, "Well, if you don't have an appointment, yeah, this is the people who couldn't wait, for the appointment." She was okay, I'm in the right line, and I got to talk with this little old lady the entire time I was there. Made it a lot easier, and actually, the people in the DMV were nice too because when they realized I had to go through 3 different processes.
Oh, damn.
To do this. I had to do the go in the computer room and blah 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 and file for the application. Then I had to go to the representative right there at number 7, and then I had to go take my picture. But I was near this little lady the whole entire time. We just had a great conversation, so it made it kind of and the people in the DMV were pretty nice too. So
Did you get her number?
No.
Was she DMV with us?
No.
I remember when I got my M1. I was so proud of myself. I had my motorcycle jacket on during the photo. I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting a motorcycle license."
Yeah. I was just like beside myself, but now I actually have an endorsement. So, I mean, I did. It just valid. I did. It
Endorsement
just
for
it
what?
just never came because I got in that glitch where I wasn't sent my photo driver's license.
So what's the endorsement for?
No, I said it wrong.
Oh.
It was more Ziglish.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Which DMV was this?
The one in Ligonia, Redlands. Right
Oh, that's a good one, too.
Yeah. You know, they're
Last time I went to that one, I was so freaking surprised because I think I was in and out of there in 15 minutes.
Dude.
And like going by the numbers of what I got, even though I had an appointment, it said like, you're number 55 and they're on number 3. I was like, I am so fucked. And then they called me next. I was like, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't go by.
It's like
you
on
can't.
Price is Right. You jump up. It's like da 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 da.
David Virginia, come on down.
Yeah. Woo!
I just went to the DMV about maybe 3 weeks ago because I lost my wallet right before my New Zealand trip, like a dumbass.
Oh.
So I wanted to get it done before I left, so it would be there when I got home. But I went to the Hemet DMV, me being in Menifee.
That's what I heard.
You always go, like the Temecula one's always been there and just.
That sucks.
But I've always heard about, go to the Hemet one, go to the Hemet one. I finally went to the Hemet one, and like, yeah, I was in and out.
That's
probably
what I've
20
heard
minutes.
about that one.
That
yeah.
reminds me, I was going to fly out to Canada a few weeks ago, and that's when I found out my passport expired.
That's when you found it? Where, at the airport?
Yeah, I was scanning. I was trying to scan it, and I'm like, "Why isn't this fucking thing scanning?"
You didn't read the numbers before you went to the airport?
Look at him, all scared of his
I had to put
password.
it away. I just grabbed it out of a file and ran with it.
They are good for like 10 years. You do kind of tend to forget after
Well,
a
I
while.
do. I know that now.
I ain't.
My
We're on
passport
fucking
should be
cameras
good
and
forever.
Evo and shit. Fuck that. I ain't trying to fucking let someone see my shit.
I say passport should last forever.
You're covering the
Let's start a
camera. It
petition.
doesn't it show like the just like X's?
Huh? No, it showed the fucking deal.
Oh, well, normally
What
it
deal?
just shows
Are you
like
looking
little.
at porno?
Oh, you-
No,
He smiles when he says no. He's like, no, not this time.
That's why I covered
That's
it.
funny.
no. I had a deal. Here we go. All right. All right. So now I was gonna say something else before we go. Is it? Oh, it's time for another jelly bean potato.
We each had two.
All right, what do I get for this one? Because I know what these are about now.
Another shot
You
of
get a
tequila.
fucking handshake and a
But
fucking
I'm in
smile.
that. Hey, let's all challenge.
In
Let's all
fact,
do one.
we all
I'm
get
not
another
doing
I
shot
already
of
did one. I'll
tequila.
do a second one. We all do one.
I've done this before. I'm not doing that shit again. No. That's like the chili pepper challenge.
That's not a hard of a
JJ,
champion.
you in?
These fuckers did
Oh,
it.
fucking, I'm in.
I'll do one. I want a tequila shot.
Do I have any sponsors out there?
Yes.
Okay, and since Tato
And do you have any
actually
toothpicks?
swallowed this one, I'll go ahead and I'll finish this one, but I'm gonna down it.
You get to pick.
He's gonna swallow it like a pill.
You probably know what the nasty ones are.
I don't. Well, I actually know which one not to get.
The dark reddish brown ones,
So-
half of those are dog food.
I'm just grabbing, and I have it.
Dude, these
This
ones
is a
just
white one.
look like you
I
shouldn't
want
eat
you
them
to pick
anyway.
me
So
out.
I think the white ones are going to be barf. It's either barf
spilled milk.
or spilt milk
or
or
the popcorn one. Oh, that one's nasty.
I'd rather have the
What's wrong with
This one
popcorn?
looks gnarly too.
Popcorn is okay, but popcorn jelly beans are shit.
It's better than dead fish or fucking fart in your mouth fucking shit.
Oh,
Come on.
The
Depends what you're doing.
The minion part.
If you're in a 69 chick parts in your mouth, you have the time to, let go.
I don't want pink eye.
I had it.
Okay, but JJ, here you go.
Did you get pink eye?
Scott, you're gonna.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
No, fuck you, dude. Because
Fuck
you know
off.
what? You were the first one to bring
challenge.
these goddamn things in, and I still played it.
That's great.
This guy just needs more tequila. Come on, let's do
on.
this.
Grab
Drummer
one.
challenge. We're representing
Grab one,
drummers out
Scott.
there.
You ain't getting
that one was
out of
delicious.
this. This
Dude,
fucking
I'm like,
guy.
these ones look dangerous.
Grab me one.
Yeah, you better pour these.
You just pick me one.
I
don't care.
did. I gave him
Well, I
one.
picked you that one.
Oh, then we got the
Because
same one.
Yeah, I picked a dangerous one.
Or one of them got the good one. One of
Well,
them got the
give
bad
the
one.
bag to Scott so he
Fuck
can grab
off.
one too. No, you are gonna eat one, dude.
We should have a game and the loser
Fuck a
eats
bag of
like
dicks.
the whole
All
bag.
the other kids are doing it.
That's fun. Yeah, you guys
Scott's
have fun.
prepared.
We're older than you. You have to listen to us.
I don't give a shit. I know what you are, you old fucking fart.
Respect your elder.
Come on.
I'm coming out of the booth.
Eat the jelly bean.
If I did it when you brought it, you have to do it because that's what you said to me. You were like going, you have to do this, Zig, and I did.
I
So
didn't say you had to do shit.
yes,
I wonder
you
if they
did.
coat these with
Dude, I'll
something
smoke
like
one of
make
these.
it smell like
Come
something
on, man.
different, too.
I mean, really, you
smoke one of
can't
these.
back out like that when I did it when you brought them.
How come we don't smoke sugar? I bet you could get really high off of smoking sugar in a crack pipe.
Dude, just grab one.
Let's smoke the jelly beans.
I'm not fucking eating it though. Fuck you.
Dude, come on, you gotta eat it. Just,
No,
you don't have to. You don't have to swallow it.
Put it in your mouth.
But you have to like at least take a couple chomps.
We has whiskey.
Okay.
We do have whiskey.
You can't tell by
Jameson.
smelling it, dude. It's not gonna work.
Jameson back.
All right, guys, are you ready? Okay,
yeah,
so mine's.
Where's the goddamn trash
Well,
can?
let me see
I
yours.
got a napkin.
Those are
remember-
gonna be minion fart.
Oh, what's
or,
that?
The
gonna
minion
be?
fart's the green one.
See, actually, is it?
Yeah.
That one's actually gonna
I
be like
think
dark
this-
chocolate or
I think this was actually the dead fish.
Dog food.
Or like,
dog food. So that one's actually not that bad.
That's the one. Actually,
That
that's
one's
the one
fresh
that
hot
took the lead
dog
up
shit
the
on the
most.
sidewalk.
Right. With the minion fart mixed in.
All right, you guys ready?
No.
All right, let's do this. Bottoms up, guys.
Bastard.
Oh,
It's already bad.
I got the pina colada again.
I got dark chocolate.
Well, it's 50% still.
mine was barf.
Yeah.
Ew.
Oh my!
This one's way better than the last one.
Wash it down.
What was it?
It was one of these orange specked ones that looked like there's red peppers in them.
Which one did you get?
What does it taste like?
Oh, now it tastes. No. It tasted good at first. This one fools you. These ones are like.
I bet
It tastes good. It tastes like a real jelly bean.
I think they put
did
some
it?
special
Yeah, so
coating
did
so it
mine.
doesn't smell like what's inside it too.
So I'm gonna got a
smell
bad one. Oh man.
That's what you get. We're not double dipping here.
That's okay, because these are still going to be around, so we're going to eat one every show until they're gone.
So who around the studio knows about this? Is everybody? Since we're on the air.
Well, obviously, when they left that middle finger up, everyone else knows about it now too.
Yeah.
If you wrote sour diesel 500 milligrams
God,
in
it's-
Sharpie on that thing, dude, you would get so many people.
Oh my god!
I just burped and fucking got a mouthful of that shit, dude. Oh my goodness. Oh. All right. I got to do
It smells
this.
like somebody got the dog food.
No,
If it's so bad, you
I
got to
got-
chase it with a tequila shot. It's freaking rank.
I got
dude.
barf. Much better.
That tequila's good.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
bad.
See, it wasn't so bad, was it?
Well,
Can I wear those shades?
And when you brought them, I got a bad one every single goddamn time.
Can I wear your
It's like
shades on the
playing
show?
Russian roulette.
so did Tiff. Look at the draw. Look at the draw.
And those are not cheap, so don't fuck them up.
They're already open. But yeah,
There you go.
You got to tell Tato that. Everyone in my band knows I can fuck some shit up. Nothing is Tato proof.
Are we wearing glasses now?
Okay. So now here's what I'm gonna do.
Come with me if you want to
This
live.
is
Loud ass.
this is bass players, guitar players. All right. So now if you were gonna choose a either, I'm gonna give you two bass players. If you're gonna choose a bass player, which one would you want to jam with, and why?
Flea.
That's a broad question.
Okay. Yeah, but
Live?
very very simple answer. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying. I'm not talking about live or recording. I'm just saying. I'm gonna give you two bass players. Which one would you rather jam with? Bottom line, it's not rocket science. Okay. So the first one, and we'll go around the circle, and JJ will be first. So Rex Brown from Pantera or Rob Trujillo during the suicidal tendency days.
Oh, I love Rob Trujillo. Any of his days except for Metallica.
Okay, so
But I mean, like Infectious Grooves was one of my favorite things.
Dude.
okay, so
I
Rex.
love them. Yeah, that's my
Cousin
answer.
Randy.
Robert, I would suck his cock.
Where's someone to get that fucking sound bit? Come
He's
on.
that good, though. I agree.
He's that good.
Robert
It's
T.
still recorded. Bernard can always pull that up and use it as a soundbite.
Thank
So
you.
there we go. That's a soundbite right there. Okay, so now who would you do?
Who would I do? Apparently now we're talking about doing. He wants to suck dick.
Come on.
We're having a Rob Trujillo threesome now.
I can't wait. We're going to ask Scott after I answer. And then you're next. Depends though on the situation. Like I was trying to ask, that's a pretty open question. Like, part of a project with a bass player, probably John Paul Jones.
No.
Choose between
Oh, wait, sorry,
two.
no. Go back.
dude.
Robert Trujillo for sure. He dude, he's the
Before
man.
Rex.
I didn't know Pantera had a bass
Rex,
player.
there's Pick. Okay,
kidding.
Robert Fingers and versus Pick. That's a big world of difference.
Exactly.
And
And he
style.
comes like
I've not
that.
heard Rex get funky. Like drummers we have to be versified in like a lot of different areas, right? We have to do like funk, we have to do metal, double bass, and then we got to do just Cashmere. Da-da-da, da-da-da, and just sit there.
That's
and
one
do
of the best fucking beats ever.
See, Rex would probably be comfortable in a Cashmere or metal situation, but Trujillo, just his abilities. Everyone's seen footage of him on a classical guitar, just showing Kirk Hammett up and shit. And it's
I haven't seen
Suicidal.
that.
Tons of Suicidal, dude, and they've had the best musicians in the world in their band over all the years.
Okay, Scott, you're up.
Oh, Robert Trujillo all the way. No, there's no doubt about that. I mean, and I like funk drumming, so with him playing the Suicidal and the Infectious Grooves, no way. That's it. I mean, Rex Brown was more like like just background. Bass.
Okay.
But playing Pantera style drums with him would be fucking awesome.
Well, that was going to be my point. That the drummers that the bass players have played with. Now, Rex has played with Vinny predominantly.
Yeah,
but then Robert T's played with freaking.
And so
Wackermans,
all of you that are listening, you can actually you don't have to, because if you don't play drums, we're not going to say which one you play with. But if you, whatever bass player that you would prefer, you think is a better bass player. Me, I have to agree with you guys, because I think that Rex more or less was a follower instead of a leader as far as bass. Trujillo, because he had the punk, he had the really hard rock, and he had
awesome funk.
Just that funky
Yeah, if you've never heard Infectious Grooves, look up some of their
Infectious
stuff.
Grooves,
They had,
yeah.
I think, 4
Cousin
albums.
Randy's still one of my go-tos.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
At work, dude. That song comes
They
on.
have some
I'm
of
pumped
the
up.
funniest videos, too, on YouTube.
But no, you're absolutely right, Zig. Like, Rex more like he was in Dimes and Vinny's kind of band. And
Yes.
then behind Phil, you're laying it down. As metal bass players, don't get enough recognition. That's kind of like a thing.
Well, not only that, because if you
But Robert T has had the chance to his personality shines on what he does.
Well, also when you listen to Suicidal Tendencies, he stood out. If you listen to Pantera, it was more Dime, and dominating the whole thing instead of kind of like you said, Flea. He stands out.
Yeah.
I will make a point though. The Far Beyond Driven album, and this is a good interview. It was a Guitar World interview magazine on Dimebag, and they're like, "Why did you not double track a rhythm guitar part while you're doing a solo? Why did you just not have it?" He's like, "Because I wanted the bass player to shine. I wanted the feel to have the live show feel. Because Rex is a badass bass player, and
he is.
I've always loved that about him.
I love that's." By far my favorite Pantera album, and it shows. It's like so much groovier when it's like Black Sabbath when the guitar's going off and the bass is just laying it down.
If you got one guitar and you record it that way with the rhythm guitar while you're doing a solo, and then you play it live and you're just doing a solo, it sounds like you're missing something. The way they did it, nothing was ever missing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So my favorite are Cowboys from Hell and then Far Beyond Driven. Those are my two favorite albums. So the next one is. Okay, now this is tough because I try to get them in the same kind of genre.
More Ziglish.
Right? So now, Billy Sheehan, which would be like Steve Vai, David Lee Roth, Mr. Big, or Geddy Lee, Rush.
Oh, God, that's easy.
Okay, you're up.
Geddy Lee.
Oh, God.
Only because it rhymes with giggity,
actually-
giggity, giggity.
Giggity, Geddy. Actually,
why?
I liked his well-roundedness, like playing the keyboards and bass, but he was just really, really good on bass. Billy Sheehan or Sheehan? Sheehan. I always thought he was just a little overblown. I never really heard anything that really wowed me that much. I know he was good, but he was more like the studio type bass player where he just did what the fuck he was told.
I wouldn't say that.
Rush, well, he kind of did that too because Neil Peart was a songwriter.
Right?
I totally get that because I give this one almost a 50-50 because Billy Sheehan is hired to do these gigs that you're asking.
He's a
us
hired
about.
gun, yeah.
These drummers and guitar players, because he's, Eric Johns, everybody, they're like the A-list. And Rush is, Rush. And Geddy Lee, phenomenal. obviously in his own right, but Geddy Lee has more of the personality, and Billy Sheehan's more of the hired gun personality, and that reflects on stage. When I'm jamming with someone, it's like I want that fire, you know. And I think, I don't know, it's going to be hard to pull it out of both of them, you know. Geddy Lee does a lot of cool tricks, you know, Taurus pedals and all that shit.
But you got to choose one. Choose one.
But yeah, for what though?
It's
Backyard barbecue.
No,
Madison Square Garden.
Just you have to choose one.
3-piece band, definitely Geddy Lee.
No. You have to choose one. Choose. Is Sheehan
Over what
or is it
though?
Lee?
That's such a hard
I don't
question.
give a fuck. I said this is the part of the game.
If you
Which one are you
choose
gonna
one.
choose? Choose one.
If you could choose one to jam with.
Well, because I haven't listened to a lot of Billy Sheehan stuff and his style, Geddy Lee definitely.
Okay, Geddy Lee.
Oh, Billy Sheehan.
But I just want to jam rush with him.
Billy Sheehan, because I'm a huge. I like Steve Vai's stuff back from way back when he was solo, even with Frank Zappa that he did. And when he got Billy Sheehan with him playing with David Lee Roth, it was like, holy shit, what the fuck is this? And they just got together at the Ultimate NAMM night, and they did a version of, which was stupid that they didn't have David Lee Roth there, but they did one of the David Lee Roth songs, and it was just, oh God, what the fucking, I can't think of the fucking song.
Who's the drummer?
The original
kinds of drummers,
No, it was the original drummer for David Lee Roth.
Bissonette?
Bissonette,
yeah.
Greg Bissonette. He's a really nice guy. We met him with.
They played together a
That's a
lot.
huge thing,
Him
the
and
drummer
Sheehan, they
bass
were
player
like a
thing.
pair.
You know
Yeah.
how they.
Yeah, back in
know.
the '80s, they were like the tap.
No, but
I think what
it was that Shy Boy song.
Shy Boy.
Yeah,
David
but
Lee
that
Roth.
fucking that middle part where Billy Sheehan and Steve Vai just do that all together and they just nailed it live.
Giggity.
Yeah, no, that
Okay, so
that
Sheehan.
bass player would be like, yeah.
Okay.
I have to
Amazing
say
to play
though,
with.
Mr. Big was really a letdown of a band. You have this
I
whole
wasn't-
super group, and
I
then
wasn't-
it just
That was
wasn't
no
that
super
good.
group. I'm sorry.
So
Yeah,
I think
no.
I was biased against him from the beginning because of that.
But they had a few good songs. That's some really good rhythm. But if you bought the album, it was like, okay, well, there's 2 good songs. The rest of them were.
Now Racer X, that was a good super group.
But I'm going to agree with Scott. I'd go with Sheehan.
Oh, we are tied.
Because he
fit
just,
that, fit that.
I loved him when he was, with Roth, and I loved him when he was with Vi.
Oh, so you've
It's
loved him a
just-
long time?
Oh, me love him a long time.
A long time.
I'm not going to say I'm going to suck his dick, right? But
No, we can't use the G word on the air. You
had-
have to say cock.
I think that Sheehan was more diversified. I mean, obviously, Geddy Lee, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get the prog rock thing going. And I'm not saying that he's not as talented. I'm saying, but you never hear anything. I've never heard Lee do anything funky. I've never heard him do nothing heavy. I've just, it's been.
He was
Rush.
a finger player
That
too,
depends
though.
on a lot of things, though.
I think some of the stuff that came through in how he played actually did have that in, but it was in that prog rock setting.
Well, but the thing is like it's just like when you if you're watching the Battle of the Bands, if you have you got a ska band, you have a metal band, you got a funk band, you got all these different things. You have to know what you're listening to, and diversify the hearing. You know what I mean? And I think and Sheehan did that. He did pretty much everything. I mean, he did stuff for Michael Jackson. He did, he was
That
all over
says
the
a lot
board.
right there because he hired the best of the best of the best.
Yes. So, yeah, I'm going with Sheehan. Right on, Scott.
And the funny thing is,
Give them the finger.
He hired them. He would get the best of the best of the best just to make the live performances sound exactly like the album.
Yes.
Well, there's no wrong answer to such a big question. Like, for what and who's the front man and who's the guitar player? That's the big thing.
Now-
so if I had David Lee Roth as my front man and fucking Joe Satriani as my lead guitar
now I
player,
was trying to change
I'm
the story.
definitely going Billy Sheehan. Definitely.
Well, you could put Geddy
not
Lee in
Joe
another band
Satriani.
too. Like, what if we?
I'm just saying the lineup.
What if we put
It-
Geddy Lee in a hardcore
Oh, I'd
punk
take
band?
Steve Vai.
Well, I'm
over
trying to
Joe
make a point.
Satriani.
If you came to me, ask me like, "Hey, would you want to do this? This is what's involved. This is for the gig." I would definitely say yes, but that would match up. But if it was something more like maybe jamming wise or whatever, I'd want to maybe choose Geddy Lee.
I still
Or a 3-piece
I
versus a
take
4-piece.
Trujillo over both of those too. By the way,
Trio's always got.
Okay,
he's
now
so
check it
badass.
out. I'm really going to jack you guys up here. This is going to be a tough one,
jack
and
you
I
up.
guarantee you. Okay, so either Flea, obviously Flea. You know, we know the Chili Peppers, or Bootsy Collin from Parliament. Oh, yes. So you didn't think it was going to be that easy, did you? You know I was going to screw you guys up somehow.
No.
So you're up.
Flea is actually more of my generation. Like Bootsy, he's a little bit like I was a kid when he was like a star, and until later, and I listened to like a lot of his later funk stuff, and I love him. But for me and my style of drumming, I would still go with Flea because that's the kind of shit I fucking jam to.
I gotta agree, and that's another thing that comes into is the genre. What you're into when people have passed, and you have a taste for something else that you got to go back. Yeah, Flea, like, you know, the next generation, Bootsy Collins and Flea, Bootsy was first. Flea took some stuff off of him and perpetuated it, and then that's how everything goes. But Flea definitely. And
Big
plus, I
Mean-
drum a lot like Chad Smith.
Big
and
Mean
more
is
funk.
giving you a shout out on who? Big Mean.
Yeah, Jason.
Was giving you a shout out on.
Now, especially if we're talking about a backyard party, you know, 20 people, you know, well, if you have Bootsy Collins and Flea on your side, you're getting pussy anyway.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be a good party. But again,
Okay,
it
so-
depends,
so-
on,
Invite them to the show.
depends on the setting and everybody. There's a more chemistry than that.
So Flea or Bootsy?
Funk, Motown, Bootsy.
No, see, now you,
Well, you're asking some like really broad questions.
Which one's the
I'm
best
not
for
supposed to
you?
make this fucking easy, dude. This is supposed to be like really
Well, narrow it
challenging.
down a little
Well,
bit.
that basically it's
It's one of the
I
other.
know.
Where are you playing? Who are you playing
Well,
with?
no, see, here's the thing. You see, you got to listen. Linda, honey, listen.
I've been listening.
That's like one of those questions that, like, hey, well, if you were to give up one food for the other for the rest of your life, would you give up pizza or would you give up sushi? You know what I mean? You're like going, fuck,
Well,
man.
that's there. You got
Sushi
parameters
is
there.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm saying
I like sushi. I
Yeah.
love sushi.
And radiation.
But I would give up sushi better, or sushi before I gave up pizza for sure.
Yeah, pizza's awesome.
Pizza's on. So Bootsy, Flea.
Flea, two different generations, and yeah,
Flea's
definitely
pizza.
Flea.
Okay,
Matches well with my
Fleet's
playing.
up.
Scott, you're up.
Oh, Flea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, Bootsy would like if I was to jam with him, like it would be awkward. He'd be like expecting a totally different because I'm a metal drummer, but adds funk.
But you gotta like just play.
That's
that
another
little
point.
funk beat.
But who are you playing with?
Who did you choose?
But like I'm saying,
I chose
like,
Flea, but I would love to play with Bootsy.
so Flea. Okay, Flea.
and
all right.
Flea, because I mean, Flea would adapt to more of my style of playing than Bootsy Collins would. He'd be like, "Who brought this metal drummer here to fucking jam with me? Come fuck this guy."
I'm a metal drummer, but I could totally get down to like some kind of funk like that.
Well, so can
It's
I.
Just you just pull it back a little bit and just really fucking emphasize that feel, and you watch the booty moving on the dance floor.
Well, because I like head
Drums are
PE
meant to
style
control
drumming
bodies.
and shit like that. It's like funky. You get that funk in there
it's a
with the
feel.
metal. So that's more of the funk kind of influences I've had, not from actual funk music.
Okay. I chose Bootsy.
Nice.
And the reason being is because one, that Parliament was around when I started playing drums.
That's
And-
not fair.
and-
He's
and
had
that's
more
a
time
lot
to
of
think about it.
That's a lot of the
that's
the
a genre
funk
thing, too.
That's the funk genre, genre.
Genry,
Yeah, but
That,
you're a metal
that
drummer.
I grew up with.
talking
And
about my Genry.
and it was just I'm not gonna generation. I'm not talking,
Ziglish.
dude. Flea.
Generation.
What I love about Flea is definitely an awesome bass player. I mean, he is there.
He's just not much to look at.
Well, no, he's not. But I'm just, well, neither is Bootsy.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
But
Bootsy always has the glasses and the get up and everything. So
yeah, but it was the big bell
He's got to
bottoms.
be
all
100
day.
years old
Right.
now.
Yeah.
Well, here's the real point.
Well, hang on.
He played in
hang
D-Light,
on.
though.
I'm not done. Slow down, Turbo.
No, you
guys
got me wound up.
You guys got your chance. So now Flea, excellent bass player. I think he's probably, as far as like what you hear the most of, because Sheehan's not. You don't hear much of Sheehan and Getty. They're in their albums, but
They're old.
Yeah, you hear a lot of Flea, and he's there.
But a lot of Red Hot Chili Peppers really sucks.
Yeah, the
new stuff. Yeah.
My thing is I don't.
Yeah.
And
For like the last 20 years.
you guys might disagree with me on this, but I don't think that he blends the funk and the modern whatever. I don't know what type of style that Chili Peppers is. I really have never nailed them down to a style, and I just don't. I don't think that that the transitions that he does throughout music is. I mean, it's good, but I just it takes me. It is like, whoa, that was a very erratic change.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because I really like the old Flea a lot better. Like their music really changed, and they tried to like soften it up and just be like more like
modern.
pop.
Yeah,
But the old stuff back in the punk days and up to Blood Sugar Sex Magic, that's when it was just like do whatever the hell you want to do, and that shit was awesome.
Yeah,
but your question is, who would you rather jam with, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And because I know.
But you're not a funk drummer, are you?
Oh yeah, dude. Fucking Chuck. Oh, dude, Chuck Leonard.
Chuck is very Chuck is very Flea-like.
He loves.
We had him in the
the
studio
shit that I played with him was
once when we had the electronic set.
Yeah, the shit that I played with him was all punk. When me and him and Mike just jammed.
Well, that's probably because he was like going, "Okay, well, give me a beat."
I'm like, yeah, but they only want to play punk
yeah,
shit.
so it's your fucking fault, man.
I'm like, okay, I'm a metal drummer playing funk, or playing fucking punk.
If Chuck shows up at my
Metal
shop
and
for
punk
band
are almost
practice,
the same thing.
No, they're not.
When Chuck shows up to my shop for band practice, dude, and he gets and I'm closing up the shop, and he always starts playing the funk, that pop bass and stuff, and I can't wait to fucking close the shop up, keep it on my kit, and it's always me and him, but I guarantee you, as soon as the other two guitar players get involved, it's like, oh, you guys just fucked it all up.
Oh.
Well, because Johnny sucks goddamn donkey dick, and then
guitar players' egos always do that
and
shit
Steve
too.
and Steve, he's a good guitar player, but he don't know how to play funk.
How can you not know funk of playing guitar?
Well, the guitar is kind of because there's not much guitar. You know what I mean?
The guitar's like almost the last thing in the funk.
Exactly.
You gotta see where the drummer's going.
Guitar
You can do a little bit with the wall.
And which bass player? So the point you just made,
Play it like a
right after
percussion
the point they just
instrument.
made, when you go into practice and you're a band that plays metal, but you go in and do funk and it's fun and you can't wait to do it and lay it down, that's you usually wind up doing something like that. Like if Flea or Boots Collins want to jam with us, they're probably like, okay, let's not do funk, let's do something different and make something new out of it.
But I doubt Bootsy Collins would want to do that. But Flea would probably be more wanting to do that. That's what my point was.
But if you're mixing with some people, like, they can, like, you're saying you can't play funk, that's bullshit. It depends who you're with in the room at a certain time.
Yeah,
if you're vibing, you're going to vibe. But drummers vibe, dude. Drummers are chameleons. You're going to fall in.
It's all about the pocket.
Someone's going to do something, and you're going to play outside of your realm. And it's going to happen.
Well, see, you and I were talking.
It's a natural thing.
You and I were talking about that earlier about how the effect a drummer has on things. But you always. I'm not a songwriter, so if you bring this song to me, and I will figure out the pattern to it. But once we do it, things change. But we still, as drummers, we still fall into. We listen and we apply, because we're chameleons that way.
Yeah. You're a product of your environment, which is your questions you're asking is like there's a lot of other dynamics.
Right.
Don't mean nitpick, but there's the way I think though, it's like the settings, who you're with, because that definitely has an effect on the way I play and my approach and who's on first, who's directing the whole thing.
Okay.
Even if you're doing metal, I say you still want to have some good pocket, like a really good heavy beat that gets people moving. Because that's what I know, like, judging by the audience, if they're all just standing around, then it's like, but, I mean, you don't have to be funky, be super on point with that pocket in between you and the bass player and the guitar player, too. Because I'm actually the type of drummer that plays more with guitar than with bass. But I'm definitely a pocket drummer.
I like to mix them both up. But okay, I got the next one for you. And this one's, because neither one of these bass players are standout bass players. They're really good. They do their job well. But they're not ones that stand up. So you've got
and they're 20 years apart.
You've got John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin. Okay,
He was good. What
Yeah,
the hell,
I know,
man?
but I said I didn't say they weren't
Why
good.
are you talking bad about John Paul
I did
Jones?
not say they, I
shit.
did not say that. I did not say they weren't good. I said they weren't standout bass players.
Where
Because you got to figure
Were you
John
on
Paul.
rock?
Hell no.
Dude, John Paul Jones was on stage with Jimmy Page, and when if you mention Led Zeppelin,
now you're holding that
first
against
people
him?
are like, oh yeah, Jimmy Page, So John Paul Jones, okay, or Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath.
Ooh.
That's a really good
Oh, now
one.
you're talking
See?
about Geezer?
See that dark groove. Both of them had it. Who playing guitar though?
No.
that
See,
is a
well,
tough
stop fucking this shit up, Tater Tot.
No, I have to.
Iommi?
I have to.
No, you don't.
I would probably go more Zeppelin
Why?
because I'm John Bonham reincarnated. That's right.
Ass liquor. Shit my brains. Fucking idiot.
Actually, I think there was a lot more like free play stuff when it comes to like the drum, and even with like the rigid sort of framework that Sabbath had, because there's like their drummer had a lot of freestyle stuff. But I
Okay.
don't know about the bass.
Good
player.
point, Dave.
All right,
I think
that's
like,
a great point.
because they've gone through a lot of bass players over the years. But
I was gonna bring that up too.
but Zeppelin hasn't. They pretty much stuck with the same bass player all this whole time. Except they haven't been touring or recording since Bonham died.
Well, here's the
Unfair
thing, though.
advantage.
Both Bill Ward and John Bonham were like the loud, bombastic drummers, and Geezer and John Paul Jones both wrangled in their drummers and got them in the groove, so to say. Mm-hmm. But what a lot of people don't know is that groove-wise, they're both sick at grooves. But John Paul Jones is the one that wrote the fucking panty wetters, like Black Dog grooves.
Hold that thought for just a second, okay? How is it that our girls take over the show, and then I got Thelma.
You just saw her shit?
I just seen that. I thought you guys were just talking fucking shit, and Thelma was like in there.
She threw
Put
it
me
out.
on the hot seat. I thought you guys just brought something up, but anyways, so
Oh, is that what that little box is? You did plan on.
fuck off.
Shit, sorry.
It's fucking good. Okay, so
I'll go with John Paul.
John
I
Paul
also like
Jones.
the fact because he played keyboards too.
yeah, like Eddie. Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
All right.
Love them both for different reasons, but a lot of similar reasons. I'd have to go John Paul Jones because the way he conducts himself and directs himself, he'll pull the best out of you. And Geezer is kind of like, he'll try to wrangle you in, but no, the multi-instrumental thing, organs, keyboard, mandolin, he wrote the tasty shit. Yeah, just this much more for John Paul Jones.
Geezer. I mean, I'm in a saboteur, but for Christ's sake, I gotta go Geezer.
Is that a surprise, Scott?
Yeah. Gotta go.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with Scott. I would go. The main reason
50% again.
Well, the main reason I go with Geezer is because, again, just like John Paul Jones is just like Rex, where he's kind of following the guys. He's got Jimmy Page, just like Rex is going to follow.
No, you're wrong right
Dimebag. No, hang on, slow down, Turbo. It's my opinion. Well, you're wrong. Okay, dude, John Paul Jones has a lot of great licks. I love, and he's right in there. And him and John were like, ooh man. I mean, I don't know if you can get any tighter than that, But I think Geezer, me being a metal drummer and a heavy hitter. Just Geezer had just that power driving thing.
That would make sense.
Just really just gets my heart pumping and just makes me want to smash the shit out of my fucking drums. And that's just my thing. So yep, I agree.
Makes absolute sense. I agree with you on that. Metal, definitely Geezer.
We need cheers on that one. I'll give you.
Yeah, but they are very close too.
They are. I mean, like I said,
Zeppelin had that like really heavy groove to it, where you could like really just. Like
Cashmere, for instance.
Yeah,
great
that's
fucking tune.
That's
Very
a good
basic,
example of being
but
heavy
get heavy.
and pocket.
Yeah,
But here's the thing,
It
though.
was very stripped down and simple too.
Rex and John Paul Jones, Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones co-founded Led Zeppelin, and Rex didn't. Rex was like the fourth guy. Like
Rex.
Yeah,
I
Rex
think we're
was.
talking about Rex Banner from The Simpsons.
Well, Rex was
Well, you got Rex up.
What
You got
do
Rex
they
up.
call a seat filler?
Rex.
But
Who the fuck
John
is
Paul
Rex?
Jones, and he was so like
Wait,
savvy,
back on Rex
studio,
Brown?
everything, and it's because John Bonham
wait.
was a country guy. You
Got
know?
you.
He was just a
That's-
big drummer.
That's for JJ.
But
Trying to keep the
it's
same
that
glasses.
Yeah, I'm not trying to swap
No,
spit with you.
no
cocksucker.
cross contamination here.
Doesn't
All
matter.
right. Tato wouldn't fucking matter because he probably double dips his chips anyways.
Hey, what's wrong with double dipping?
Okay, here's another one.
Don't be scared.
Geezer Butler did.
Okay, this is my favorite
dip
one.
with Ozzy,
Okay, this is
I
my
would not
favorite
dip
one.
with
Now,
Ozzy.
okay, you guys ready? Because I know all four of us are really big fans of both these bands, and we're talking old school. So you got Steve Harris,
Oh yeah, one of
From
my
who?
favorites. Iron Maiden.
okay, or Cliff Burton.
Hey.
Come on, name the band.
Well,
Metallica.
Oh, Metallica.
But
No, yeah.
yes.
But
Well, Cliff's dead, so
old
by
school
default,
Metallica.
No,
No,
no
there's
default.
no default because you have
No,
to be a
I'm a
fan
huge
of,
Steve
of,
Harris
of OG Metallica.
Everybody
I like
prime,
OG
right?
Metallica, but I never liked like the style of bass with all the fuzziness and everything as much as like Steve Harris was just fucking amazing.
Okay.
I don't think there's anything wrong with Cliff Burton other than being dead and he can't play anymore. But Steve Harris.
Okay. I knew it was gonna be a tough one for you.
I'm trying not to go so like, cerebral because
Trust your intuitive wisdom.
that is my wisdom. These are the parameters aren't there, but I'd say just chilling wise, definitely Cliff Burton. He smokes weed, likes to party, and he had a direction, he had a spirit about him that was so special. He was the first like really true thrash metal bass player that got recognition for using his fingers. He's the one that stood out, and he got Metallica to move from LA to the Bay Area where they got all the success. It was all spirit. And he wouldn't let them be fags, posers. He was always there. No, we got to do this way. But
Yeah,
Steve
Steve
Harris,
actually
though,
originated from the IE.
but Steve
didn't know
Harris
that.
is the only original member of Iron Maiden, and it was all he's the mastermind. And
He's such a fucking
but it's like
bomb
that
bass
Cliff
player.
Burton was influenced by Steve Harris a lot, and all that
Oh,
stuff. Jamming wise, I got to go Cliff Burton. Steve Harris, I think we're going to play like 3 different things, and then he's just going to tire me out.
Okay.
No, Cliff Burton.
Yeah, but
chill.
Nico played with a single pedal too, with that style of playing that Steve Harris did.
Clive
which was
Burr?
cool.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. I got to go Steve Harris. I'm sorry. It just that
That makes sense with you,
style.
though.
Yeah, because I mean, my style of playing, and if I had to choose one to jam with, yeah, that would definitely fit more for me and my style. And it just, he's an amazing fucking bass player. No disrespect to fucking, Cliff Burton, but
Was he the songwriter too? I noticed
Steve
when
Harris
I saw
does a
them
lot of
live,
writing,
he
yeah.
knows
Steve
all
Harris
the
is-
lyrics. He just
does
like
a lot
sings
of
them
the
out into the
writing.
air. He doesn't like use a mic. He's just but he's like mouthing everything Dickinson's singing.
He's predominantly everything in
Yeah.
Maiden.
Yeah.
and
He's
and
Eddie.
I'm just showmanship. I mean, that guy's just crazy. It's amazing. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
He runs as much as Bruce Dickinson.
All right.
They're like crisscrossing all over the stage.
I'm gonna go with Cliff, and the main reason why I'm gonna go with Cliff is because I agree with Tato that if you listen, you can listen to every single Maiden album. I think that the range of Steve's playing is here on a range of here. It's the gallop thing. And it's like, okay, well, how many times can you fucking do it? That's like basically.
it's
hang on,
nonstop.
Hank. I did not interrupt you, fucking guys.
Oh, maybe you should have.
Just like it's like Phil Rudd from AC/DC. He has a function. He has a beat. He does change it up a little bit, And he might add a few toms and some extra cymbals, but it's basically the same fucking thing. So,
Yep.
Cliff was all over the goddamn fucking board. You watch him, and he's fucking all over the goddamn place. And I'm not saying that Steve does not do that once in a while, but basically, when he's it's that gallop, and he's on that fucking top E string, and that's what he's doing.
I'm gonna say this
During
though,
the
like,
rhythm, yeah, but not during like his interludes where he goes into that weird like doo 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 like weird.
But it's still in the
crazy.
same area.
No,
you
it's
know,
not
yeah.
a gallop.
it's
I'm
different,
just saying, but he's still in the same area. He's not
Most
all
of their songs
over
are
that
very
fucking
similar
thing, man.
groove.
Cliff was fucking just insane and very fast too.
Well, Steve
plus,
Steve
not only
has some
Cliff-
tasty shit though.
Well, see, Cliff not only did he play with his fingers, played with a pick, and he strummed it like Lemmy, if it needed to be.
Yeah.
Lemmy.
I thought
No,
Metallica.
no strumming of the fucking bass.
Fuck yeah.
I
dude.
thought it was
that's
really
what
cool
fucking
that they
my-
decided to continue on. And
My
I like
guitar, my
Lowe's
bass
that
player
used
for
to
Day Zero
Metallica,
does that
too.
shit, and I can't stand it. And I'm like, dude, play with your fucking fingers for Christ's sake.
Hey man,
I
it's
didn't
hard.
say he did it all the time.
Don't play
I'm just
chords
saying.
on the goddamn bass. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? No.
I'm not saying he did it all the time, but
Claypool
he
plays
did.
chords,
He
too.
did all three. You know what I mean?
Lee.
Hey, when's Claypool come up on this?
What's that?
When's Claypool come in on this? Ah,
I was waiting for that too.
damn. But I was saying, like, I like Jason Newsted with Metallica. Like,
Oh,
I
God.
was happy that they kept going, even though they had a band member die, which that a lot of times that kills the whole band. And I thought he was like a really good fit. But the coolest thing ever
Boring.
was he came from a band that was more speed metal, Flotsam and Jetsam. They hired a new bass player. I can't remember that guy's name, but that bass player was one of the best bass players I have ever fucking heard. In a speed metal setting, but crazy fingers, just doing any kind of stuff. I've never heard anybody do anything like it since. Damn, I wish I knew his name.
But that's the thing, though. See, Cliff Burton, he had a role in the where Metallica headed. That's why they moved to San Francisco. He would not let them be posers or fags. Like, you want to do metal? We're going to do it this way. And Lars and James, it's always Lars and James. It's always has been. And to battle them, he took them both on and said, hey, I'm going to keep the soul of Metallica. I'm
so are
going to
you
keep this
saying
vibe.
Lars and James wanted to be like gay, but he didn't let them?
They just
They
just
wanted
want
to go
to
hang
control
out with
everything.
that
Because, you know, when Jason Newsted, it's like, okay, we got control now. Cliff's gone. I mean, everyone knows this. Everyone's in the metal, but like the, you know, Cliff Burton or Steve Harris thing, like even Steve Harris, he's a it's like nothing goes by him without him saying so. If you're a drummer like Clive Burr and you know,
What about Nika McBrain?
you're gonna go follow. If Steve Harris shows up in the room, you're like, oh shit, I better do what he says, or I'm gonna get fucked up because he's gonna shred you. And there's no. It doesn't seem to me like Steve Harris would like be in the same room with me and have a fun time. He would just say I suck. But Cliff Burton, he would be like, fuck yeah, man, just go with your heart, bro.
Yeah, true.
So as per the question, just bass player drummer thing. Cliff Burns, he's definitely seems more jammable. I mean, that's even in pictures.
Well, it's a hard decision, yeah.
But as you know, like what you were saying, as soon as freaking Jason Newsted got on the band, there was a new era of Metallica, and not saying it's good. Or
well,
bad,
I thought they were actually going to
but
go like into the
from
direction.
Injustice for All, it was all Lars and James.
I loved
up
Injustice
front.
for All.
But
But
there's no bass.
after that,
I couldn't tell you any bass lines from Jason Newsted.
Actually, everything
you
in
know
the
what
mix of that was weird, but
Boring.
the way that they wrote the songs and structured them was good. But then, like going into the Black Album to go into like doing poppy metal, that's when that stuff turned me off.
Do you know though any metal band of Metallica stature, 1988 or whatever, that could choose a bass player and they choose Jason Newsted? It was what? How old was he when he joined Metallica? He was a kid, dude.
I think he was 17.
They didn't want any
I don't think he was
conflict.
that young. I think he was
They
like
did- he was
20,
young.
I think. But he was still young.
Even
But he was
20 is
already
young
established with
as
Flotsam
far
and
as
Jetsam.
their
Because they were a
rise.
damn good band.
But he fucked up, trying to do his own thing when he was under contract. That was Jason's problem.
Oh, he was still under contract when he split?
Yeah, that's why they kicked
Whoops.
him out. He's, dude, you're under contract. You can't do this.
See,
and then
but-
he was rebellious because now he had fame and all that shit. And then he's like going, I can do whatever the fuck I want. You know, he's got money.
Well, he
he's
actually
got
did
the notoriety.
a pretty good
and
launch.
then when they fired him, then he tried to do what was that?
Just did Newstead.
No, he did a what was the come on.
Oh, I
Tato,
don't know.
what was he did? It was not. It
But
wasn't
the stuff that he's doing
wasn't Newstead. It
like
was
a couple
something
years
else.
Ago,
It was
they had some new stuff, and like he's doing good work.
Dude, someone help us out here, dude.
It's
There was
pretty good.
something
It's almost on the cusp of
that he
average.
did,
Almost being average.
and it was a band. I forget what it was, man. And It had a couple good songs, but it just,
Well, I will throw this out there. Jason Newsted never got to be great because he was under James and Lars's umbrella.
Yeah.
That's why. That's a big thing in metal, dude. And there's always going to be that contrast. Cliff Burton, Jason Newsted. There's definitely a thing, but where Metallica is now, Cliff Burton would never allow that.
Yeah, they always made
And
him
all the old
like
school
feel
fans-
like he was like a sub member of the band. You know, he was never really part of them, and that's just because that's the way they treated him.
Yeah,
Like,
they didn't want that contrast.
They should have hired Billy Sheehan.
Okay.
he would have been running the show. See, that's why Les Claypool tried out for
where's
Metallica,
Claypool?
and they wouldn't let him on. Like, no, you're too good.
Okay, who are you gonna?
Well,
put against Claypool?
since you're talking about this, it's okay because you know what? I think that when Trujillo joined Metallica, I think he just completely fucked off his talent. Think about.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Hang on a second. Because see, Tater is already fucking sitting there saying, trying to screw with me. Think about. I want you to go back in your
There's no more
recorded
bass
brain,
slaps.
okay? And think of where he came like.
Yeah, think of what he's capable of.
Not just suicidal. What was
Infectious Grooves.
Infectious Grooves. Okay, now listen to what he's playing now. Okay, the new shit, not the cover stuff, the new shit. And I guarantee you, Taylor, you cannot tell me I'm full of shit right now.
Well, first of all, you got to bridge from Infectious Grooves or Suicidal, all the years he played with Ozzy, another umbrella, in a metal situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason he's in Metallica is more of the metal situation because the suicidal tendencies, they're so hardcore in their own genre that a lot of fans wouldn't accept it just to jump from Infectious Grooves or Suicidal to Metallica and then allow Robert T to be controlled like that.
You know,
Like Robert T was already,
no. So
he's already a company man. He's already a company man.
You're avoiding the question.
They chose Robert T because he's great, but he's a company man, and
So it's
he
Sabbath's
chose a
fault.
good freaking. You saw the people they had to choose from. They had Eric Avery from Jane's Addiction. They turned down Les Claypool. He's too good.
So
They
basically,
wanted to manipulate somebody.
They wanted
give him the
Claypool
cheddar.
and Metallica?
And Robert Trujillo has so many hours under his belt. He has all the respect in the world already. Way 10 years before Metallica, eons before Metallica, and it doesn't matter anymore. He's setting up his nest egg.
so what? So
Metallica's a nest egg.
So
you get paid.
Okay, so what you're saying is that
No chemistry.
Trio sold out.
yes, that's exactly what Tato is saying.
He was already a bought product from being, but it was a good thing. They bought him because he was good.
You didn't
Suicidal.
you didn't answer my question.
He's good,
I
but
did.
he's not
You're
as good
diverting
as he
my
could
question.
be in Metallica.
Just say yes or no.
Everybody, yes.
Okay.
okay, wait.
Everybody
Before you
sells
start
out.
the next one,
Okay. Well, you know what? And I'm telling you, now, I'm not going to be mad at you or Trujillo, for any reason, because you know what? He was a broke dick motherfucker because he was living in an apartment in Venice.
No.
And when he got signed for Metallica, there's a video of him on YouTube. When he got signed, he was like fucking jumping around his thing because they said, okay, well, we're going to give you $1 million signing bonus.
oh hell yeah!
And he was, I mean, you could see in his face, he started crying.
Yeah, they fucking baited him. Let me ask you guys this on the
Well,
drum
that's
panel.
still a good fucking.
If
gig.
you're-
It's
if-
Metallica.
Well, right. I mean, would I take it? I would sell myself out. I'm just saying.
It's not like you're joining
Trujillo
some
sold
fucking cheesy
out.
metal band.
He
Metallica, they're writing like original shit.
Dude.
It's a fucking good gig.
Metallica's dude. Every time
It's
they come
not
a new
as
album,
good
it
as
sucks
other
more
stuff.
donkey
It's the Lars
dick
and
than
James
the
show.
last
That's why
one.
it sucks,
Yeah.
Zig. That's why it
Yup.
sucks.
Dude, this last album is got to be the fucking worst album I've ever heard.
When I heard that they were fucking hiring Trujillo, I was like, yes, he's going to inject some new life into Metallica. And that didn't happen.
No,
'Cause-
it did
'cause
not
what
happen.
Matt
He doesn't
said,
have a say
it's
in
the
shit.
James and
You know,
Mark
and
show.
here, check this out. The new Metallica album, I'd rather hear fucking System of a Dumb
I haven't even
than
heard
the
it.
new Metallica
He doesn't
album.
like System of a Down. Isn't that
No,
so
I
bad?
don't. I think they're one of the worst bands on the fucking planet.
Yeah,
I'd
okay.
rather if you said, you know what, here's what you have to listen to: the new Metallica or anything new Metallica, but new Metallica or System of a Dumb. I'd grab that fucking System of a Dumb and I'd fucking put that shit in my CD and rock the fuck out of it.
Yep.
Before we sway way off subject, can I ask you guys a question? If any one of us was Robert Trujillo himself, all your experience, which drummer would you want to play with? Would you really want to play with Lars fucking Ulrich?
No.
talk about washed up, wrung out.
He's basically he's showing his age. Dude, who's
bass players? Dude, you need fucking any one of Ozzy's drummers.
I think Lars.
If I was Robert T,
drummer,
I would choose any single one of Ozzy's drummers over fucking Lars. I would choose Ozzy's guitar players playing drums over Lars Ulrich.
Dude, you know what?
Come on.
Because you know who's actually
put yourself in the bass player.
But who's older than what's his face from fucking Journey?
Steve Perry.
No, not the drummer. You fucking nitwit. This fucking guy in the
his
singer
name
clinic.
was Mike something.
No, the drummer for God. Come on, guys.
Mike.
Shit, I'm completely.
You had us on the middle when you go through out Journey.
I'm just
Steve
Schmidt.
No. Oh, turn your goddamn ringer off. No,
it's probably somebody calling with the answer.
God damn it. We all hit a brick wall.
Yep.
I don't know.
Shit.
Okay, what the fuck does Journey to have to do with that?
No, I'm just saying because
they did bait Trujillo, and it was on film, and he was going to take it. I met Robert Trujillo in person. It was going to happen.
God, I'm trying to fucking.
It's all business.
Yeah, I'm just saying. But Lars, I think he's just. I don't know if he's feeling his age, but his fucking drumming has just gotten. I mean, think about Garage Days and Justice. Think of the drumming there, and then what he's putting out now is just like dog shit. Fuck. I mean, my son could fucking play drums better than that. I mean, add more to it and just give it more heaviness. You know what I mean? It's been fucking Metallica, for God's sake. How do you go from like being this real power band to like playing bar mitzvah shit?
I can answer that right away.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Anybody here, tell me I'm fucking wrong.
Nope.
Lars could be great if people wanted to fucking be around him and jam with him. See, other people pull greatness out of you. But Lars is such a dick. He's a fucking asshole. He's not in it for the right reasons. So he never really improved. He never went up because metal drummers.
Plateau very early. In
right when
career.
Metallica dipped out after the Black Album, dude, so many good metal drummers came out, and Lars, he'll tell you himself, I suck compared to all these guys. I'm good at buying paintings.
Him live back in the day, seeing him play his own material that he recorded live. He was like shortcutting stuff, and it just wasn't the same. It wasn't a good drum performance when I saw Metallica live, and that was like during the And Justice for All tour.
And Justice for All, the drums are fucking amazing.
Great.
I don't believe that's even Lars.
Black. See, I knew when they came out with Black. I was thinking I liked the album, but I'm like going, wow, this Lars is like
that was Lars' decision
to be like going. I'm already a millionaire. I can actually work less and get paid more.
Exactly.
That's such not a metal mindset. And he did explain exactly that. He's like, we wanted to work with Motley Crue's producer, blah, blah, because I want something low and heavy and not as busy, so I don't work as hard.
Wasn't he AC/DC's producer? Too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Bob Rock...
But he was going for that Phil Rudd feel. He was like pulling back, and he just wanted to be that straight four on the floor guy almost.
Because you have the success.
Okay. All right.
It does get you tired.
Right.
Wait, before we do the next round, let's change it up. One of the guys is Les Claypool, and on the fly, pick somebody else that makes me want to choose somebody over Les.
Which guy on the fly? Where?
Choose another bass player to go against Les Claypool.
Okay. Robert Trujillo or Les Claypool with David Lee Roth as your frontman.
Ooh.
Well, see, Tato just fucking adds all kinds of other shit in there.
At the US Festival, 1986.
David Lee Roth, while he could still sing.
He's talking about bass players. He wants to add.
I saw Van Halen live.
He wants to add a guitar player and a fucking singer and everything else.
Definitely.
I think I would still take Claypool over Trujillo.
All right, I can't be mad at you on that.
They're two of my favorites, though.
Well, I'd be more intimidated by Les Claypool for sure. Les Claypool is the businessman, front runner, and the guy.
He's like
in his element. Robert Trujillo is a company man, therefore he fits in my pocket. I think I wouldn't be intimidated by Robert T.
But Claypool writes all kinds of stuff that's not like
Les Claypool shows a little 6-year front
he has got all these side bands.
I'm gonna have to reset my drums.
But he's an actual composer too. He does like soundtracks to fucking anime and shit. So there's a lot of other stuff you're going to be able to get out of him as a bass player and musician in general too.
Okay, so now we're done with bass players. Now we're going to guitar players. Okay. Since because I know that all four of us are bass and guitar player, guys.
You realize we only got 8 minutes left.
That's all right. Really? So then you got the shut the thing. We're still going fucking live. We can the rest of it outside of Chaotic Radio. The rest of it we can
we did the extra hour last time.
Okay, now we're doing the guitars.
Oh, good.
All right.
Guitar.
So
good.
Now, this one's going to be a tough one. Okay, Jimi Hendrix versus Jimmy Page.
Hendrix all the way. I always thought Page had a little bit of sloppiness to him. Like when I heard his guitar, that really I thought he could have done a lot better. Sorry to be critical of like a legend, but Hendrix, I love his style. The feel of it was just incredible. I think that's really what Page wanted to be, but just wasn't.
Well, he said sloppiness.
Yeah.
He actually,
I love it.
He actually used the word sloppy in the same sense with Jimmy Page.
Yep.
That's fucked up.
Definitely sloppy.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was part of his style, though.
Part of his recording technique,
that's really
too.
what made him who he is, because it was completely original. It's like, it doesn't have to be perfect, because he had a feel, too.
All right.
Definitely. That's a tough one because, both those guitar players will bring the best out of you. Mitch Mitchell, very underrated.
He's one of my favorite drummers.
Right
of
up there
all
with
time.
Keith Moon, John Bonham. His name never gets mentioned, and it sucks. I love Mitch Mitchell. But Jimmy Page was the guy that could manipulate you like he did with Led Zeppelin. He built Led Zeppelin off a lot of things, and he wanted that drummer that he could vibe off of. And because he's so imperfectionate, but he wanted to
but he didn't control John.
Led Zeppelin was all about the character of every musician, not technically, but just soul. So I feel comfortable in the same room more with Jimmy Page. Absolutely. Because he knows how a drummer plays, too. He knows how to mic him up and make him sound fat.
Right. So that the controlling thing, that's why when instead of John Paul, that's why I, didn't chose John Paul, because chose and
Didn't chose.
no, because chose is past tense, and this was earlier, so it is past tense. Choose is
That's why you didn't choose. It can still be past tense.
The grammar show.
Anyway, so
In the past life.
so that's the thing, because Robert Plant and John Paul were like, okay, well, we're gonna follow where John and Jimmy are at, guaranteed. Okay,
That's
you're
funny,
up,
because
Scott.
I chose their bass player, but not their guitar player. I didn't think about that until just now when you said that.
All right.
Oh, Jimmy.
They demoted Noel Redding to bass, dude.
Jimmy, because
that's
no, not Jimmy. No, okay, wait, hold. They're okay. What was
Yeah,
it?
they're both Jimmy.
They're both Jimmy. Okay, well, Page, Jimmy Page. I'm like Jimmy. Oh yeah,
Different skin tones,
Jimmy,
but
Hey, Jimmy.
the white one. No, no, Jimmy Page. Because I'm more of a Zeppelin fan than a Jimmy Page or Jimmy. Goddamn. See?
It's funny. I was always more of a Zeppelin fan than Hendrix, too.
Yeah, I
But
wasn't.
It's Mitch Mitchell, and the way that he is able to play is actually how I made that decision.
Yeah,
because
Mitch
I
Mitchell
love
is
his
amazing,
style.
but it's like as far as guitar players and one that I would like to play with, it'd probably be more of a style thing. Like, I could do more Zeppelin style than I can Hendrix. So I would say Jimmy
If I ever had a chance to
On your
play
point,
like
Scott,
with
though-
Hendrix or something like that, to play that style, I would do like double, at least half of like good as what he did.
All right. Well, the thing is, because now we're going back to back in time, and I loved Jimi Hendrix. I mean, Jimi Hendrix was the shit. It was Jimi Hendrix, and then it was like Led Zeppelin. We all had the posters on the wall, and of course, then there was the famous poster of Jimmy on top of his guitar when it was on fire. And the whole thing, just like Ace Frehley with the smoking guitar.
Have you ever heard the Band of Joy?
Yeah.
It's late 60s.
Hang on a second.
No, it was Led Zeppelin before
Robert Plant.
Jimmy Page.
Okay, yes, but
Hold up, Turbo Hippie.
Paul,
slow
Jones,
down,
and
Turbo.
Bonham.
Okay, shave the armpits and the legs real quick.
Oh, you want me to shave him?
But the more I thought about it, I think that because who said that? Who chose Jimi Hendrix? Okay,
and I still do.
And so your point, because you said that that Jimmy Page seemed more sloppy.
I would just feel like I'm.
You
more
did say sloppy
Hendrix's style.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, I did say sloppy.
Okay, but now I chose Jimmy Page because it was that he kind of like he did that like really like tripping on acid kind of guitar playing. You know, it was like really well. No, but see, think about it. But see,
Jimmy put acid in his headband.
I know, but Jimi Hendrix, it was still direct. You know, it wasn't like really venturing off too much. He'd ventured off a little bit.
You think?
More so in his solos than in his music. Think about it.
Well,
the music was still the music.
I think his music is pretty far out.
Yeah, but you listen to Led Zeppelin. I mean, they were just like. It was a band effort.
They would take you on a journey. For sure.
That's the point.
Yeah, but think about it. But the guitar really just kind of like flowed, just really in different directions. Well, you know what I mean?
Just look at him.
You're
highlighting awesome guy, and then you're highlighting a whole band.
Yeah, and then what?
There's two English guys and an American black guys band.
But what did
it hired specifically?
What did it create? I think that Jimmy Page really brought the best out of John Bonham. I'm just saying. Because it was so, like Bonham you said, the word obscure, which is the same thing that you say about System of a Down. It is obscure, I have to admit. And the drummer, I love the drummer from System of a Down. I just don't like the band.
Yeah.
But I think that the music actually makes the drummer really work. And I'm not going to disagree with that.
I like the band more, just not quite as much the singer.
We're not talking about fucking singers. You're going to start with Taylor.
No, I'm not talking about System of a Down.
Oh, okay.
Like if you take the singer away.
Yeah,
but then again, they did that. They actually broke up. The band recorded some albums, and then the singer.
Why do they always set the fork? Why do they always set the fork?
And the funny thing was,
who gives a fuck about a fork?
The singer's solo stuff was so much more produced than any of the System of a Down stuff.
There was no.
So it was like he was trying to go.
What did he say?
Wait a minute. What did you say what did you think?
Why do they always set the fork?
I do have to bring this up though. Hendrix versus Zeppelin. The Hendrix band was made up and sought after by executives. They wanted a band for Jimi Hendrix, so they got these two English guys that wouldn't interfere with Jimi Hendrix's fucking exposure. You know, so they got the two white guys from England with the afros. And then they brought him back for America. But Jimmy Page, though, he did all the hard work. He was a studio hack. He even played bass just to get road experience. And because of his bringing up with Jeff Beck had the idea, I want a loud drummer. I'm going to put together a super band with a big kick drum and do that groove beat. And they did it.
Success-wise.
Jeff Beck left Yardbirds to do it, and Jimmy Page is still stuck with the Yardbirds legacy. And then off that, he had the idea already, so he contacted John Paul Jones. Like, those were the two guys at first, him and John Paul Jones. And they wanted Terry Reid as a singer, and Terry Reid was under contract. He suggested Robert Plant, and Robert Plant suggested John Bonham. So John Bonham and Robert Plant were country guys, but Jimmy Page, on your point, he brought the best out of everything, but especially out of that drummer.
Because he took him from band.
It was kind of.
He even had two bass drums. They used to hide the other bass drum from him. Like, no, you're not playing two bass drums, bro.
What,
This is a yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's. Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
There's a lot of these little facts that I grew up with.
Nick McBrain was a one bass drum player too.
It was those two guys, but Jimmy Page, he had an idea, and John Paul Jones was the smartest one in the band, and they knew what they wanted because they already saw it happening. Vanilla Fudge, Cream. And Jimi Hendrix's parents.
He said vanilla fudge and cream in one
Did you already do yours?
Yep. Sexy.
You already did yours?
All right, ready for the next one?
Yep.
Well, hold on.
Wait, before you leave, JJ, you have to shut the thing down, right? The radio.
Well, hold on before he does that.
Wait,
damn it.
Well, I think it's already too late.
It's already
Oh, we got 42 seconds.
Oh, you got tickets, Scott.
Hurry.
I got tickets for Monster from Meadow Fest, March 23rd. 10 bands, all tribute bands, and Mr. Crowley be playing on the main stage. So anybody who wants free tickets, hit up the Facebook site or hit up me, and we can get you on the list or whatever. If you guys want to go, I got tickets for you.
There you go, free tickets. All right. Chaotic Radio is being signed off right now. We are still going to be going with Facebook and YouTube Live.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's at the Garden Amphitheater in Garden Grove, by the way.
Garden Grove.
Garbage Grove.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to guitar players. So or back to guitar players.
Love this subject.
Right. Wait, you have to. Are you going to take a piss?
Who's got the fucking key?
I put the key back up.
I did too.
Who's got the fucking key?
Oh! Where the sign? Where the sign?
Don't. Okay, so now
I'll go next, then I'll go next.
This is a good one. This is a tough one too. It might cost you your ice cream yellow. Joe Perry from Aerosmith or Carlos Santana?
Santana for sure.
Oh God.
I mean, I love Aerosmith. I grew up on Aerosmith, and they were just like, as far as like being a rock icon, like in the 70s. That's probably one of the reasons why I play drums. But to play with Santana, oh my fucking God, I'm creaming my jeans right now.
That's just because you're Mexican.
That's why he has the bathroom keys.
I got to take a shit.
Okay, well, go ahead and take care of yourself in the bathroom while you have the key. Tato.
Well, just them Santana for sure, because he knows how to pull it all together. He's been, he's in the studio, he's engineering, he knows what sound he wants. Joe Perry's just a lead guitar player that's combating with the other lead singer. He doesn't have a say in what our feel is until I really know him and do shots together. I don't know. That one would depend on the other members of the band. But Santana, just me and him, yeah, one-on-one, definitely. Wash.
I'm not a fan of Santana at all. I don't like that Hispanic rock stuff, whatever. I'm a rock guy, but I don't like.
I love this show.
I don't want a cucaracha in there. Come on, Aerosmith. I mean, it's Joe Perry.
I love this.
No, absolutely.
So we'll call the Santana.
He'd hear my drumming and go, "Oh,
there's no good or bad.
It's not salsa. Come on.
Yeah.
I need some salsa."
So we'll call it cucaracha.
Yeah.
If you asked Joe Perry which drummer he'd want between me and Scott, he would definitely choose Scott over me.
Okay.
On the other side thing.
I love Santana. But the problem is that it's always like a verse and then lead. The guitar pop, and then some singing, and then back to this, and then a lead, and then some more. All this filling in, even like during verses, it's still filling in, and it's still like, to me, it's still the same little patterns, and accents.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Santana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
I agree.
And he's played for a lot of great musicians. He had a lot of great frontmen. You remember, because he's had different frontmen. It wasn't the same frontman. You know what I mean? So he had a bunch of different really great singers, and I really think his best song was the one with what's his shit.
Oh, don't say that gay ass band. Oh God, please don't.
Help me out here. He was talking about
Three Doors Down guy.
Yes.
Oh, fuck that song. That's so gay.
I like that one.
Such a played out bar gay ass.
I'm just saying. I had some good rhythm. But
Three Doors Down sucks.
Let me get to my point. Slow down, Turbo. Okay. I think actually that was the only one that actually really I would listen to 2 times in a row. But now if you listen, like Joe Perry, he had that nice groove. He had the heaviness. He had the subtleness. He didn't He didn't always want to sit there and like do little noodles, during the verses.
Well,
which I think takes away from music.
It wasn't his band.
You don't need to be standing going, yeah, blah blah blah, and then blah 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 blah. Fuck, come on, dude, really stop. Do you always have to do that in every fucking song? If you have an album of
are you saying
12
Santana
songs,
does that?
Yes, I do.
Absolutely.
Absolutely fucking correct.
Oh, them's fighting word. No, I'm just kidding. He does.
Straight up, if you're throwing Joe Perry against Brad Whitford versus Carlos Santana, I'd choose Brad Whitford any day.
So why is this guy
way more groovier than Joe Perry? Joe Perry's a fucking league guitar player, ego guy.
That wasn't the two guys. Why are you adding that in, Tato?
There's another guy in there because Carlos Santana is the guy.
Shut this fucking guy up.
He's the guy.
No more tequila for this. He wasn't part of the fucking guys. He wasn't part of the guys.
That's like cheeseburger or burrito.
You know, we're talking about guitar players, then Tato brings up fucking singers.
Monday, I want to eat a burrito.
Hey,
Tuesday, I want to eat a cheeseburger.
I'm going to pull out the next pair of guitar players, and you're going to pull out the fucking road crew.
But there's not another guitar player in Santana.
The point was...
Drum-wise, Carlos is going to pull best out of you.
Okay.
Joe Perry's going to be like, you're going to make me look good.
No, there still is a lot of guitar playing in
I'm paying
Santana.
you one
He's
jam.
subtle and stuff.
Actually, no. Santana won't pull the best out of you.
Like
and the tasty guitars in Aerosmith are Brad Whitford.
No, he won't because...
And his percussionist
because Santana...
All 16 of them.
All six. There you go. See, it's not just you.
No, when you play with that many drums, that brings out the best in you.
See, his style of music, you as a single drummer and playing with him could not pull off everything he demands out of the percussion. You couldn't do it because there's so much that he uses a lot of the percussion. No, you couldn't. But none of us could. I don't know if any drummer that could. And I guarantee it. I don't care who's the fucking most famous, best drummer in the fucking world. Consider and tell you, they would say the same thing. There's no way I could do everything that Carlos Santana demanded out of one drummer. He has to have like 10
timbales and congas. He'd have like 3 different guys doing congas.
Let me ask you this:
all kinds of stuff.
Who's Carlos Santana bringing to the jam, and who's Joe Perry bringing to the jam?
I
guarantee you, Carlos Santana's got the better players.
I'm not saying. See,
I would totally be into that. It's so fun.
I don't want to hear that timbali bullshit.
Joe Perry?
I'm not into the goddamn fucking Mexicali Rocky bullshit.
If you don't take care of that fucking hand, I'm going to take care of it for you.
Actually, that's not even what Santana's main style was. He was more
playing
like
drums?
into the old style, just like really smooth fucking funk and stuff.
One of my favorite songs is Kings and Queens.
It was soul.
And I didn't notice it first when I was a kid, but I used to steal this album from my mom a lot, which means a lot to me. But I used to love that album. And then the guitar solos, I thought they were all Joe Perry. I thought every single solo was Joe Perry. I thought he was the Jimmy Page of that band. But I didn't know until a lot of years later, Brad Whitford had a lot to do with all the tasty shit, which drummers feed off of. That's what I'm getting at.
If I'm talking drums off of guitar players, then Joey Kramer is way better than any of the bullshit, that salsa shit that I have to hear from fucking...
Actually, Kramer's another one of the drummers that
Santana.
I saw live that shortcutted his own shit.
Or Joey Kramer and Sheila E.
He's not a good drummer. Joe Kramer's not a good drummer. He sucked live.
He's a good drummer for Aerosmith. That's the point.
He can keep time, and
For
that's
Aerosmith.
it. He can't even play
Bill
the same
Ward
stuff he
couldn't get another
records.
job in another band. Neither could Ozzy.
Your buddy Jason said Tato in his jazz bands.
Yeah,
jazz bands, really? Jason's full of shit. I don't listen to jazz bands.
I'm just telling you what he posted.
Jazz.
You know,
he listens to jizz bands.
Okay,
jazz.
Are you ready for the next one? And Tato, no singers in this one. Okay, no bass players. No
other
road crew.
One-on-one, Santana versus Joe Perry.
No fans showing their titties,
guitar-wise.
okay? Just we're gonna stick to guitar players.
Top 10 guitar players. Carlos Santana meets the list before
It's
Joe
complicated.
Okay, here's a good one. And I love
Hey, you
putting
said
these
that
two
last
together.
time.
No, every single one's been good.
No.
Obviously, it has too because it sparked off conversation.
They've been great in
I'm just not a Santana fan.
I'm like
Santana fan.
Okay,
I'll
so
tell
here,
you it's good
so
if
here
you
you
give me
go.
another shot of tequila.
Okay,
some of it's racial,
okay. Here, next two.
which I love.
Ace Frehley or Angus Young?
And, oh god.
It's not your fucking.
Oh no, we're gonna go backwards. Yeah, no, Angus Young, absolutely.
I wish you would have
Hands
said
down,
Malcolm
Angus
Young.
Young.
Come on.
I really
who
wish
was
you
the other
would've
one
said
even? I
Malcolm
can't
Young,
even
not
remember who the
Angus.
fuck it was. It was so worthless. It was
Ace Frehley.
oh, fuck him. He's an asshole. I met him at fucking NAMM like back in '96, and the guy was such a dick that he couldn't even fucking take a picture of me. He held up his goddamn little fucking bullshit thing, his guitar string endorsement, and had this like rolled back in the eyes look and went, oh, fuck Kiss. Kiss my ass. Fuck Kiss. Exactly. I fucking hate that guy.
Man, we just dug up some past. Angus Young, everything all the way around. Because to be fair, not going to down Ace Frehley. Don't know a lot about him. Honestly,
He's an asshole.
Other than the generation before me just putting on Ace Frehley's from Grace. And Dimebag Darrell makes him legit in my book. But I'm influenced also by guitar players. Randy Rhoads more than anybody, and Jimmy Page. My top two. But Angus Young, that fucking legend. Angus Young is Angus Young. With or without AC/DC, Ace Frehley's only Ace Frehley with Kiss. Has he done anything?
And he hasn't been.
Would
with
you want to
him.
hang out with him? No, he's a dick too.
He's that big a dick that he won't even tour with him anymore.
Scott McLaughlin said he was a dick. I believe it.
Him.
Well, and Peter
Angus
Chris
Young.
won't jam with him either because he's all religious now.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, Peter Chris is
Yeah, I mean, I grew up on Kiss and I love their stuff, but I mean, Angus Young was such he had such his own look, his own sound, and everything that I mean, that kind of stuff you remember that forever. So I'll go with.
And Angus didn't.
I would take Malcolm over. No, I was saying that was Angus.
You almost got to go.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant. I thought you said Ace. Okay,
about.
never mind.
Yeah, I said Angus has the look and the sound that was really signature. But I really loved Malcolm as a rhythm guitar player better than Angus's leads. But the question was Angus, and I'm still going with that.
Okay.
Sorry, Ace.
Yeah. What does Ace have to bring to the table anyway?
Yeah, he was kind of like a second. Like Kiss was Kiss, and he was just doing his job. He never really stood out that much. Except for that cool little thing he did over his eyes with the makeup, maybe.
Okay, so this one is I was actually kind of testing you guys on just the popularity factor.
Kiss was a disco band, too.
Hang on. It was a popularity factor and how much star status that Ace Frehley had. Because, I mean, it was Kiss, they had the pyrotechnics, they had the makeup, he had the smoking guitar. But I think Paul Stanley was actually a much better guitar player. I think he stood out more. Plus, him and Gene wrote most of the music, and he had some. I agree. His leads were okay.
It's almost
it didn't stand out. It was. I think his leads were more of a filler.
I think so, but
Angus Young. Him and his brother is who wrote most of the music.
Yeah.
And that was and he had that. I mean, it's AC/DC, it's AC/DC. I mean, and still Kiss, they try to do all these different things. Now, Kiss is a great band. I really love Kiss. Of course, after Unmasked.
I'm just kidding.
Unmasked was the last album I bought, and I actually gave it away. Anything before that was Kiss. All the shit after Unmasked was dog shit.
Let's put the X in
although Eric Carr, I loved Eric Carr's drumming. I mean, I thought he was a pocket drummer. But I think that Angus, he had that just, he drove it. You know what I mean?
When you hear AC/DC, you see Angus Young. Every album cover is him dancing. That's rock and roll. Chuck Berry, Infatuated.
Yeah.
But Ace Frehley versus Angus Young.
Well, Chuck Berry was Angus's hero.
Angus or Malcolm Young.
Angus is the face of AC/DC.
Are the dictionary versions of rock guitar player.
Yeah.
In the definitive Bible. Ace Frehley, great in Kiss, but I don't know anything he's done.
Yeah, I think he was more of an image. I
think people are more way into Ace Frehley, though. He does get more popularity technical wise only because he came up in a really powerful 70s genre where a lot of tow truck drivers and freaking garage people are like, I favor Kiss over anything. Well, because I don't have to grow up.
I have to admit though, out of the four solo albums, I like Ace Frehley's best because New York Groove was a good song. I think I don't think anybody else topped that song as far as the solo albums.
The only Kiss stuff I can stomach is the old stuff, and then there's a friend's band of mine that's a Kiss tribute, and they're unmasked. And my buddy Mike Ruby, he plays and he sings exactly like the singer, but he doesn't. Stanley. Yeah, he doesn't play guitar, but he sings, and he does the moves and all that shit on stage. But they play old school Kiss. They don't play the new stuff. None of the fucking bullshit. They're like.
Do they have
old
new stuff?
Who cares? I mean, I'm not. They don't play like the '80s stuff. They play like prior to the 80s stuff.
Maybe
like the
even
70s stuff.
some of their 70s stuff was still like they really, really like. I literally mean they were a disco band because go back and listen to Destroyer. That's like 1978. It was every single song on it except for maybe Beth was just like a really dancey groove. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but it was just kind of funny. They were like moving around with the times, and but I did like how they did the grooves and stuff. Like the way
it was
Peter
totally
Criss
different.
played, it was.
It was totally different back then because I mean, I didn't like any of the newer like the since
cheesy.
The cheesy stuff. Yeah. So take out the cheese.
They were trying to fit into the cheesy 80s rock scene.
Yeah.
Everything else was cheesy. So they're like, oh, well, we can be cheesy. We invented cheesy.
So
but actually, a lot of like the glam rock scene, I think, really came out of Kiss because they put on such a big show.
Oh, don't
The
give Gene
pyrotechnics,
Simmons
the
that
makeup,
fucking royalty.
all that stuff. I think like
I
they really
created the
defined-
metal finger. Yeah. Did you?
The middle finger?
The metal finger.
Oh, metal finger.
Yeah. Oh, he does it like love. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
it's not that.
that
It's
means
this.
I love
It's a
you.
horns. It's not.
No, that's
it's not
Texas
love.
Longhorns.
Yeah. Fuck.
Actually,
Anyway.
it is this way.
No, it's
This is Texas
horns
Longhorn.
forward. That's it.
That's for college football.
No,
Texas
No,
Longhorns.
fuck the horn. Fuck the goddamn Longhorns. We're done in
Yeah,
Texas.
the metal version is this.
No,
dude.
this was invented way before
Dude,
the goddamn.
hand in your
stupid,
fucking metalhead card.
Goddamn stupid fucking Texas ass Longhorns.
He can't even do the middle finger right either.
Ronnie James
No,
Dio.
you do it
Ronnie,
like this.
Ronnie James Dio.
That's how you do the middle finger.
Okay, so
Ronnie
you're
James
just
Dio.
in time, Tato, for the next
Wait.
one. All right.
He didn't play guitar.
Who?
I thought he was just a singer.
What are you talking about?
Dio?
No.
Who's
said
talking
Ronnie
about
James
Dio?
No, you said something
I
about
didn't say
fucking the
Dio.
devil horns. I said Dio.
Oh, I thought he was one of the
I
next
said
choices.
Dio was the one. And then Gene Simmons, there was a big battle that Gene Simmons was like, oh, I'm the one that did this. No, Dio did this first. Because he was being blessed by his grandmother every time he went to sleep. And that's what he was doing. People think that people relate this to like, oh, the devil
It
horns.
means I love you.
No, it's, yes.
I give it the
Or
wash.
it's actually blessing.
This
No,
means I love you.
in sign language, this actually is "I love you."
I love you, whatever it is.
Yeah, but this
when
is
you do
there's-
it right, not Scott's
This
way.
versus that. However, that is a good point, though. But Gene Simmons coined it because he's a better businessman. He captured it
a
and called it his own.
Yup.
Even though whoever had it first, they didn't do anything with it.
you something.
I mean, hell, didn't Metallica try to copyright the whole fucking E
It's all
minor
me.
like scale or something like that, and try to keep bands from doing that, or was that just a joke? I don't know. But I don't know.
No,
I mean,
no,
like, they
Gene.
could
He's
do
a
that.
ruthless businessman, so he can suck a dick. Anyways, so the next one.
Well, he's a Jew, so.
Okay.
Oh boy.
So here's a good one. Now I mixed these two guys up.
I'd want to hang out with him, though,
because-
after hours, more than around James Dio.
I mixed these two guys up because I'm telling you, they're
What if
great.
he was two Ronnie James Dios stacked on top of each other, like wearing a trench coat?
Well, Ronnie James Dio isn't here anymore, buddy.
One
I
half
was-
of Gene
I
Simmons.
was- And I was actually going between when I was looking for guitar players, I was actually going to throw Ingwe in this one.
Ingwe.
Fuck that guy.
And actually, but
Dude,
you know,
he was
More
an awesome
Ziglish.
guitar player.
actually he's playing at the Canyon.
I am a good guitar god. I play
to me, I play guitar. I'm European.
You could believe to
I'm a classical metal.
Yes, it's all about me.
Did we talk about this on a previous one?
Okay,
Yes.
so
Did he
you got-
not smash a drummer over the head with a guitar?
Oh yeah,
really?
He
that's
needs to be
right.
fucking executed immediately.
Therefore, fuck that man.
Yeah.
Did he really?
I'm asking, dude, is that
I thought we
that's
were
a
talking
that's a
about that
fable.
once.
That's
I
an
don't-
old
I
rock
don't
and
know
roll
nothing
tale.
about that.
That's an old rock and
That
roll
was
tale.
probably the one where we had you on, but you weren't here.
I think we
Like,
did
we
talk
did
about
the
it here.
Drummers Club
Oh, when I
without
was
you.
sick.
I
yeah,
think we talked
food
about it
poisoning,
then.
man.
He
Yeah.
smashed a motherfucker over the head at
Did
a
he
live
really?
show.
That was before he had the biggest
butt
part of
end
his
of it.
life.
I get the guitar and beat you.
Did he really?
I am a
Oh
guitar
well, shit! I'm not going to
god.
that fucking concert then because that was on my
Oh,
list.
can you put him against the guitar player from Death Clock, the cartoon guy?
What?
Actually, can you,
Death Clock?
actually, can you guys
Have
shut
you
the?
ever seen Metalocalypse?
No.
It's a cartoon about
it's
a metal band. It's all
fucking-
satirical.
Dude, it's so
But
funny.
their guitar player is fucking hilarious.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you guys shut the fuck up a second?
No. I tried.
I got pissed.
All right.
Oops,
So
I
now,
talked
wait,
again.
before you go, because you're the first one. Just hang on a second.
I'm
Because
not the first one. You can be first.
No, you're first.
No, why is that?
Okay, so here we go. Steve Vai versus Satriani.
Steve Vai all the way. Absolutely.
He was all over that, like
no, because I grew up listening to like even Frank Zappa with Steve Vai, and then all his solo stuff, and then with David Lee Roth and all the other project, White Snake. I mean, just the guy's just phenomenal. Joe Satriani, like almost every song sounds the same. Like he doesn't have that.
Listen
style.
to the drums on his stuff, because he went very specifically with an oversimplified drum beat for all of his songs.
Hang on, just slow down, Turbo.
I'm backing up Scott.
Simplified. Those drums are. He's got some amazing
save that
drummers
for your
behind
comment.
Him. No, but yeah.
Between you two, man, you guys are fucking like jerking off already. You're busting it up before it's even.
We're coming out of real. I am not even piped up yet.
Holy shit!
But I will.
Steve Vai though. Yeah.
Steve Vai. All right, go take a piss. All right, you're up.
Any one of those top guitar player motherfuckers are all the same to me. I'll lump them all in because I honestly, to be fair, I don't research a lot of this stuff.
Top guitar players. I just
no. Joe Satriani, Steve Vai, Eric Johnson, any G3 member, or anybody from Dream Theater, or any one of those guitar players, they're all the same to me. They're not gonna get me up and going. I'm not into them, But it depends. Which show would I rather see?
It doesn't matter if you're not into it.
I want to see who's in the lineup.
Which one?
No, I'm not going to qualify. They're going to say I suck. I'm not. I'm going to have a horrible time.
Which would you rather play with, though? No,
that's what we're talking about. Just
Robert Trujillo.
Which is going to be more fun.
I'll take Robert Trujillo on guitar over one.
Oh my God!
Robert Trujillo for
no, you can't. You're asking me an honest question. I'm being honest. I don't like either one of them.
I understand.
I don't like either one of them.
But so you're going to choose neither one.
They both have Billy Sheehan. I rather, no.
Okay, so neither one. Okay, that's good. That's an answer. That's all I wanted. All you had to say was like, you know what?
When that good?
I don't want to jam with either one of them.
I can't relate to them. My style of drumming is going to totally change.
Okay, that's fine.
And then I'm not going to be myself.
I understand that.
You never got
that's
to play with them?
That's all you had to say.
No, it's no.
You know what's cool about this choice? It's actually teacher versus student.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Satriani was a teacher. He also taught Metallica.
Tato's like me.
I will kill you.
Tato's like me. When you fucking push that button, you go to that next extreme, and that's exactly the same way I am. But you still got to answer the goddamn question.
Okay, I will. I just walked her home, bro. However, I will choose.
I got you.
No, Joe Satriani, 10% only. Okay, guitar playing skill wise. I say Steve Vai is a tastier, flamboyant player. People look for that. But Joe Satriani has been there with some of my favorite people. Kirk Hammett, he taught Kirk Hammett. He's been in the Bay Area. He comes from kind of more the neighborhood that I'm into. It's just, dude, I would not be able to even be in the same room with either one of them. But Joe Satriani, just because I think even just... people are going to choose Steve Vai over him because Steve Vai he has more stuff out. Joe Satriani's a teacher, and I think
he's got a lot of stuff out, doesn't he?
I think he's got more of that. I think he just has more of that guitar teacher. He stays in the shadows kind of vibe. He's great. Everyone gives him respect, but he's not out there doing stuff. And Steve Vai is more out there with more names and more drummers and more bass players. But fuck me being in the same room with one of them.
But I think.
But since he's such a mystery, I want it just to challenge Joe Satriani.
Okay, there you go.
I disagree about Satriani not being out there and playing with other musicians because he really was doing that. But I'm thinking back 80s is more my experience. But as a drummer, to choose between the two of them, I think Satriani held the drummers back to a specific style, where Steve Vai would be just whatever. I think Steve Vai would bring a lot more out of you on the records, especially, and live. I would go with Vai because he's so unpredictable and crazy, and it would just be amazing to throw stuff together with that personality. Where I think Satriani, I would be more doing what he says.
Okay, I agree.
I agree with that.
So
yeah,
when I thought about Satriani, I thought about the same way. It was more, I think that where he mostly stood out was on his leads. I think that Steve Vai actually had, when it came, he was a great lead guitar player. But I think as far as riff-wise, to just keep the drive going instead of it being like what Scott said, continuous, basically the same kind of thing. I think Steve Vai was more versatile in that aspect to give it more of a different direction, which is why David Lee Roth chose him.
Well, that
and if you look at David Lee Roth's album, it's was it Eat 'em and Smile? It was a great album, really, and there was diversity in it. But when it came to the lead, you knew it had that Steve Vai signature in it.
I loved his solo stuff.
Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. His solo stuff was so soulful, like
and experimental too.
Very, very emotional. Like it
was all him.
Oh my god! It got you in a vibe that was just like holy shit.
Yeah,
but
he made a guitar sound
to where
like a fucking
Satriani
baby
was just like more. He had a lot of that gallop kind of drum beats to his stuff. Like his first hit that was like.
I am super glad you brought up the David Lee Roth thing though, because that is really the
David Lee Roth,
because he's gonna be there and pick and choose who's going to get along with who and why he wants
that
them
and
there for the
Whitesnake,
person.
too.
He's going to get the most electricity out of all the players in the same room.
I wish David Lee Roth,
and it's not the two
Vi
guitar
at the same
players.
time. Was that the trio that David Lee Roth had? Played
David
together?
Roth had Steve Vai,
Billy Sheehan,
Billy Sheehan, and
Greg,
the drummer,
Greg Bissonette.
Greg
Bissonette.
Yeah,
Yes.
those three
Man.
were his power trio, right?
Dude, that
I know
was.
he went through other
Eat 'em and
musicians, too.
Smile was like it's got to be hands down one of my favorite because it's a fun album.
Oh, yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean. You can play it at a party.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's every single song is a party.
We're metal. We're so serious.
It's not like you would go through like you play another album and it would be like a party song and then it would kind of like start bringing it down a little bit and then bringing it back up. You put an even smile, dude. The whole entire fucking party, it's just partying.
Yeah.
That's.
I do remember growing up hearing Surfing with the Alien every fucking summer for years. As far as one of the top 3 guitar players in the world at that time, Joe Satriani stood out almost a little bit above everybody for a bit.
But very small.
I can't name a Steve Vai tune. I can name who Steve Vai's been with, but I can't name his stuff.
you got to listen to some of his shit then. You'd be
I
blown
want
away.
to.
He should have his own music store and call it Vitunes.
Okay, now I put these two together, but now when I'm putting these, now I'm going to put these two together. And what I want you to do is I want you to go back with these two guitar players. I want you to go back to the first. I'm just going to say, just go back to the first 2 albums. Nothing past that.
Okay.
First 2 albums from what?
I'm
Slow down, Turbo.
He's always going to say that when you ask him.
Go ahead, give him one. There you go.
We have to sit here and figure out the whole thing.
Okay. So I only want you to stay to the first 2 albums that these guitar players had in their band. Okay. Dimebag against Kirk Hammett.
That's easy.
But like I said, we can go back to the later shit. That's why, because I know
The first 2 albums?
only the first 2 albums.
First two like known albums or first 2
The
actual
first 2
albums?
major label albums.
The first
for
2 major
Dimebag.
label albums.
Oh yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Still
Okay.
easy.
Yeah,
So
'cause not many people have heard. They had 4 albums. On
which
minor
way do you
label.
want to go? Who's
going
going
Dime.
first? Okay, Dimebag.
Yeah.
Why?
Just because the sound is just so epic. The way that he played is just. It was so original, so hard and heavy, yet he'd had those like screaming notes that just makes you want to jam. Not that there's anything wrong with Hammond. He was taught by Satriani.
100%. Yeah, he coined it.
Okay, you good? Okay, you're up.
So you got to put it this way. Kirk Hammett is a company man. He does what Lars and James always say. And because of Cliff Burton, because he was mentioned, he almost had like another point to argue with. But Kirk Hammett is, let's face it, he's been lukewarm water. He does what they tell him to do.
He's a good
He's a great
soloist.
guitar.
Yeah, but see now wait a second.
not done, though.
I know where you're going
Well,
with
he's good
this,
rhythm
but see now
You
remember
don't know where I'm going.
I think he's a damn
who
good
was
guitar
the
player.
singer in the first 2 albums?
Well, I was going to make my point.
Not on
Dimebag-
Metallica's first 2 albums.
The first 2.
They didn't have
Dimebag
albums
single-handedly had his style, and
No. We're going back to Metallica.
I was still trying to answer the first First
No,
question.
no, because you're talking about being the pocket guy or the business guy. Who was the singer of Metallica on the first 2 major albums?
It was Hetfield because they didn't record albums with
Dave Mustaine. No, they did not.
Yeah, it was all in demos. Any of the old stuff that you heard with Mustaine, they never got to the recording stage.
That was before Kirk Hammett.
Why did you fucking do that, man? I was trying to put him on fucking blast because this guy's because Tato's a good encyclopedia. Can you let me trip this fucking guy up? Both you guys shut the fuck up.
The difference is Kirk Hammett.
Holy shit!
You want to like?
I just wanted to see if I was going to challenge this guy.
You want to like Kirk Hammett. Everybody wants to like Kirk Hammett because he's in Metallica. Because he's a good guitar
player too.
You want to like it, but you have to hate him because him compared to Marty Friedman or anybody else in the freaking, he's just like he's a company man. He's lukewarm water under Lars and James always.
So you don't.
But Dimebag is always Dimebag and Vinny. And Dimebag, from the roots up, they created style and they stuck with it, and they're hardcore metal and they stuck with it. They saved metal from the 90s.
So are you
single-handedly?
Person too.
So are you going to
the sound?
Are you going to say that because now we're talking about the early days of Metallica, where there was really no hierarchy. I feel there was no hierarchy at that point. You're going to say that Kirk Hammett didn't come in and really shine and like, this is what I got.
They bought Kirk Hammett. They offered him a job and he took it.
Dude, they were
it's always
but they were big, but they weren't
started
that
when they were
big
17.
yet.
Now, okay.
I mean, come on, dude. Really?
Well, you got to.
I gotta disagree with you on that.
You got to look at it like this.
Later.
Dimebag had every bit to shine. Everyone in the band of Pantera could be as equal or under Dimebag. It was all Dimebag. He was the soul of the band. He was the one that put the band out there, and his family really stuck with their guns, and they saved metal in a pocket of really bad darkness. And this is going really broad. To make a long story short, Kirk Hammett is a fucking company man. Now, who do you want to hang out with? No, I choose them both. Just playing with them. Because you get to get Kirk Hammett out of his element. Me and him at a bar, or me and Dimebag at a bar, we're all going to get along. Kirk Hammett's going to bitch a lot, and he's just going to talk shit on his band members. But technically wise, pretty, no one wants to hear Kirk Hammett pretty. They want to hear grit, but it's all James and Lars' grit, what they tell them to do. But Dimebag, they went with his flow. They went with his flow. And he had just enough sound and talent. I mean, dude, him live and the way he did things was just so soulful. And there's very little of that in metal. Because I'm a metal guy, but, nowadays metal is so much different.
A lot of his solos do sound the same, though.
Whose?
Hammett.
I disagree with that, but
okay. All right.
I love his guitar.
Scott's
style,
turn. Shut the fuck up, you guys.
No.
Dimebag. Right. Absolutely. I mean, that guy had more of a unique sound than anybody else.
Shit. I did
You didn't pour him one?
Yeah, well, he poured me like a little tiny itty bitty, but that's cool.
I didn't pour anything.
I'm good. Anyway, Dimebag, absolutely. I mean, that's no questions asked.
On Scott's point, absolutely, because Dimebag is going to give you something to go on, and Kirk Hammett would just be lost.
Well,
and don't forget, Dimebag's a jam player.
Jam. What are we going to do? I don't know.
You would just sit down and jam with him for like 12 hours straight.
Kirk Hammett used to be in control, and Dimebag's not. He's gonna go do something. Yeah, like, hey brother, let's go get influenced. Blah blah blah. Let's go jam. Absolutely.
Well, that and Dimebag would be probably 100% more fun to jam with than fucking Kirk Hammett. Come on,
apples and oranges.
But but just his playing alone, he was iconic. So yeah.
All right. Well, I think I definitely would go with Dimebag, not because out of respect, for him, but he was definitely much better when it came to being in tune with the drums.
Yeah.
He was, he because his brother, obviously, so they jammed together. So they formed that pocket of drums and guitar. And I think they're really, I think they're the foundation of the guitar drum pocket.
Yeah.
Yep.
I absolutely just.
I agree 100% with that.
I heard an interview with Phil Anselmo when they hired him into the band, and he was just completely dwarfed by the amount of talent they had. He was like, I don't know why the fuck you think you want me to like even try to sing for this. It's just like they were so incredible to him, he didn't know what to do.
Well, just the jagged grooves that Dimebag, whoever had to help him out. Hey, can you imagine Kirk Hammett and Matt coming up with those jagged, awesome grooves in metal and making it new and awesome?
I don't know how he hits those notes.
Well, see, the thing is that Metallica, obviously, they came out before they hit it big before Pantera did when Cowboys from Hell came out. Because remember, they were more like Pantera wasn't Pantera.
But Phil Anselmo never played guitar either.
Talking about my genre.
But what Metallica, they have that heavy sound, but Pantera took it and it's like going, okay, oh, you got heavy, okay, and metal wise, we're gonna check this out, Southern Texas style.
I think even Pantera defines a lot of the new metal that's coming out.
Well, you can see.
Now.
I mean, you're talking about two guitar players versus one. Dimebag had all the same, every groove, all the guitar parts.
True.
Kirk Hammett under James Hetfield was like, "Oh, don't overshadow me." Blah blah. We have to match on these riffs, dude. Who? James Hetfield was a groovier guitar player than Kirk Hammett was.
Well, I think that Kirk Hammett was he did stuff that was more radio friendly.
Yes.
Something that like everybody.
Well, not in the first two albums.
I still think it was. I think they were trying to. They did. Hang on a second. Slow down, Turbo. They still pushed the envelope a little bit, but they definitely did not push the envelope like Pantera did. You know what I mean? I mean, look at Cowboys from Hell.
Yep.
Although Pantera did have four albums that tried to be radio friendly.
Just that's a lot more attack than. What was then the one? I mean, one was great, but I think one, it was a great story telling. But I think what standing out the most was just the bridge where it got heavy.
Yeah.
On your point, Zig, though, them both saving or having a big influence on metal. Metallica definitely first. But there was multiple members of Metallica. Then Metallica did set a template, though. Metallica very well directed where the mainstream metal was going to go. The new wave of British heavy metal was. You can't deny that, but that was a group of guys. But when that was fading, it came to a band with 4 guys in it and Dimebag on his own. I'm not going to deny the fact.
Not on his own, with his brother.
You cannot deny the fact that Metallica did what they did. It's in metal history. Metallica is the most successful fucking metal band.
Actually, you know what?
Better or worse. Better or worse.
They are the most
better or
successful,
worse.
yes.
At the time. But they came, if Pantera were coming
rock blessed
through at the same time, though, they may not have been successful because the grooves weren't as hardcore. Pantera was Pantera because there was bands before them. And it was the best of the best with Pantera. Because nobody evolved after.
But they created their own sound.
You had Countdown to Extinction. You had Enter Sandman. You had fucking Slayer was kind of the one to fall back on, but they've always been like up there.
Yeah,
but Testament too.
Pantera,
they've been around this whole time.
Pantera made it interesting.
Metallica was, like I said, was more radio friendly. That was the thing.
Yeah.
If you were going to become a Pantera fan,
company man,
you didn't hear him on the radio. They didn't. They didn't start getting played on the radio until all of a sudden the radio stations are going. Well, holy shit!
Then again, Metallica
all these people when they did what was it? What did KNAC have? It was what show was that called? Where they start Local Licks?
That was KLOS.
No, then what was the one KNAC had?
I'm not sure, but I know I was on that one too.
Yeah, I was on Tiger Bay too, but Pantera was on that whole fucking show, and it was like at midnight or something like that, or 11 o'clock.
And there's people drinking beers, throwing beer. Pantera's drinking beers with you.
Right.
And they're, like I said, Kirk Hammett's a second guitar player in Metallica, but Dimebag is the only soul in that one. Dimebag's actually the equal of Cliff Burton. Dude, that makes a lot of sense, though.
When you talk about these huge metal influencers like Pantera, Metallica, Megadeth, and all these, one band that deserves a lot more credit, I think, is Testament, because they were doing it from all the way back in the beginning. They're still recording new stuff that is really fucking incredible. They're still touring.
Well, Chuck Billy went through throat cancer, too.
I was just at their show.
I went to. Well, I saw him last at Ozfest.
They're insanely good.
Yeah. So I got a
too.
trivia question for you. So what band did Kurt Hammett form?
Exodus.
Okay.
Kurt Hammett formed Exodus?
Yeah.
Who did Kurt Hammett go to high school
That was
with?
when I was in high school.
Oh, wait, did he leave Exodus to go into Metallica?
Yeah, they poached him from Exodus because they booted Dave Mustaine, the Zazulas, and they already had this in
and then
mind.
Hetfield wanted to hire another
And
guitar player.
again, business decision. Cliff Burn and Dave Mustaine were battling James and Lars the whole time as far as where the band was going to move, and they didn't want that. And thank God, because Megadeth, every single member in Megadeth, you could put, dude, they're all stellar. The Rust in Peace lineup, Nick Menza, Marty Friedman.
Rust in Peace is their best album.
Smokes any member of Metallica at anything.
Nick was a really nice guy, too.
Well, fucking
Humble.
Nick, dude. I miss Nick. I miss
motherfucker.
Nick so much.
Mustaine put himself in the position where he's
to.
so well
He
known.
had to.
He can hire whoever. He's like David Lee
He got to
Roth.
be
He
himself.
can hire the best of the best. So he can bring in these members into his band that are the cream of the crop. And
No,
that's what
no.
he did.
But I'll tell you what,
he didn't have the luxury of picking who he wanted. Dave Mustaine had to be
Do you
his
think
own
he more
persona.
brought it out of
Dude,
him?
Megadeth, when he was in Metallica, Megadeth stuff is way better.
The lineup changes in Megadeth though,
Way better.
from Peace Cells and all that stuff.
Way better.
Gar Samuelson, and the other guitar player hit the drummer with the guitar. He hit Gar Samuelson over the head with the guitar. I heard.
Who did?
Dave Mustaine.
Oh, no, he didn't.
God.
Dave Mustaine.
Google.
I don't doubt it, dude. He was fucked up.
There was one year I was at NAMM and they pulled me into the back parking lot to park for some reason. So I parked back there.
They heard you were coming.
And no, they just
I'm kidding.
the traffic was going this way and they said, "Oh yeah, go this way." So I went that way and I parked in the way back and I parked right next to a red carpet. And who was sitting there right in front of there it was Dave Mustaine and the whole band and
Which lineup?
Oh man, that's fortunate.
but it was stupid it was there. And I'm
Which
like,
lineup was Megadeth?
oh God. It was like maybe 4 years ago.
Okay,
4 or 5 years ago.
Was that when they hired Lamb of God's drummer?
No. That was like 2 years ago. But yeah.
They had to split the
I
deal
said-
with Chris Adler on the songwriting.
Dude, that's a
He
fucking
only joined the
amazing.
band because he got 50% of the songwriting.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
No, but
I didn't know he was a writer.
He sat there. Dave Mustaine sat there, and he was like from here to there, and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And he just totally ignored me. Yeah. So I said to Stupid, I said, "Well, you go out there and try to get his attention." And she, "No, I don't want to fucking bug him." It's like, so I just said, "Hey, Dave, how's it going?" And nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, what a douche.
Why would he?
What a douche.
Well, because why would he? Because you're
Why
one of his
wouldn't he?
fans. You're the reason that he's where he is.
All I was saying is hi to the guy.
Yeah,
I wasn't saying, hey,
if he
come
doesn't
here and
say
give me an
hi
autograph.
back-
I just said, hey, how's it going? That's it. I wasn't asking for anything from him. No autograph, no picture, nothing. Just
See, that's the sucky thing about a lot of old school metal. But again, to bring up Pantera, Dimebag Dale would never do that to you.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. I met all the guys in White
Because
Snakes in a similar situation, and they
Well,
were all cool as fuck.
All the 83
Like 7
big
feet
metal
tall,
bands,
too. What's up with that?
they're just tired of you anyway. It's not personal. It's not because they don't. It's you can't get upset about that. They're bothered by everybody. And
Well, plus if you're like
if you're
alien
when they show up at the
take on a
gig-
lot of
But if you're
energy.
just asking for acknowledgement, like, hey, hello, hey,
Yeah,
wave
true.
back.
If you say
Okay, but
hi-
At least wave back, like, hey, how you doing?
well, okay,
Hey, let's go
okay,
back to what
Scott.
I said
Okay,
earlier. It takes less than a second to say fuck off.
just to be
You can
fair
at least
though,
acknowledge somebody and tell them to fuck off.
Say you just flew from Brazil to that particular gig in that setting, and you only had 2 hours of sleep, and you had to go play this big ass show.
He wasn't playing
I'd
a
still
bigger
say
show.
hi to a fan.
I'm just saying.
He's doing a signing. That's his job. It's
I would
like,
still say
that's
hi.
why he
I'm
has
just
an
saying,
endorsement.
there's those involved.
I would say hi, thank you for coming out.
But you've already done that 2 billion times.
I don't fucking care. I'm
in the
still
80s, you were
doing
the
it.
shit when that mattered.
I'm still doing it because those are the fans and those are the people that I fucking love. They're
Yeah.
the reason that I'm there.
Whatever,
And
when
the
I
thing that sucks
Marty
is that-
Friedman there, Marty Friedman was very nice. He was very cool. came up, took a picture. Like, hey, how you doing, brother? Hey, thanks for coming out.
Friedman, everybody.
Nick Menza was he was a soul tone artist.
Rest in peace, era Megadeth was the best lineup of anybody.
Absolutely.
I'll take Nick Menza over Dave Lombardo. I'll take him over fucking.
Thank you.
And
Nick
I'll take
Menza
Friedman.
was the shit.
And I'll take Friedman over everybody. One guitar player though, I'll take Dimebag over just a one guitar player band. I'll take Friedman with a frontman like James or Dave or whoever, because that's a heavy. That makes everything. If you're the only guitar player, and you got to come with that shit. You have another ego in the band. That's another thing. You're a singer. You're basically.
Well, that's the thing.
You're taking on the load.
I think
Friedman is a bot man too. Everybody made us a bot man.
I
but
think
they're
that
talented.
if Dave Mustaine would have stayed with Metallica, I don't think that Metallica would have gotten as far as they had without at that point. I don't think so. They had a great sound. I don't think that they would have achieved the success.
No, either.
I think that helped both bands get bigger.
Yes, exactly. Because Megadeth had the same success. They're just not as popular or whatever. But he still made success of Megadeth.
Yeah. But the difference is Metallica, to achieve success, they'd rather kill members and not interfere, rather than Megadeth hire really good members to make them better.
Yeah.
That is the definitive.
Are you saying they killed?
Well, and Mustaine wasn't a guy that was like, fuck off.
So this is all a setup.
Some people got in the way of Lars and James.
So there really wasn't any black eyes on
in the Rolling Stones.
But see the difference between the
business, dude.
I just think that Mustaine, outside of James, was more of a humble guy. Where James is more of a direct guy, like going, you know what, if you went up to my part, you can fuck off. Or if you don't agree with me, you can fuck off. Where Mustaine was more more of a humble guy, like, look, you're very talented.
Really?
Give me your input, and let's make this together.
I figured Mustaine was more the fuck off.
The legend is Dave Mustaine's just as big of an asshole as Lars Ulrich.
He had a fucking alcohol problem. That was his deal, Mustaine.
But he arranged.
He was a serious alcoholic, dude. That's why
Metal
that's
didn't.
why they kicked him out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, true.
But at the peak, though, Dave Mustaine he put in check. He got kicked out of what could have been the biggest band, but it's better that Megadeth happened because of the Megadeth's all about the talent. Metallica. Sure business.
But I'm just saying, I'm saying I don't think that if Mustaine would have stayed with Metallica, they would have made the
egos clash. It didn't work.
It didn't work.
No, shit happens for a reason.
But they sounded cool together.
Well,
I used to have a whole bunch of demo tapes.
Because look at what Megadeth is. Megadeth is more, it's just more solid. It's just more, yes, you can get in there and you can, mosh to that same.
Well, Metallica had a game plan and stuck with it the whole time, but Megadeth had a funky groove.
Metallica changed their game plan around a lot.
They had players in there that made them funkier, and Dave Mustaine picked really good musicians to be in his band to save himself.
Other than
ridicule
not
of being
to
kicked.
save himself. That's what he attracted.
Yeah, but he always lived under the shadow of being kicked out of Metallica.
But go
at
ahead.
the time.
But go ahead.
Rust in peace era.
But
Rust in peace back.
Tata,
that brought him back.
Go ahead.
He had retribution.
Go ahead and say the drummer that set that tempo in motion.
Which one?
For Megadeth.
Which era?
Megadeth. Just say it.
I can't. There's a one before Gar Samuelson, I'm sure. But Nick Menzies is the man.
There you go. That's what I just fucking said.
He had every tribute. He had the Vinnie Paul tribute.
Nick Menza set that bottom end. He that was, and when he did that, Mustaine knew exactly this is how I'm going to mold the sound around.
Well, the thing is, Metallica wanted to stay Metallica, and they had their own rules. But Dave Mustaine wanted musicians, and he knew who was going to be doing what.
Other than that, Alan Risk.
Nick Menza's family, all musicians. Marty Freeman, fucking who? How do you find a guitar player like that? He had a style all of his own. And David Ellison, he supported both equally, and you can actually hear the bass.
It shows you how important recruiting
is. Dude, the rhythm riffs
in
Megadeth were like leads.
Have you heard that new it was that new band with Dave Ellison and the bass player for Anthrax?
Frank Bello?
Yeah. There's a
they jammed at the freaking.
There's a super group. What the fuck is it called? Oh my god, they're really good. Oh god, what the hell is the name of that band? But it's Dave Ellefson and Frank Bello from Anthrax, and they have a super group now. And there's 2 bass players in the band.
Well, Frank Bello and someone else.
Props to Frank Bello. But Frank Bello is playing guitar, not bass. He's playing guitar and he's singing.
What?
Yeah. What the fuck is it called? God damn it. Okay,
we're back.
Hold on.
Yeah, how long did we freeze?
We lost our connection with Mevo. I don't know. I just looked over and I saw the window up on it.
So I'm looking at her face and we're like frozen.
But we're back.
Attitudes.
Put out the vibe.
Attitudes are altitudes and attitudes. It's pretty fucking good. Let me see if I can find one here. Hold on. Oh no, it's a commercial. It's a commercial.
Oh, what the fuck?
That's a commercial, asshole. Let me skip the ad. Hold on.
Now we know what Scott listens to.
Oh, this is acoustic though.
Actually, it sounds good.
Well, circa 1986
well,
to
as
88,
drummers, that's what we listen to first.
Slayer stays the same. Metal stays the same. Metallica stays the same. But Megadeth is always freaking... They're not going to replace any one of their members with someone not equal or better. They were always up in the game.
It almost gets to the point, in my opinion, I'm not going to speak for y'all, but I think they get people that are so good to play a specific job where they don't really get to freely express themselves that much.
Yep.
Like last time I saw Megadeth in concert, it was so perfect. I was like, it could have actually been better if they played worse.
I agree.
It was less dynamic, and the crowd actually was really sucky too because they chanted Megadeth over and over so loud. It was actually overpowering the music, and I'm like one of those prog rockers. I'm like, shut up! I want to hear the music.
Actually, on that note, you just brought me another question. Zakk Wylde, as good as he is, and been around him over Marty Friedman, or as far as technicality, still.
I love Zakk Wylde.
Man,
bro.
I don't know.
I love his style.
Dude, Zakk Wylde is
everything post Ozzy
awesome.
is really good.
I mean, you can't be a
rock under
drummer.
Ozzy is still an umbrella.
You can't be a drummer.
Yeah,
you got to be
Ozzy.
great.
You can't be a drummer and not like Zakk Wylde. That's like being a drummer and not liking Angus Young.
Why? Under what circumstances?
Dude, Zakk Wylde is a drummer guitar player, dude.
No, that guy is amazing.
He's amazing.
Are you
He's
amazing.
amazing.
No, hang on a second. I'm looking right at
he's
you.
a songwriter.
And I can already
And it's
tell.
like everything.
Do you know him that well?
You're trying to. I don't give a fuck how I know him. I know how he plays. Are you going?
Are you talking about Mike Gordon?
No. I'm not saying. I'm saying. I'm not saying any drummer. Get the drummer out. Are you saying that he is not a drummer's guitar player?
He now looks more like a drummer than
I didn't
before.
say look. I didn't say look.
But that's the attitude. That's how you play guitar. He had to revamp himself. Zakk Wylde had to go through a transformation. Whereas
from what?
I saw Joe Holmes at an Ozfest.
From a Caterpillar?
And with Dean Castronova on drums and Robert T on bass. And because Robert T, all that shit was mentioned, the chemistry in the band and Ozfest has been going on for fucking so many years. And Glenn Helen, San Bernardino, who gives a fuck about that? Sharon Osbourne would be like, nah, fuck this fucking tweaker ass place. But the band was the best Ozzy lineup I've ever felt. Like, and I've been to 20 Ozfests.
You're still not answering my question.
I'll take, Zakk Wylde, I don't know. I just don't. I think of Zakk Wylde. I just think of him as Ozzy's guitar player only. And Black Label Society was just an offshoot of what he was allowed to do that. I mean, I could be wrong.
Black Label Society's all.
I'm into a lot of shit, and I don't mean to downplay Zakk Wylde at all, but to go from what was the first Ozzy record where you look like fucking Sebastian Bach?
That was we just
scrawny feminine blonde who was way fucking shredding.
I thought he looked like Randy
just
Rhoads.
cleaner at fucking shredding, and then he just shoot shotguns and shoot ducks and blah blah blah. I don't know. I have a big problem with that.
He matured.
I have a big problem with that.
He matured in his style.
How? Not as a guitar player, but as a rock star.
Did you ever see? Did you ever see his first?
Disagree with you.
He had a big.
Well, remember, he was a kid when he started too. Ozzy hired him really young.
Yeah. Did you ever see his?
Dude, BLS is like fucking. That's,
Yeah, but
I
That's
love that
100%.
shit, dude.
No,
Zach
did you
Wild,
ever
man.
see Pride? Did you ever listen to Pride and Glory?
Yeah, I actually went to 2 of their shows.
Yeah.
I like that. Me and my friends like
The drummer for that band and him, and oh my god, that band was amazing.
I was telling the Stuck Mojo, and there were 2 badass fucking lineups. That was the best lineup ever, dude.
Yeah, Stuck Mojo was badass too.
Dude, I love that fucking band. That reminded me a lot of Zach Wild. Like, if he was to choose a band, that would be Stuck Mojo. Yeah, if he had that funk kind of like front man.
The guitar player for Stuck Mojo,
And he looks like Zach Wild too. He uses Les Pauls and drop too, dude. Sick sound, dude. Stuck Mojo, dude. Fuck. But there's definitely I like Randy Rhoads. I love Randy Rhoads, but that doesn't make Ozzy.
See, I think Randy Rhoads.
Ozzy just collects artifacts and wants them in his band to make him look good. Because why would Ozzy be playing?
disagree.
No, I'm going to disagree with that also. Here,
if you were Mike Borden,
I think that Randy Rhoads was a great guitar player, but I don't think he was like one of the best.
he wouldn't have been an Ozzy. After that,
I just
He's right.
absolutely.
Ozzy
Ozzy's
hired
the
the
umbrella.
best.
Ozzy's the fucking company. Ozzy and Sharon are the company. You're not
Ozzy
going to
knew
go
how to
anywhere
hire
without them.
no,
saying-
hang on a second.
When your contract is done, you can do what the fuck you
Actually,
want.
wait. Ozzy knew how to get them young and train them to be best too.
No,
it
no.
wasn't just that he picked the
Sharon
best
did.
person.
See, both-
he picked the person with the most potential.
No, see, both you guys are fucking wrong. Okay,
as far as
when Ozzy's first album came out, name the first album. Ozzy's first album.
was it Blizzard?
I'm thinking Blizzard.
He relied on the songwriter of
so-
the musicians in his company.
Okay,
He
so
wrote
now-
lyrics.
But now Ozzy was basically before what he met Sharon and then got it because who was Sharon's dad?
Whatever, Arden. Dave Arden. Don Arden. But as far as Black Sabbath lyrics,
Wait.
Geezer wrote all the lyrics.
Oh, I want to know.
The record company.
The one on the left.
Capital?
But Geezer wrote all the lyrics in Black Sabbath.
What record company?
Ozzy had
I don't know. I was
a
hoping you guys
chance.
to know because I know it's a record, but I have no idea.
Well, that was a chance to revamp because they were still stuck in that 70s vibe. And at the time, yeah, Kiss was coming out. Deep Purple, it just beat.
Well, but see, if it wasn't for Sharon,
it's all
Ozzy
Sharon.
would be nobody.
All Sharon.
Ozzy would be nobody.
was
Okay,
right.
but yeah, basically he was living in a
How do you
fucking
have
motel, dude.
how do you have lead
and all
first
he
Yeah,
did
but he
was
came out of Sabbath.
and all he
still.
did was he was drinking all the time. He was fucking doping up, and he was all fucked up. And
Sabbath had some good singers,
and for
but they
some
never lived up
and
to
for
what they
some
did with
reason,
Ozzy.
Sharon Osbourne fucking just had this.
She's in control.
Just had this. No, well, she had this like a weird attraction to him, and then
Everybody did, though. Black Sabbath had that.
But check it out, though. But he was basically nobody. So the first album was like, okay, well,
He was juvenile
get?
delinquint.
It was like
But-
rolling the dice for
No,
the music
but here-
business.
here
It's
it
like,
was.
will this fucking go
No,
somewhere?
here's how the bit went
That was
out.
Blizzard, wasn't it?
Like, yeah.
Okay.
But here's the bit how it went out. Like,
don't know
look,
my history that
we
much.
have Ozzy Osbourne, so we can of Black Sabbath, which had very successful albums.
Yeah.
So now we can really, pretty much, we can clean them up. And now let's pick and choose who we need to do. And of course, who was Randy Rhoads
Why
playing
he went
for?
solo.
There's a push and pull, though. Black
Nah,
Sabbath.
wait,
you don't
I wanna
answer my
know.
question. Now stop fucking diverting yourself.
You're running over facts, though.
No, hang on a
Wait,
second.
We're talking about Randy
Who
Rhoads'
did-
old album or old
No,
band.
who did fucking Ozzy pull out Randy Rhoads from?
Quite right.
Thank you. Okay, so what he
knows
was doing
that?
is he was
Oh,
picking,
yeah.
and who was the drummer that he picked for his first album?
Studio or live? Lee Kerslake?
Yeah.
Studio. Okay, there you
Because
go.
they're company
Who was
men.
it? Who? I'm not done asking questions.
Doesn't
Taylor.
matter. Yes, they're company.
Who was the
men, but
bass
they were
player?
building a company.
Rudy Sarzo.
Okay, and from where?
Quite right.
There you go. Okay, so now you've got and it was like he was basically going, "Oh my, I'm so blessed to be able to have these guys," because he was actually a drunk. He was drunk, he was fucked up, and he was broke. The only reason he had the financing was because of Sharon's dad.
Gady.
Was part of the record company, and it's like, well, you know, she had to present
that's
this.
What fucking matters.
That's the only thing.
It's
all about who he knows. If he didn't make
music,
Sharon, he would already been dead by now. He would have been on a fucking, you know.
Caused the scene with the fucking biting the head off the fucking pigeon at the record signing. That was all Sharon's idea. But you know what? Ozzy wouldn't have a job in another band. See, Black Sabbath got good because they're good musicians, but they didn't have the fucking balls to go out there and do it. They needed Ozzy because he was a fucking thug. You need that. That's very well documented. Bill Ward couldn't get in a job in another band playing drums. Ozzy couldn't fucking sing for another band. And it was Tony Iommi wrote all the riffs. Geezer Butler wrote all the lyrics. And they had a fucking thing. And that lasted for so many years, which is awesome. They invented the dark metal thing. But Ozzy, his musicians were very handpicked to be something very, very different. And he needed...
Well, because
Ozzy's not a songwriter. He's so thug.
No, Ozzy doesn't write shit.
You know no, he doesn't.
Ozzy doesn't write shit.
That's my thing.
Black Sabbath after Ozzy was very underrated they were fucking
Bill
awesome.
Ward wrote most of the fucking music for Black Sabbath. What are you talking
Black
about?
Sabbath
I know
with
that.
Ronnie James Dio or Deep Purple singer, they both made really good music. It just never really got that high in terms of like popularity. That's where the business aspect comes in. Now you're handpicking.
That's the gray area, though.
A band, and now you're able to market yourself to a wider crowd because Black Sabbath was good at that core sound, but they just didn't have that huge mass appeal that they were now starting to culture with this Ozzy thing that was happening.
Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin at the time had John Bonham not died, they wouldn't have been anything after freaking those last albums anyway. They're just dog shit.
Maybe a couple albums.
Success, huge success, lots of cocaine. It just damaged.
Listen where Led Zeppelin was going. They could not have kept that direction going
Sharon just manipulated
with the
everything.
hair metal scene.
No, Sharon knew what she was doing.
Absolutely.
Oh, she did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But why
good for her? She's a very smart fucking woman.
Now,
I mean, shit. If I was old enough, I mean, of course, when you know her and Ozzy were like, I mean, I was like, what? Like
she was probably
7
hot
years
too,
old or
probably.
something. But you know, what a great woman to be married to.
Exactly.
Well, what do you?
Because she's
especially
very, very
when she's
smart.
that committed
Ozzy
to
couldn't
your career as a
couldn't do a
musician?
shit for himself.
Let
Do
me
you know
ask
how
you.
hard
Let me
it
ask
is
you
to
this
find
though.
people that
Ozzy's
want
lucky
you to
they can
succeed
wipe
in
his own
music?
ass.
Let me ask everybody this though: having Lee Kerslake and Bob Daisley on their album, and I know this from we both know Tony Cavazzo and the Rudy Sarzo thing. Yeah. Tony Cavazzo was the record man. Rudy was the live man in both bands, and Tommy Aldridge was the live guy. And not
he was a great drummer.
Why would you do that? I mean, how would you feel about that when people pick and choose? All right, we're gonna make this album. All right, it's Magic. Now you're gonna play live with a completely different people in different grooves. I mean, that's out of our hands. Us being drummers, if we're going to get hired, how would you feel about that, though?
I'd rather be the live drummer.
Like, and you don't know Randy Rhoads yet. Like, this guy's writing the songs. You support him, and you're good live. You look good.
Let me put it this way. I'm going to write you a check. Are you going to take the job?
You suck at recording in the studio, but you look good.
Well, you know what? Being a live drummer would be cool because then you get to play in front of all those fans. But being the studio drummer... You as a live drummer have to play my shit.
Dude, where's the fucking...
Well,
think about it.
Depends on how good that drummer is.
Now, when that happened...
No, if you're like Ozzy Osbourne, or if you're Black Sabbath, or if you're in Pantera, it doesn't fucking matter.
I like the...
People want to hear the...
I like the Tommy Aldridge stuff over, you know...
Dude, Tommy Aldridge, that was the drummer. That's
tasty.
Fucking tasty. Thank you very much. We finally fucking got it out.
No, but I mean, I'll pull his shit out and mix that with every other drummer he's played with and just make my own sound because it's like, you know, being, you know, in Ozzy tribute, it's like you don't have to do just one style.
No.
So many
you're
drummers.
talking about tribute. We're talking about if you were actually playing for Ozzy.
That's what I'm saying. I would do the same fucking thing.
Would you really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Scott is lumping it all up. Many generations of Ozzy drummers and grooves, but I totally get him. Like, you have to learn a lot of drummers' styles in many different live settings, and it's totally different. And, dude, it all matters. Freaking Randy Castillo, He was probably is he still the longest drummer in Ozzy? Or Mike Borden?
No. Mike Portman was.
And then
it was he who was after.
Yeah.
Roy Mayorga. Randy was the longest with him.
Roy Mayorga got the job drumming for him. He would have passed, but Ozzy said, "No, you're too good. You're going to distract everybody from me because he's that badass."
Randy Castillo was a good drummer,
very, but still under an umbrella, and it sucks. He didn't get to shine the way a lot of people did, unless you're a total geek. But Ozzy, there's always turmoil.
He came in at a point where
Ozzy
was turmoil with Ozzy. He was joining into a conglomerate. Which was Ozzy.
I just had to learn 3 new songs off the first Ozzy album with Zach on it. And it was Demon Alcohol, which is a fucking crazy song to play. And then Bloodbath in Paradise.
Dude.
And then Crazy Babies. We had to learn that. We practiced it one time at a studio, and then we had to go and play it live. And it was just, those songs are just, there's some crazy shit in it. It's like the first album with Zach was so
those are weird relics too. Weird
so
feel.
Different from what they're playing now. But it was that drummer's style that he just shined, and he played really well with Zach, and it was just crazy shit to learn. So I was like, what the fuck? I'm listening to it going, God damn.
And then who's not going to take the focus away from, Mike Borden or even Randy Castillo had some kind of flash.
Well, Randy Castillo was...
But they had a fort. Yeah. They had to abide by the rules. Every bass player.
Yeah, so I got to learn all these different drummers' fucking styles and play them. It's fucking crazy.
And yet make it your own.
Yeah, because I don't want to make it like just sound like one drummer. You got to replicate everybody, but then kind of, mix it with your own style and make it to where it sounds good and you're blending well with who you're playing with too. This lineup that Mr. Crowley has now is like,
yeah, it's a great lineup.
It's really, really good. I mean, not that, oh God, I miss playing with Joey Tafoya. I mean, that guy is a phenomenal guitar player, but
well, as he's like,
he doesn't look like.
Well, that's not the thing. That was more of, he looked more like Randy
see,
Rhoads.
if you're doing a tribute band, the whole image thing is a very big aspect of it.
Well, Joey
people don't pay
like,
that much attention to drummers, though.
No, it's the frontman. The frontman, yes.
Yeah.
But
that situation, definitely.
But the way I have to portray it and make it mix with everybody, it just works so well.
Nobody knows. Think about it. The majority of your audience has no idea who the fucking drummer is.
Yeah. Unless you're Jimi Hendrix.
Oh,
because Mitch Mitchell had those like shirts with
it's me, Jimi Hendrix, me, my band. Same with
no, I'm talking about Mitch.
Like
I'm talking about his drummer.
I know, but I'm saying all those guitar player bands that like have their name, like it's all about the guitar player. Yeah, but he wasn't even that
big when he was alive. Most of like his name and everything that we know was after he died. It's just one of those guys that just got like really bumped up probably because he died.
Possibly, yeah.
Because dead artists make more money than live ones.
Do they? Yeah. They're just
all I know is Pantera's fucking albums have like gone off the charts as far as sales.
Yep.
People starting to rebuy them.
Well, the only one that's
I want to mention too, like Prodigy's one of their singers started as a dancer.
He just passed away. Yeah,
Flint.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
I know who else fucking passed away. What's his?
I don't give a fuck about Luke Perry. Stop trying to steal Prodigy's thunder. He died today. Damn it! Then Luke tried to fucking.
Dude, Luke
die
Perry was
him.
a cool motherfucker, dude.
Who
was he?
Yeah, he was.
Who the fuck is Luke Perry?
He was the guy from 90210.
Oh, fuck that clown.
Like
he was
I
like
said, who the fuck
rebel.
He was a wannabe. What was that?
Prodigy changed the sound of a specific genre.
I'm just saying, because you know what? In high school, I was that guy.
Yeah, but what was that guy in the 60s that was like that rebel guy that he tried to like replicate?
James
Dean.
Yeah.
That guy was a total wannabe of James Dean.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I love James Dean. I love James. Rebel Without a Cause, dude, one of my favorite movies. But I was that guy in high school, man. I was the only one that fucking rode a motorcycle. And I was, yes, I was. I was the only fucking guy that rode a motorcycle. Hell yeah.
In
my
70s?
high school?
What?
In my high school? And I loved it, dude. Got a lot of attention, dude. And fucking Luke Perry, man, he's a cool kid.
Luke Perry.
I wouldn't.
I was talking about Prodigy.
I wouldn't suck his. I wouldn't suck.
How do you bring that guy up?
I wouldn't suck his. You guys are talking about someone who just passed away.
It's like we want to say.
No,
like,
you guys were talking about
Prodigy.
who passed away, and he mentioned. And I said, "Oh, Luke Perry just fucking died too with a fucking
That's what
stroke."
everybody kept doing all day today.
But
fucking knows
I didn't say I was
Prodigy.
going to suck his dick like fucking JJ wanted to suck someone's dick tonight. I didn't say that. I said, "Fuck, Luke Perry died."
He played with Ozzy. Now he's dead.
I just said he.
Well,
Fuck, dude, he died.
If you watch that gay, if
apparently
you know
you
him from
watch
that
that
gay ass
guy.
show from the fucking whatever the fuck it was, 80s or 90s or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you probably already have.
Which one?
That's great.
No,
That's pretty gay.
I was married at the time, dude, and I had
he
no
had to
choice.
watch it with his wife.
Were ya?
I know
That is
that.
absolutely correct.
I used to.
What happened? I left. We were talking about
Absolutely
Ozzy
What
bands.
was it? What was the show where?
We're talking about
America's
Prodigy's
Got
guy
Talent
that
or-
passed away, the singer.
What was the one where they sing?
Oh shit! Oh god damn it, you guys!
Oh, American Idol. I had to watch that because I was.
Oh
married.
god, no. No, I'd watch the people get booed off and laughed at. Yeah, but then when it
the
got
Gong Show.
serious, yeah, I'd watch the Gong Show part of
Who
it.
was the one that told us that
But-
Tool was originally on the Gong Show and they got gonged off?
That was me. Yeah, they did.
That is an
Google
interesting little bit of
Google
factoid
it.
right there.
But it's not Tool. There was something else.
just the
but-
same lineup.
That's an interesting
But
issue too.
it was Danny, and it was what's the fuck the singer?
Well, his first band was the one the one.
Danny
with
was the last
P.
member. You felt sorry for him, so he joined him. But he was neighbors with Maynard, and Rage Against the Machine was in the same neighborhood too.
No, but,
And Green Jelly.
but he played the drums on this fucking Gong Show thing. I swear to God, I'm not. You gotta Google it, dude.
I can see why.
Or
they
Yeah.
get
YouTube
gonged.
it or whatever you fucking do it. You know what I mean? But it was funny because they got gonged off. I mean,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they didn't go like 15
Where's their
seconds.
album now?
and-
You said they were coming out with an album. Where is it?
It is.
I say it's internet
Tools-
rumor.
No.
Because I saw the same rumor come up surface 2 years ago.
No, Danny
No,
Carey.
no, I
Danny
didn't-
Carey
I
actually
just-
was the one who
I just
announced
fucking
it.
mentioned it.
It's coming out in April,
Yeah.
from what I hear.
That's what they said last year.
But they pushed it back
No,
to.
but Danny Carey actually posted it. Or
They pushed it back
tweeted
to
it or some
May.
bullshit.
Then the singer put it back to May
Good. Because I
because
really,
they want to
really
refine the.
I don't like it when bands like only live off of their old music, and they honestly they haven't made that many albums. They really need to keep producing.
It's been
new
10
music.
years since
Yeah.
the last two album came out. Was it?
We used to talk about
but
Boston
isn't-
that way, and they had 5 years between albums.
What was
Who?
it?
Boston.
Fuck Boston.
The last two.
That's when they
albums,
lost me.
Emma.
When I went from Opiate, Undertow to Anima,
Yeah, Anima. That's what you wanted to say.
after
Yeah,
that,
Anima.
I lost it.
Not
10,000
Anima.
Days.
Yeah.
No, what
10,000 Days was the one after that.
10,000, yes.
There was like a few.
Was that all
songs
the
here and
eyeballs
there.
all
So it's like
over
4
the
main
thing.
albums or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really, really good albums though.
Yeah, you can't listen
And
to
they're
a
good
Tool
live,
album and not
too.
like it, dude. I'm just saying.
Well,
and
I know
they're
somebody
like
that does,
AC/DC.
and-
They have that sound and they stay with it.
AC/DC.
No, I said
Wait,
they're
wait,
just like
wait.
AC/DC. They have a sound.
They're not just
If
like
you listen to me
AC/DC.
when I fucking speak,
Ziglish.
just like AC/DC,
Okay,
they have
according
a.
to Zig, Tool sounds like AC/DC. You heard it
No.
here first on Chaotic Radio.
On that point,
I said
don't
not
think-
just like AC/DC. They create a sound and they stay with it. They don't fucking venture off into fucking no man's land. They stay with that sound. This is AC/DC. This is Tool. This is Led Zeppelin. You know what I mean? They stayed with what they created and it sold, and that's what works. You know, I hate like unlike Metallica that started fucking off and shitting on themselves.
On that point, Led Zeppelin, all them bands but AC/DC went off in different directions.
AC/DC did not. They did not.
No, AC/DC stayed the same.
That's what I said.
But the other two bands,
Led Zeppelin
Rubbing
did
Along-
not. They stayed the same.
Led Zeppelin,
They were
Coda,
still Led Zeppelin.
1 through 4, and Coda, totally different worlds.
No, they're not.
Yes.
No, they're not.
Yeah, there was so much
No,
on
no.
heroin. Had so much freaking bucks behind them.
No, it's still. It was
Shredded
still,
ass all over the world. Yeah, you
No.
could tell, dude. You could
No, you-
tell. They didn't even want to be in the same room.
I
as each other.
disagree.
They had 50
I'm not saying that they might not
However,
have been. They might
Tool,
not
though.
have been want to be in the same band room, but I'm talking about the sound
Yeah.
was still the same. You knew it was Led Zeppelin, just like Rush.
But being big and
You
bombastic.
knew it was Rush,
okay, like, well, depends on the
and you liked it all the way. It doesn't matter what album you listen to. You might like some better than the other.
That brings
one,
you back to the
but
Metallica
it was still
days.
Rush, and it was still fucking good. No, Metallica. See,
Bob Rock
it was
would
good,
never have let
good.
that shit happen.
Okay, all right.
On that point.
Okay. Oh shit.
even
oh
though-
fuck off. And I'm not buying another album. That's how Metallica went.
Even though
It
people
was-
would rather Bob Rock not be there, he happened.
You know, that's true. I said, "Oh, fuck off! I'm not buying another album." With
After
Metallica.
Black, I was like, oh,
I literally
fuck
said
this,
the
dude.
same
I'm not-
thing.
I
I didn't even buy Black.
was actually impressed
before
with
they even came out with Black.
Well, you pulled another person in that directed shit that conflicted with James and Lars's fucking, like they were two teenagers, fucking brothers fighting over dominance over Metallica. That's been the whole thing the whole time.
Well,
You know?
I honestly, you, every album's great. I can listen to every fucking album and love it,
I used to do so much blow.
and it's still Ozzy. It doesn't change. It's still
There's
it's
a
still
few, there's a
Ozzy.
few albums that, and because we're talking about pulling stuff off of different albums now, and there's only certain albums we'll pull off from because there's some albums that weren't as popular. There's one that I want to do, but it's like really a tricky song, I guess, on bass and guitar, and these guys are just like oh, it's so hard. I'm like, it's Let Me Hear You Scream. I guess the guitar and the bass are just like crazy to do, but we did it with Joey Tafoya at the K-Cal Kegger thing, and it would pull it off just fine. And
Well, see, I think it was the listener, the person who's buying the album. It was just like, okay, well, they got older, and they're like going, it's still not the old school Ozzy. It's not Bark at the Moon. It's not, Blizzard of Oz.
well, everybody stops after like the first.
But it's still the same fucking style, and
As
I
a
think
fan,
that,
you
and I
can't
think that
say
people
that.
probably matured, and that's why I think that Metallica got more mellow because they're like going, well, we still need to draw in,
You have to be
the
able to
people
play
who
it when you
who've been
tour.
buying our albums, which is where they fucked off. Where AC/DC like going, you know what, we're gonna play AC/DC.
Yeah, but
it's
they
still,
didn't
it's
start
still
playing
gonna
speed
be
metal either.
this 4/4 fucking time, and everyone's gonna fucking love it, and they did. And they did. And I have every fucking ACD album that's ever been fucking
I
made.
can't.
I love it.
I can't listen to AC/DC past Back in Black.
No?
Oh, Who Made Who was an awesome album.
Well, that one. Oh no. Okay, I'll give you that one.
And for those of
Fly on
you
the Wall was
AC/DC
good,
after
too.
that is a pick and choose.
Actually,
'cause
for a
because
band that
there was a
kept
gray
making
area.
new stuff, they really did. They really were able to make a lot of good songs and keep that same sound going. Even if it wasn't as popular or as hard hitting as Back in Black was, they were able to keep that AC/DC sound solid and produce new music that didn't sound the same.
I'll bet you
That's hard to
AC/DC
do.
has sold more fucking albums and their
The Back in
last
Black.
couple albums
Yeah.
than Metallica did.
Oh yeah.
See, the Back in Black.
Metallica is making money more so on their concerts. I'm just saying.
Well, that's most of the money is made off of touring than album.
I don't.
sales.
I really don't know of anybody that loves Metallica.
That's a wash who you have touring with. Like when you lump in Ozzy's players and all that shit, when the Back in Black album came out, that was competing with Led Zeppelin 4 and the Beatles. Fucking, you couldn't get any more huge than that. There's no pop, there's no rhythm, And Back in Black, and they replaced their singer, which was a huge thing. Even though AC/DC was still, Angus, Malcolm, Phil, Cliff.
Yeah, but they had a band member
But
die, and they were.
I
able
love
to
the
keep
fact
it going.
that kept up. I love in their terms.
You know what would be fucking awesome?
And there was just as much excitement on that and darkness.
This is one of the things
Rock
that
and roll.
I really hope happens. I hope John
was the
Paul
underdog.
Jones and Paige Plant and John Jr. make an album.
I think they
No,
have done
no,
stuff together.
no, they
but
shouldn't.
No.
I really hope they do.
They're
I
all
think
they're
it
all
would-
on different pages now. They all went different directions.
Nope.
musically.
It doesn't matter. I'm just
and,
saying.
and Bonham's
I would
son
hope
was never really that invested in music as a business. I think
He hated it.
I don't
He's
think he
just-
was
he-
really.
he's
Yeah,
Now he's
playing
in
up-
the
he
circle.
did it because he had the name.
Exactly.
He's in
playing up his
Sammy
dad's
Hagar's band
name.
now. I just saw a video the other night.
Maybe I'm wrong then.
The circle. Did it.
See, you're missing the whole point. I just said, I don't give a fuck if they go on a tour or not like
Jason
that. I just
Bonham-
want to hear an album.
I want the Honeymooners to make
damn
another
well
album.
that Junior would definitely play something that his dad would have played.
No, but he went rebel. He went rebel.
I would not do what my dad did.
He went rebel, totally.
I would do what I want to do.
He had nothing to do but the Shadow.
And that would be not playing with a sloppy guitar player like Jimmy Page.
Oh, stop.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'd rather see...
he was the ultimate Shadow.
I'd rather
it
see...
sucks for Jason
Brian,
Bonham.
I'd rather see Brian Tichy go in there with him. Oh, yeah.
Jason Bonham... He's going to be.
It would have to be
influenced by other players.
Brian Tichy.
It would have to be the bloodline, dude. To make it complete, it would have to be.
It takes Sammy Hagar and his pull to pull Jason Bonham out of retirement to go on a tour with these motherfuckers. But him, Michael Anthony, and Sammy Hagar's current circle, that's fresh to Jason Bonham.
I mean, I agree.
What if instead of
I
us
agree.
wanting to,
Like I've seen Bonham.
He's running from his dad's shadow.
I've seen. I
would too.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that because he. I mean, obviously, it's like I don't want to fall in someone. I don't want to step in someone else's shoes. I want to make my own shoes. I understand that. I get that.
I love it. Shoes. That's a big step.
I think
I know this apples and oranges with them too.
I definitely feel that he would definitely. If they got together, I definitely think he would have respect for his father to do it an old school way and do something that his dad would have done. I'm just saying.
He hated growing up in that. He had nothing to do with that. He was going to be a rock drummer, but only because. But that was a new thing, though. Led Zeppelin, he had no choice. And it sucked for him. He's such a solid drummer. And when he was on that... what was that with Scott Ian, Sebastian Bach, Ted Nugent, the super band? He was the drummer in the super band thing too, but he shined. He has his own style. You know, him playing Zeppelin.
I didn't say he didn't have his own fucking style. I'm talking about respect for his dad.
But he can't come out
to a Zeppelin album.
Imagine you being him and just being able to come out as a respectful musician under all these other drummers, even freaking Mike Borden, fucking anyone that's played Ozzy, which relates to him, anybody in his genre, and he has to go and live up to that. And he's not as widely known. He's not out there like that. He doesn't have the love. He doesn't have the love. Jason Bonham doesn't have the love.
Stop trying to bring define my aspect of that. We're talking about let's do a Zeppelin.
He's not his dad as far as group.
I understand that. I understand that. You're not getting my fucking point.
Instead of trying to keep bringing back the past, people make something
I understand
new and original.
that. Fuck off.
We're tired of hearing the same shit over and over from these old bands.
We're not.
I don't want to hear the Beatles anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't want to hear them back then. Sorry, but I fucking hate the Beatles.
My dad said
I don't want to keep hearing the same shit.
But you can't say you
don't
hate
turn Zeppelin into the Beatles.
Old school Led Zeppelin. You know what I mean? That's the thing. We're not talking about the Beatles.
It does get old.
The Beatles suck.
The shit got played so much on the radio. There's a lot of Zeppelin songs I don't want to fucking hear because I've heard them a couple thousand times at least.
We're not talking about playing the same songs. We're talking about making new music.
Yes,
I just
new
think
music.
I think that if he was going to do an album, I think he would be out of great respect that he just played the style that add a little bit of his own little finesse. That's fine because that's what he should do.
Finally, he did,
but still, porn stars
but not make it all like
that are now porn stars.
Well, the thing is that Jason Bonham is more busier.
Fine, I'll just.
You know what I mean?
It took a long time, but finally he did that.
Instead of more finesse, I think he's more busier. There's a difference between finesse and being busy. I think he would have a little more finesse to it, and that's my personal opinion. You know what I mean? Scott's over here like he doesn't know what to fucking say. But he's like shaking his head. What do you think, Scott?
They tried it.
I'm not a Jason Bonham fan. I'm sorry.
Nobody is.
Okay, no. Well, hang on a second.
I am.
Hang on. Would you two shut the fuck up? Just for a fucking second.
No.
I'm just saying.
Okay, now Scott.
I agree.
If let's just say we're gonna put the scenario into effect.
I keep hearing that fucking stupid song. All I want to do. It's like, come on.
Wow, you're a great singer.
No, he whines, the singer in that song. And
that's because he was trying to sound like Plant.
Oh, but he failed horribly.
Bonham was like, I do not want to sound like my dad's band. And he fucking hired a band that sounds exactly like fucking Zeppelin. That's what I'm saying. It's been done.
Okay, guys, hang on a second. Slow down, Turbo. I'm asking Scott a question. Scott.
You never
Yes.
that shadow.
Now, you have John Paul Jones. You have Robert Plant.
Or somebody that sounds
You have
just like
Jimmy,
him.
and you have Jimmy Page. They're still alive.
just
They're
like
not dead. And they went up to Jason and they said, "We want to make another album." Do you think do you think that Jason should have the respect for his father and play his father's style? Maybe add a little bit of his own finesse.
If
into
they
it.
asked him and he refused, that'd be
No, see,
dumbass.
fuck, guy. Why is it always with you fucking guys?
Yes,
When I ask you a
he
question, I
should
don't get a
play.
fucking answer.
There is nothing after John Bonham.
You guys start going. Shut the fuck
You know,
up.
by
God
default, he
damn
does
it.
have his dad's style.
You guys
and yes,
start
he
wrenched
should.
up. You're not answering. You guys will not answer my question.
That's the shadow.
I'm saying yes.
So you two, shut the fuck
I'm
up. We're going
explaining
back.
my answers,
No,
fucker.
no, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I'm gonna answer. I'm gonna ask you the question again.
And I'm going to answer the same way.
Okay. So now, John Paul Jones,
Are they buying him beer?
Robert Plant, and Jimmy Page said, "Jason, we would like to make another album." Now, listen, Turbo.
I just changed it to no.
So let's say you're Jason Bonham. Would you give it the respect of your father to say, yeah, okay, you have your own style, you know what I mean? But would you still stick to the roots of what your father did with Led Zeppelin, which is what made Led Zeppelin legendary?
I don't think he'd do it. I'm just saying. I mean, if he hasn't done it by now, or if they hadn't asked him by now, then no, he's not going to do it.
Do you think he should?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I said. I'm not a fan of Jason Bonham, so I don't care if he does it or
Yeah,
not.
see, now you're playing on his defiance.
I would rather.
I'm just saying,
I would rather have him
would-
ask Brian Tichy to play, because that guy.
But you're asking another Led Zeppelin album or an album with these players,
That's what I said, Led
including
Zeppelin.
Jason.
I didn't say
You're asking a Led Zeppelin
I
album.
didn't
wanted
say
that
Led
for
Zeppelin
years.
featuring.
Led Zeppelin includes excess, alcoholism, drugs, hot chicks, White House, all that shit. Jason Bonham doesn't want anything to do with that.
Okay,
He's
All
so
right, here's the
down.
blunt
I
force
can't get a
truth.
straight answer
Jason
of
Bonham
any one
is
of you
not
fucking
that
guys.
drummer.
No, he's not.
He's not good enough to pull that off. It would be awesome if he really, really was able to step into his father's shoes and make another Zeppelin album. But
No, when-
he does not have that level of talent that his dad did. He
I've
has
heard-
his own
It's
style.
not talent.
No, I've heard his Bonham albums, and it has Chaz, which is another vocalist I know that does all the vocals for it, and he sounds similar to Plant, but it's like they're trying to mimic something that's just it's not going to fucking happen. It sounds
Exactly.
like a copy band trying to replicate it.
It did.
And it does not sound the same.
They want the sexiness without doing the work.
It would sound the same if it was with those original
Billy
players.
Squire.
So back to what Ted was
Definite.
saying.
Billy fucking Squire.
Yeah.
Where the fuck do you get that from?
Because Ted Templeman ripped off the drums from Lonely as They. That's Led Zeppelin. He went off the Led Zeppelin template. Every band.
Oh, Jesus fucking
Wait, are you talking
Christ.
about Billy
That's-
Squire?
drums.
Fucking guy.
Drums wise.
No, he did not.
Zeppelin,
Think
they did.
about it.
Zeppelin has
Everybody.
ripped off so many bands. Are you kidding me?
It's not
They
ripping
perpetuated
off.
it. You're going
That's
80s to
not what ripping
50s.
off is. That's
No.
using something to
Billy
keep
Squire's
music
not-
going.
He's not ripping off Muddy Waters.
Look at how many times
Zeppelin rips
Bonham
off
stuff
Muddy
has been
Waters.
sampled.
Billy Squire rips off Led Zeppelin. That's how it works.
You guys do realize.
That's how it works.
Those drums were not even close.
A successful band in the 80s
Taylor.
not going to rip off something 40 years ago.
Tato, the JJ, Scott, you guys do realize that when all of us are talking at one fucking time, it's mud.
Well, separated into the post mix.
You know what I mean? So you can't really talk over somebody. Please
We're not
wait
trying to
till
talk over.
Please wait till someone shuts the fuck up before you
That
start.
doesn't happen.
Not with Tato. Not with
That's not
Tato, anyways.
Hey, this happened long before I got here.
All right.
You guys throw
I'm
tequila
down.
in there. But you know what? John
But,
Bonham. No, John Bonham has his own sound. Jason Bonham doesn't want anything part of that. You can't get the John Bonham sound because he was not technicality. He was personality. Everyone tried to copy his personality. That's why they all fail. It's all copy. That's why
Everybody
they call
just
it copy.
loved him since he was a kid playing, so he got used
John
to
Bonham's
that.
John Bonham, and Jason doesn't want to hear that.
Look, as a father of 2 boys, I know how the defiance is, but I'm telling you right now, I have a younger boy and I have an older boy. My older boy works with him at the shop, and he is starting to follow in my footsteps. Does he want to do things his own way? Yes, he does. And I still have to correct him on how, look, you can do things your own way as long as it's more efficient. But, you know, what you're doing right now is not efficient. And when he wants to try and prove me wrong, and when I do the same job in half the time, then he realizes that my way is definitely more efficient. Has Jason Bonham crossed those paths? I'm pretty sure he has. I'm pretty sure
no,
he
because
has.
he didn't stand around to teach him like
slow down, turbo. Has he crossed those things? I'm pretty sure he has. And haven't, but see, I'm not a legend. Okay? And John Bonham is a legend. And, you know, to have that is probably something like, okay, well, I don't want to be known as my dad. I get that. It's the child.
That's bullshit because every album he's done has been his copy of his dad.
I know
he's
that.
right, you know.
But, well, see, now you guys are just like contradicting yourself.
No.
Yes, you are.
I am.
Yes, you are.
What else has he done?
All 3 of you are contradicting yourself.
What else has he done?
I said, but then I went back
because
to no
I said that if he were to do an album, would he do it out of respect for his dad and do it in that style? You got no he wouldn't, blah blah blah. See, you're all contradicting yourself.
You know, in the early '80s,
especially fucking Tato.
I really wanted him.
I will
to do
definitely
that.
contradict that. As far as what you put together, you and your son, all right, you're talking about the legendary John Bonham versus Jason Bonham. That's just fucking fuck sauce. There's so much contrast.
Fuck sauce.
And I think he can still do what his dad
But I've
does.
done the engine work and this and that, and I worked in an engine shop, and my uncle told me, do things the way this veteran did it. And I worked under a veteran. I was his apprentice, doing heads for race cars. And he said, don't fucking pay attention to machines, this and that. Now, if Rick Rubin was to come in, he wanted to make an album, or with Ted Templeman, and say, I want this drummer on this album because he plays like that, but I want this guitar player. He takes you out of the shop and puts you in another shop where he can do better and cleaner with better technology. He's going to go. Your son's going to go on. And Jason Bonham's going to go on. Because it always moves on. John Bonham, Neil Peart, his legacy surpasses so much. But John Bonham's legacy is like so hardcore, like everyone questions it. Because he's so heartfelt. You know, and you never hear about anyone else's sons in their shadows, but it's fucked up for Jason Bonham. And he doesn't get a chance to shine. Because everyone's expecting him to do Led Zeppelin. He wants to
he had a chance to shine. He tried to do Zeppelin
Why
again.
would he want to do Led Zeppelin at that time? There's other good bands out there.
But
you've
tried
grown up
to
with
do
a
Led
drunk-ass
Zeppelin.
father that had samurai swords, that chopped shit up in Japan. And, dude, the fucking antics Led Zeppelin pulled are legendary. That's hard to keep up with. You can't be that drummer. You can't keep up with that. People expect that out of you.
You can't live in the past.
It fucks with your fucking psyche. You can't.
How many other fucking
If Neil Peart had a son,
kids?
he'd do
Oh,
more
Julian Lennon. I mean,
he's an awesome musician.
he is, but he couldn't.
He did
He doesn't
But
even
see,
try to
no.
keep
What
up
he
with his
no
dad.
he no. That's
He's
my
his own
that is my
musician.
deal.
Yeah.
He tried to do his own thing and it sucked.
Well, he did
Not
a cam-
really.
He,
was,
did a
he was
cameo.
the bass player of Chibo
He did a
Machine.
cameo on the Soulfly album.
Yeah. He's a pretty
Wasn't too bad.
established musician, actually.
You got to pass the torch. Father, son, you got to pass the torch. Led Zeppelin legacy, definitely.
If something works, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
I think they should have done that
If you
before
can,
he tried to
if
make
you can
Pseudo Zeppelin
improve
with
it
his solo album.
slightly, then by all means, improve it. But if it ain't broken, I'm just saying.
All right.
Give me
No,
another.
You can't keep doing the same stuff. You have to keep pushing music forward.
Look at Trujillo's son.
If you try to keep it the same,
Let's bring
it
up
is broken.
Trujillo. Look at Trujillo's son.
I don't know. I've never heard anything from Trujillo's son.
Dude, he fucking toured with the Corn.
Yep.
Ah.
What are you
bass
talking
is
about?
bigger than him.
I thought Monkey was the bass player.
This month, dude, Trujillo's son rocked the fuck out of it. And now that if you listen, if you watch and listen to how he's playing, he had his dad. You knew that is exactly how his dad would have performed it.
But what else do you know though? When you grew up in that environment,
I'm just saying. It's about what else I know. I'm just talking about what I do know.
They're
and
gonna
what I
poach him.
do know is that his son is like going, yeah, this is my dad. My dad's a legend. My dad is a legacy, and I need to make sure that this legacy keeps going.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
but
I'm going to add my own. Well, he's too young to add his own little flavor to it.
Let's face it, though, Corn really wasn't that great.
but are you playing for your dad or what? Though, whose legacy? See,
Yeah, his dad still
Jason.
paying
Jason
the
was
bills?
Jason was
What is
paying a
that
corner.
thing? What is that thing saying?
Yeah, Jason's dad died.
Jason was paying a
That's
legacy.
a little different. He had to
But
grow
JJ,
up most of his life.
What is that thing saying?
Ed clocked off again. We're still on YouTube. It just keeps going off, but on my phone it was still going. Whoops. Keep it in the mic.
Well, on the computer, it's not. What does it say? Tap something on that fucking computer.
On this iPad.
Yeah, go on it and just hit reconnect.
Well, shit.
Lost connection with Mevo. Please check network. Okay.
Fuck, we had it better with my fucking cell phone. Connect, yeah.
Yeah, it just keeps going off because I reconnected it 3 times.
God, it was better when we had my phone.
Hey, lard ass.
Lard ass.
Tato's trying to help out, and he gets called a lard
On this
ass.
Jason Bonham issue, you
Yeah, I
can't
turned it
hold
on.
him to his dad's standards. You have to let him do his own
He got a
thing.
fucked ordeal, dude.
And the same with Corn's bass player. Let the kid be fucking who he wants to be.
Well, see, the thing is, let me put it to you this way: as far as like respect, you get the new generation has no respect. Okay, I come from an era where my dad had a lot of respect, and he taught me how to respect. So I do that, and I instill it in my sons. So my sons will open up a door for a woman or somebody else. It doesn't matter. When they get out of their car, they're girls. Do not touch that door. My sons will walk around and let their girls out. They will open the door, let their girls in. You see, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that there's a maybe is if you're gonna say stout, maybe he opens the door like this. You know what I mean?
But why would he want to do that?
But right,
Looking like a jackass because his dad's a jackass.
I am just talking about the whole aspect of just good, upbringing and respect of what is. Just
You
going
ever
to be
just wanna,
pronounced as
grab
far
your
as
dad by the
percussion
balls and
because
say,
John Bonham was. I mean, think about it.
Congratulations for
There's
making
no,
that
but
sperm.
I cannot sit there. I cannot sit here and look at all you guys and say you guys have no respect for John Bonham. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, absolute respect for John Bonham and Jason Bonham. First
Right.
and foremost, but Jason Bonham.
But
had
if I was John
fucked up
Bonham's
upbringing.
son, I see the iconic. I'm not an icon.
If that was
You know
going to
what I
happen,
mean?
it would have already happened. That's my point.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
He tried,
I
and he
think-
tried with the whole Bonham thing, and
but
live in the name, and
that's-
then
so you guys. Keep
I say
fucking
honeymoon
about
and
it.
then he
reunion.
did all those albums where he redid all the old school songs with his own band, and it sounded weird.
yeah.
I'm sorry, it just
Because why?
Because
made-
it should have been the
Because
reunion with
him
Led
and
Zeppelin.
his buddies
Well,
made it their own,
even-
and it wasn't. You can't.
even his drumming wasn't the same.
That's right. So that's why I'm saying.
That's a shadow living.
So that proves my point.
He's trying to live in the shadow of his dad. Yes, and then whatever.
But no,
But they should have done
he's
that.
Enough
not.
about
that's the
Jason.
case,
Goddamn.
Then what Zig is saying should be true. We should be seeing him playing with the original lineup of Led Zeppelin.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
it can't
It's
be.
fine.
Based on
It's
the
fine.
sound
That's
of his
dumb.
solo stuff, that's actually what he wanted.
When you've had the top heroine as a bass player and a singer and a guitar player, you don't have that drummer behind you. It's done. You let it rest because you won't ever get that vibe ever again.
Well, fine. They should do it with me then.
And especially Led Zeppelin, you don't want to ruin that.
No,
Beatles
they-
quit when they were ahead.
I'll volunteer
Zeppelin
myself.
quit when they were ahead.
I'll fill in for John Bob.
well, Zeppelin at their age, they don't. They're
Zeppelin
not,
was going head on to something else.
They're not singing or playing at their top notch, anyways.
Honeymooners.
And then well, exactly.
Well, because they're fucking 100 years old.
Well, exactly. You know,
Same thing like the Stones.
Rolling Stones is
Even before
touring
that.
right now.
Yeah, but
they
the
have a new
Stones-
tour in the works.
But the Stones are, just the Stones. That's the
No.
easiest shit to play in the world.
Here's the
It
thing:
is.
it's mileage. The song remains the same versions of Black Dog, Stairway to Heaven. Robert Plant can, especially singers, dude. You got to give up the singers. That high pitch, you can only sing that high for a certain amount of time in life. And he's been through that car accident. He lost his son in the same car accident. But Robert Plant, like, sings Black Dog way down here. Hey, mama said the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you like more like Elvis style.
horrible.
Then, hey, mama said the way you move, gonna make you sweat. You know that
That was
high
even
pitch.
worse.
I'm a drummer. I'm making a point though.
So why are you trying to
But
sing then?
even with the success, they couldn't. Led Zeppelin live couldn't do Led Zeppelin anymore.
Well, exactly.
That's true.
There's so much
Vocals,
fucking
of course,
pressure.
changed.
Oh, it's like Whitesnake. Like Whitesnake, they were trying to
Coverdale,
replicate.
dude. He
Who
fucking,
wants to hear Whitesnake?
Totally
again?
trying to rip off.
Yeah,
fucking,
blatant.
Come on.
Dude, yeah, why?
They were looking for another Robert Plant, and
Yeah, but
that was David Coverdale.
I just saw them last summer.
Really? You
5
think
points?
Coverdale was trying to rip off Plant?
Dude,
No.
I saw it with Tommy Aldridge.
Yeah, no.
Rip
so
off
did I.
everybody. Yeah, actually, I would say that.
Yeah, it was up in
I would say-
Vegas.
Think about that. Think about how David Coverdale sings. Tell me that he does not
no, absolutely.
really
Similar,
got
I
a
think,
lot
yeah.
of Plant influence
Yeah.
in that.
There's a few.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Okay.
singers. That
With who, and when did you see him, and when was he coming off that tour with?
Yeah.
I only know him from Whitesnake.
Yeah, I did. Well, I mean,
Who else did he
they
play
they
with?
had that little run, and then he had fucking
Whitesnake was always cheesy anyway.
Catane,
I
fucking
love that. Brought Tommy Aldridge back though.
Whitesnake is the reason VH1 is still around. Boom.
The only reason that
Because
the only
MTV wasn't
album,
music television anymore.
the only album I really liked by Whitesnake was the one that Steve Vai was on.
I like the video that
And Tommy
shows,
Aldridge.
David Coverdale's wife's nipple by accident.
Oh, whoopee. The fucking nipple.
Everybody's like, ooh, there was an accidental nipple.
did you nipple? What do you
Okay,
like,
so-
Butthead? I saw a nipple.
On that point, Whitesnake, I just saw him with Journey or Foreigner, whatever it was. I can't. At 5 Points Amphitheater, and they brought Tommy Aldridge in on drums. They had Doug Aldrich on guitar.
No, that's what I saw.
They could have chosen any other drummer in the world, but they brought back Tommy Aldridge because of that groove, and he
Tommy Aldridge
smashed
kicks
it.
ass, dude.
He's a
He
great
still
drummer.
kicks ass. I love it.
Didn't you
But
see
as
that
far as
live
David
video?
That afro's still flowing.
Yeah.
And he's
He's-
like 65,
and he did
He's one of the
right?
ugliest people
And he
in the
did a
world.
drum solo because he's road shopped, worn. Who would you rather be on tour with? That's why the Aussie band with Lee Slake and Bob Daisley never existed. They're
Well,
good studio musicians, but Rudy sucked in the studio, but he was great live.
Yeah, but I mean, Tommy, he's like 65, am I right? Like right around there?
Oh,
He's-
he's got to be
he's
more
up
than
there.
that now.
At least.
And he's
maybe.
still
The dude
rocks.
looks like a skeleton.
Rockstar years, 80. That's
looked
like,
like a
double.
skeleton 20
That's
years
double.
ago.
That's like Keith Richards on drums. Like,
Right.
just wearing skin on a fucking hanger.
And
much.
he always does the same solo.
Yeah,
And it's rap.
That's the same.
No,
He
it's
does
his-
have
it's
it
him.
solo, but he does the same exact thing.
But
Of
see-
course, it's going to be
okay.
good if you do the same thing over and over again.
Ozzy's band.
Dude, when you're fucking 100 years old, dude, just stay with what works.
How many drums did Ozzy had? Tommy Aldridge? Any given time, dude. He got his
Tommy
pick,
Aldridge
but
is one of my
piece,
favorites with Ozzy.
you could tell.
Okay,
you could
so-
tell their live versions. You could tell which drummer they are.
So then Aldridge, a piece. We just
Castillo.
Castillo.
Castronovo.
Oh, Castillo
Yes.
made some really good drum solos because he would get up and fucking
Borden.
all around
Borden.
his
Borden.
set playing his shit.
God, there's another one.
Didn't
think of their
did
fucking
Smith?
name.
I don't remember all of his
Didn't
drummers.
now? Did Smith just do a studio or
Who?
Smith? Steve Smith?
Steve
right?
Smith is with Journey.
No,
Come on.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
But
Steve Smith.
but didn't he do like a like an album? Didn't he like go in an album or like
I don't know.
like
That's
to
a good
record?
question.
He didn't do live
With Whitesnake?
or
No,
did
with
he,
Ozzy.
with Ozzy, or did he do live and not?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I have no idea. I never would
to look up
ever
that
have
shit.
thought that combination would work.
You know what I thought of the other day? Scott, you may know this. Brad Wilk, why he got chose by Rick Rubin to do the Black Sabbath newest album over Tommy, what's his name?
Aldrich?
Balsack? Tommy
Balsack.
Tommy God damn it. The one that looks like Bill Ward.
Oh, the one that's playing with Ozzy now?
Yeah, Tommy's fucking.
Yeah, that guy. Okay. Anyway.
And they had this big old argue.
I'm not a fan of that drummer.
The guy from
and Rick Rubin.
I am not a fan of the new Ozzy drummer.
He used to have the dreads. What was
it?
No, he doesn't have dreads. You're thinking of fucking.
They want him because he's a Billboard freaking.
No, you're thinking of Borden.
No.
From Faith No More.
Yeah.
No, that was.
No, okay, that's right. Yeah,
no,
okay.
That's old.
He was a good drummer.
Oh, he was amazing. Yeah. No, I was a huge Faith No More fan because I'm a huge Patton fan. You know,
dude. But Brad Wilk, I'm a big fucking fan of Rage Against the Machine, and Brad Wilk was under a certain umbrella, but they're gangster. But Rick Rubin chose Brad Wilk over that
for the Black
Sabbath album. The shit that Brad Wilk that I'm used to, being a drummer, he plays so differently.
Yeah.
Well, remember he also played for
there was a big
Audioslave,
conflict
right?
between Ozzy. Ozzy wanted Tommy to be on the album, the Black Sabbath album, because he used it for the whole tour, all the live shit.
Isn't he the same one that went from Rage
But Rick
Against the
Rubin was
Machine
like,
to
no,
Audioslave?
I want Brad Wilk because he's going to do what I want him to do and make it sound good.
He
And
does
now,
do what you want him to
There's
do.
that, though. Again, the Bob Daisley versus Tommy Aldridge.
That's what you have to do as a
I'm sorry,
drummer.
Lee Gerslake versus Tommy Aldridge. Bob Daisley versus Rudy Sarzo. And Tony Cavazzo told me this personally, like, dude, some guys are not good in the studio, but some guys are not good live. And I love that because that makes me feel special because I'm not good technically, but live show, I love the live show. I'm all about the live show, but I'm not as good as all the good drummers out there on paper. But I have a place where I belong. And we need that. We need that. Tommy Aldridge and Tommy Lee, motherfuck.
Yeah, Tommy Lee was
best live drummer,
great live drummer
I've ever seen. I love it.
You know, I was watching.
I disagree with that one.
No, he is a good live drummer.
He is a great live drummer. But you know, I was watching the Sons of or was it the
Sons of Texas?
Saints of Los Angeles, and he had a fucking the video, and he's got like a marching drum. Bass drum.
That fucking like
it's huge. I'm like going, holy shit!
32-inch bass drum or some shit.
Yeah, I don't remember that fucking being there. You know.
Hey, why not? If you're that
Marilyn
tall,
Manson had the same thing.
You'll see his face over it.
Well,
it's fine.
he had it was a 26-inch bass drum.
Yeah,
that was his deal.
He always
But they
played
put
the
triggers
bass
in
drum.
front of that. That's not real.
That's true. They did trigger his shit.
My uncle is one of the very few people that knows those people. My uncle knew Randy Castillo. My uncle Denny used to date Randy Castillo's daughter or sister.
We're
Most
talking
of the
about Tommy
stuff
Lee,
in the
not Randy
80s.
But no,
was
that
actually
80s
triggered.
thing, having the big bass drum and making it sound like that, there's very few people that can do that.
I remember Rat's drummer.
Yeah, because it would
They
have
always said
a
it
lot
wasn't
more.
You gotta have the
ring.
Danmar freaking wood kick pedal. Freaking, you gotta have.
Well,
they're
yeah, because
difficult to tune.
The larger the drum, the more over ring it's going to have.
Absolutely.
So it wouldn't have that power.
But
you could easily control
fucking-
that with a gate on post effects. Just put some gate on it, and it takes that ring away.
Yeah, but live though, it's
No, that's what I mean.
doesn't-
You
It
can do that
doesn't, it doesn't
live,
no,
too.
because you still have the open sound.
That's what made the drummers great. They did it
I
before
felt on
post-production.
a large drum head like that.
Like
a
kick
good
it like
felt.
this.
Yeah.
Car crash. Windshield, forehead through the face. Windshield, car crash, 91 freeway. Make it sound like that. Bloodbath.
Yeah.
No, I can't do that.
I can, but I won't use like a solid wood bass drum beater. I use felt only. And
Depends
I
on the
get that.
application. I want to use everything.
I get
to
bounce,
get certain
I get
sounds.
fast, I get speed, and I get big and heavy, all with the same beater.
I love trying to do Bill Ward and John Bonham and Neil Peart and Brad Wilk in the same night, and I've done it. And you have to say your
Nice.
drums up. You have to use different drumsticks. You got to fucking pitch your snare up a different way. Dude, the mechanics of all those great drummers is so specific, and I appreciate that. I want to replicate that. That's the one thing that people miss. You have to have that sound, and it's trained mechanics.
This guy does his homework.
It really is live sound. You have to move like they do. Bill Ward, you got to be slightly retarded. Dun-dun. I even put on a fake beard and shit.
Do that again.
I even jerked it. All right.
Do that again.
Generals gathered in the nurses.
Bum, bum. This drumstick's like halfway between your hand and out here. Dude, bum, bum, boom, 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 boom. Like the jerk.
You do know you invited this guy,
Yeah.
right? You do
It's like
know.
the jerk on some of the drummers, but then some guys are like behind the beat, heavy on the ones, dude. That's why Tommy Aldridge gets the job over, Lee Kerslake in the Aussie band, because they were going for maximum bombardness,
maximum overdrive.
Dude, Tommy Aldridge is a maximum bombardness drummer.
Van Halen was coming up in a Led Zeppelin age, them fizzling out. But what else could Ozzy do? That was definitely they choose studio musicians to get the job done, but they chose different live musicians. And how do you feel about that?
You're in between. Business choice.
You're a songwriter, and you choose these guys to do this, but you're on tour with these guys that are road dogs. They're like, look, these are the freaking places.
They're all hired hands.
I know how I'm feeling right now.
But as far as the business goes, you're making the right decision because you're getting the right sound on the record, and you're getting the right sound live with the stage appeal and the visual aspect of it.
But live, you're on the road.
It'd be better if you had the same drummer for both.
Hey, Scott, how about we just fucking take off and let it be the fucking of a JJ and Potatoes show?
Right. Well, you haven't drank your shots, so you might as well.
Oh, I didn't want the JJs now. Oh, wait, we still got...
You asked me if I wanted one, and I said no.
That's a petite one.
Yeah, but I didn't pour it.
But
I'll do a petite.
Tony told me why
there you go.
They chose those people over the Ozzy and Quiet Riot people, because personality-wise, it's not on stage, it's off stage. You want to be around people. You're only in the studio for a certain amount of time, and not even at the same time. You're there to do a certain job, but on the road, sharing bunks, women, drugs, going across the country, being away from your families. That's why they got Tommy Aldridge. Tommy Aldridge was the most experienced drummer out there. The hippie drummer. You don't want to be out there with Lee Kerslake. You want to be out there with this drummer. That's why a lot of bands choose me over the same thing.
The Appice brothers were both really fucking good.
Okay, well, if I don't fucking call it right now, we'll be here all fucking goddamn night. So,
right.
I got to get up in the morning and open up a business.
Tell me about it.
Tato's like, fuck, man, I don't got to be at work till like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, man.
9:30 a.m., baby. I work at a bar.
Damn,
all right.
Join us on Drum Radio.
That means you got to get behind the board and fucking start signing us off on this shit.
But who would you rather be on tour with? Fun people or people that are assholes? I've been around all kinds.
Assholes can be fun, too.
I'm not the best drummer, but people choose, just a little, that counts. You spend most of your life off stage than on stage.
Sure.
And especially Ozzy, Sharon and Ozzy's thing, they were the pioneers of that. They were the ones who broke out and did that.
I don't know.
And that's a huge thing.
So who wants tickets?
All right. So, anyways, Scott's got tickets. So, what date are they for?
March 23rd, Saturday.
Okay, so there's plenty of time.
Amphitheater.
There's plenty of time, and you can always chime in the next Zig Zone. And you want to leave from here?
Whatever. Is that, or you can give me names and I can put them on a list.
Okay. We'll mention it next show.
Oh, you got Biker Alley, right?
Yep.
So I won't be here.
Bikers and metal. Anyways, thanks for chiming in, everybody. It's a drum clinic, and yeah, we get like stupid because we are stupid.
Tell like it is,
right?
Down.
Drum industry, we can sit here and do that. You want to see guitar players doing that? No, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
I've got a schedule to keep by.
Tune in next weekend for the bike rally. We're out of here.
See ya.
Zig Zone. See ya. Woo!